Lillard plans to play Saturday against the Spurs. Coach Terry Stotts also said he, quote, would hope so that Dame will play before the season ends. Jimmy Butler made his way to the active roster for the Minnesota Timberwolves on Thursday night, but didn't get to any game action. Jay Crowder of the Utah Jazz said he's okay after getting hit in the eye in the second quarter on Thursday. He only has a scratch on his eye and said he would play Sunday against the Lakers. According to ESPN's Chris Haynes, Golden State forward Omri Caspi underwent an MRI on his sprained right ankle on Tuesday. The initial results revealed inflammation, league sources did tell ESPN. In the NFL, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter on Thursday, the Patriots are signing former Bills wide receiver Jordan Matthews to a one-year deal. Matthews was limited to 10 games for Buffalo in 2017. The Texans signed quarterback Joe Webb to a one-year, $1.01 million contract. Webb spent last season with the Bills as well. In baseball, Corey Knebel left Thursday's game against the Cubs with a left hamstring injury. Knebel collapsed to the ground after throwing a pitch and immediately began holding his left hamstring. Diamondbacks GM Mike Hazen said Steven Souza could return by the end of the team's current road trip or at the beginning of Arizona's next homestand. Souza suffered a pectoral injury in spring training. The New York Mets activated outfielder Michael Conforto from the 10-day DL on Thursday, and he went 1 for 4 with the home run in the team's 8-2 victory over the Washington Nationals. And a bizarre scene out of the world of MMA. UFC fighter Conor McGregor is in custody following an incident earlier on Thursday in Brooklyn, according to the New York City Police Department. McGregor unexpectedly showed up at a UFC 223 media event Thursday at Barclays Center and was caught on camera throwing a hand dolly through the window of a bus that was carrying UFC fighters. I'm Dan Stratford, and this has been your Fantasy Sports Radio Network News Update.
Stay tuned to the Fantasy Sports Radio Network for more updates at the top of every hour.
You're listening to the Fantasy Sports Radio Network.
Hello! And that, my friends, is called
Carton and Friends.
It's actually an entertaining show for you to listen to.
Oh, hello, friends.
For the first time in 6 months.
Welcome back, buddy. It's great hearing you back on the air, man.
Friend, if I may have your attention.
Guess who's back? It's the boy Craig Carton.
Tell your friends, tell your friends. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? 9:03. What is up? Nice job, Chrissy Bones. We got a great show for you today. This is, of course, yes, y'all, Carton and Friends. The number for you to join, 844-843-6879. You mean he takes telephone calls? That's right, we take telephone calls. So let's load it up and let's get ourselves ready for 4 hours of fun today. From the Masters to baseball to the streets of Brooklyn being unsafe, but not for the typical reasons. No gunfire, no gang wars. An Irishman in New York is wreaking havoc. This is Michelle Serpico. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning. How are you?
Great to have you here. And down in the cheap seats in section 203, my main man seat to the P. Corey, what's cooking with you?
What's cracking, Dilly Dilly?
Dilly. The shirts are in. We'll show those to you a little bit later on this morning. Everyone's got theirs, and we're going to be very excited about that. We also found out that we have a male cheerleader on our staff. I will walk you through. I'm going to tell you later. See if you guys can figure it out. But the lead story on the East Coast, and maybe in the world right now, is Conor McGregor. Not from a UFC standpoint, frankly, because the fighting event that's going to happen this weekend in Barclays, they're still going to do it, but I don't know how they possibly have anybody buy the pay-per-view after Conor McGregor goes bonkers last night, or during the day, I suppose, after the press conference to introduce the world to the fights and all this other stuff, and throws a couple of things through the window on a bus, and in doing so shattered glass. The shattered glass wound up injuring a couple of the fighters that were supposed to be fighting tomorrow night at Barclays. Those fights, 2 of them now, have been canceled because of it. The original main card had already been canceled, and you have a cluster duck on your hands. Here's the beauty of Conor McGregor, though. When Conor McGregor speaks, you got to listen to him. Number one, to count how many times he drops the C word,
Yes.
which is the man's favorite word, right?
Yes. See you next Tuesday.
Gabe Morency loves the F-bomb. Corey likes saying, you know what I'm saying? Michelle likes saying, I don't know the answer to that question. I like saying, all right. And Conor McGregor likes saying the C word. So this is exclusive audio that Michelle got forced. Michelle used to date one of the Diaz brothers and has great sources inside the walls of UFC. And there's a lot of beeps. I will warn you that right now.
Yeah.
Many of those beeps, it's very obvious what he is saying.
Greg, there's no beeps.
But we did the best we could to isolate the audio from Conor McGregor in Brooklyn at Barclays. And I'll just give you a raw taste of what he had to say yesterday. This is Conor McGregor. Some of this takes place before he throws the horse through the window, and some of it takes place during, and, of course, some of it right after. Hang on one second.
Yeah.
Here is Conor McGregor.
You really are a fat bastard. You know, that hurts my feelings. I tried going on a diet, you know. The zone. You know, carbs are the enemy, you know.
That's not Conor McGregor.
I can't stop eating.
It's Conor McGregor.
I eat because I'm unhappy.
Sorry, Craig. That's not Conor McGregor.
I believe that
The accent is the same, but it's
I
not
would say it's
Conor
like a
McGregor.
200-pound difference.
Yeah, that's not Conor
That's what they told me. They said this is exclusive Conor McGregor audio.
No, that's not Conor McGregor. It sounds like him, but it's not him.
Sounds like him.
Sounds like him, but it's not him. That's the homie fat bastard from
No, this is Conor McGregor. He had been drinking a bit, I suppose. And he's
always drinking a bit.
You a crap. Oh, right now, mommy, daddy button. Oh, my titties. Oh, you give me a nipple.
It's not Conor.
That is not Conor McGregor?
Chrissy Bones, I think Chrissy Bones hit the wrong button. That's not Conor McGregor.
I have Conor here. If they've had me faded up, please, boys. Here is the other audio.
We're at Link, and we wanted to show you how we created our amazing new website.
I don't know what that is yet. Turn that off. Whatever that is, please turn that off immediately.
There's not a bad word in there.
That is not coming from me. So let's make sure we have this. Here we go.
You all right, Mike? Mike, you okay? Get I can't say you all. I gotta get a medic.
So there's glass everywhere. I would say this. I would not want to be one of those guys in lockup last night that had some like petty, marijuana possession, and goes to central booking or wherever they took Conor McGregor, and all of a sudden an inebriated Conor McGregor shows up.
Can you imagine that? You going to central booking on a possession charge, and now you got Conor McGregor in there. Now you sharing the bunk with Conor McGregor, and you got to kick his ass.
The flip side to that is Conor McGregor might be one of those guys that is like, everyone in here tonight, I got you.
Got him what, though? He can't do nothing.
No, like, what are you in for? Possession. When you get out, you come see me. I got your tickets. I'll give you a couple bucks. He might go the other way.
He could do that. Now,
like
that is the case.
Like if I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, shoot, that's Conor McGregor. He's drunk. Look down.
Yeah, no
look
doubt.
Down.
No doubt.
Look down. Look down. Don't look up. Look down. Don't look up.
You don't want no beef with Conor McGregor.
So
you
anyway,
clearly see how much of a madman he is.
Conor McGregor arrested on like 3 different charges, of course. Many of them stemming from what he did. He's going to be sued civilly for sure.
No doubt.
He has a lot of money. He's going to lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the New York Mets are taking care of business against Steven Strasburg and the Nationals. The New York Yankees offense fell asleep again. And Sergio Garcia,
yikes,
decided that he was Kevin Costner. I wanted to relive the movie Tin Cup, albeit at the Masters, trying to defend a title. That's out. We got lots cooking. It's a Friday. Carton and Friends. Your calls, Michelle, lots to do.
Steiner Sports is the leading memorabilia provider for the New York Yankees, Rangers, Giants, Knicks, and the Brooklyn Nets. Featuring hundreds of items from your favorite athletes, Steiner Sports is your source for the best sports gifts. Go to steinersports.com/box and shop our collection of memorabilia boxes, which include 10 gifts for the price of one. We've made one for each of your favorite teams. Hurry, supplies are limited, and these are some of the best deals we have ever offered. So go to steinersports.com/box today.
Have you written a book and want to get it published? Then call Page Publishing at 800-955-3793 immediately. That's 800-955-3793. Page Publishing is looking for authors of all types of books. And unlike most publishers, Page Publishing will take the time to review each and every book submitted to them and give you their feedback. If they like what they read, they'll get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, the Apple iTunes Store, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets. They handle everything: editing, cover design, copyright protection, printing, publicity, and and distribution. So if you've written a novel, children's book, cookbook, inspirational work, poetry, or a biography and want to get it published, then you need to call Page Publishing and do it immediately. Call 800-955-3793 now for your free author submission kit. Again, for your free author submission kit, call 800-955-3793. That's 800-955-3793. Your road to fame and fortune could very well start with this simple phone call. Call Page Publishing at 800-955-3793 for your free author submission kit.
Fantasy.
In Arizona, has the humidor had any noticeable effect?
No, I was actually saying I don't think we have any idea how it's playing yet because we don't know, one, if they're tinkering with it, and two, we've seen the home runs at the beginning. We're still going out like crazy, and then we've seen the reverse. I wouldn't say you can even put any weight into what the humidor is doing until the end of the month.
In terms of sample size, he's absolutely right. The way that the ball came off the bat and the way that it sounded, Puig and Chris Taylor, they squared up a few pitches of Zach Godley, and it seemed like it just died on the warning track.
Weekdays on FNTSY Radio and live on the Fantasy Sports Network YouTube stream.
If you've heard of WeatherTech floor liners, you probably know that for your vehicle's floor, nothing protects better. But what about protection for the rest of your car or truck? I'm David McNeil, founder of WeatherTech. Besides our floor liners, we design, engineer, and manufacture a wide range of automotive accessories right here in America. And just like our floor liners, everything is done to the highest standards possible. We understand what kind of investment owning a vehicle can be, so we do everything possible to help you protect it. We don't take shortcuts, and we never make concessions when it comes to quality. For everything from cargo liners to cleaning and detailing supplies to mud flaps and car covers, the one place you need to go is WeatherTech.com. So if you are familiar with our floor liners, just imagine how well the rest of our products will work for you. Learn more about our full line of automotive accessories at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech.com. Proudly made in America.
Once again, it's Mr. Worldwide. It's Carton and Friends, 844-843-6879.
I thought you was talking about me.
Happy Friday to you. Lots cooking. Conforto, the Mets, the Yankees, and, of course, all the crap yesterday with your boy Conor McGregor. Here's Alex in Point Pleasant, New Jersey on Carton and Friends. Alex, good morning. How you doing, Spank?
How you doing, Spank? It's
How
good
are
to hear
you
on the
doing?
radio.
My man. Pots and pans.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
You got to help me out here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to spread the word, spread the word, spread the word. And I'm listening to your podcast, but I can only listen to yesterday's show. I can't listen to you live as you're on air right now. How do I go about and do that?
Well, you can get it live through the iHeart app. You can get it live through TuneIn. You can go to my website, which was it's hellomynameiscraig.com. You can go to the Fantasy Sports Radio Network app. You can go to twitch.tv. You get all these places live. You can go to your Amazon Echo. You can go to Google Home. That's all you got to do. You can go on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
How come I just can't go on the podcast and just like hit your show and then listen to you live?
I don't know how that works, to be honest. I'd have to ask Nando. He's the tech guy around here. I'm not sure how that works. How come we can't just go to my podcast? It's a good question. I have no idea. I mean, I just gave you 19 other ways you could hear it live.
Yeah, that should be.
It ain't that. I mean,
but I'm a real simple guy, Craigie.
Listen. I hear you. Then let me say this.
I don't want to go to all this stuff.
If you are having a problem, that means other people are having a problem with it too. So let me find out the best way for you to do it. I appreciate you checking in and wanting to tell your friends about the show, and I'll make sure that we make it even easier. I'll agree with you on one thing. I think we've complicated how to watch and listen to the show beyond belief. But I know they want to make it available to as many people as possible. So while you might have iHeart, someone else has TuneIn. It's a simple app. I mean, it's not that hard to download it. But I got you back. And as soon as Nando and Mike tell me how we can accommodate you in Point Pleasant, you and I can get together. We'll go to Jenkinson's. We'll hit on some bartenders, and we'll have a couple drinks, and you're buying. And we'll do it that way.
I'm there right now, buddy.
As you should be. Good fudge shop right across the street, by the way, from Jenks. Do you know Jenkinson's at all?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Jenkinson's. Corey don't know about Jenkinson's.
Nah, what's up with it?
It's just a nice place on the boardwalk in Point Pleasant.
Oh, okay.
Good place to have a couple beers and ogle, and then go running and frolicking through the sand. That's all.
I don't get down to Point Pleasant much.
You do not get that? Well, from now on, maybe you will. Thanks for the call, Alex. Appreciate it, buddy.
I got flip-flops. I'm down.
Plus, we're on Twitter, too. I should mention that. We're on Twitter, although, let me see if they did it on Twitter today. I've
seen it already. It's up.
Is it on Twitter?
It's already up, and it's got a good crowd in there already.
Are you sure it's on Twitter?
Yep. If your Twitter is Craig Carton Live, it is on Twitter.
My Twitter is Craig Carton Live, and there you go. I see your pretty face right there.
Oh,
so if you're watching on Twitter, which means Periscope, we appreciate you being here as well. I'll get back to the McGregor stuff in a minute. I want you to hear this call. Chris, I want you to play it. On the Conforto shot. Now, Conforto comes back. Originally, they thought he wasn't going to be back till May at best after the surgery and all that stuff. But he comes back, and he apparently, Mrs. Michael Conforto of the Mets, apparently went to the executives of the Mets and said, listen, I want Strasburg. I want to come back. I don't want to get my first at bat against some other dude. I want Steven Strasburg. That's the story as it goes, Corey.
I don't know.
You heard the story.
No. See, this is the Met fan and you coming out.
This is what I was told.
This is the Met fan and you coming out right here. I seriously doubt Conforto went to the management and say, put me back, bat me lead off against Steven Strasburg.
Give me Steven Strasburg and I want to lead off.
Not buying it.
And that's the type of guy you fall in love with. Because he's not afraid. He's not staying on the porch with the dogs. He's ready to give me Strasburg. And when he had a shot against Steven Strasburg, he did this.
It's off the base of the wall and in play. Plawecki scores. Conforto to second. He'll stop there with a double.
Ruling here.
It's a home run.
Wow. How about that? Conforto wanted Strasburg. He got Strasburg. He really got him.
Now, here's the thing I don't get. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen the highlight of this yet. Have you guys all seen the highlight? I know we've all heard the highlight.
Yep.
Have you seen the highlight?
I saw the highlight where the ball barely, he went opposite field and barely got over the wall against my Washington Nationals.
Okay, so here's the question, okay? And I always wonder when if you're listening on the radio, that's Howie Rose and Josh Lewin, who are very, very good, great broadcasters,
Excellent.
right? How do you think the ball's off the base of the wall?
Yeah, when it hit that high up.
Like, I don't know if we have the video of it or not. I'd like to show you the video of it. It's like, play that again, Chris. There you go. That's like a John Sterling mistake right there. Right?
It's off the base of the wall and
That's
in
not the
play.
base. That's
Plawecki
the top of the wall.
scores. Conforto to second. He'll stop there with a double.
Ruling here.
It's a home run.
Wow. How about that? Conforto wanted Strasburg. He got Strasburg. He really got him.
Yeah, he did. And listen, it's a significant thing. A, for the Mets to beat the Nationals.
Yeah.
B, the fact that it was I think it was 2-2 at that time. So it gives the Mets the lead in the fifth. But beyond that, if Conforto might have been their best offensive player, not named Cespedes last year, he comes back and drills off the top of the wall, not the base of the wall. I don't know how Howie missed that.
Might have misspoke.
Well, he may have misspoken. Howie almost never makes a mistake. But I told you a month ago when we all first met, if you sell the Mets short this year, you're doing them a disservice. This could be a very good baseball team. Now, it's one thing to beat the Gabe Kapler Phillies.
Yeah.
When you beat Strasburg and the Nationals and wind up blowing them out and do it in Washington, I'm telling you, I don't want to get too crazy because I'm not a Met fan, but if you were a Met fan,
You are.
and you watch how this team now is competing and wins a game like that, you got to feel very, very good about the New York Mets. Even you have to admit, even though you're a Fugazi Nationals fan, the New York Mets going there and winning that game, another afternoon game,
This
says a little something.
This is premature. This is a premature celebration.
Says a little something. There's a little something to be said.
This is a premature celebration by the New York Met fans right here. We're one game into the second full series of the year.
That's
and
right.
You're already talking about how you were right when you predicted this team is going to be vying for a playoff spot.
I said they'd be relevant in August. They will be.
Come August, September, it's way too early to tell that. The New York Metropolitans' injury bugs have not stopped popping up yet. And you're a Met fan, too.
Yankee fan.
You talk down the Yankees and early in the season and speak up the Mets early in the season. You're a Met fan. You don't fool me. You don't
I'm
fool
not
me.
trying to fool you.
You don't fool me.
Mets fans for Yankees? It's a whole church I started. Everyone knows I was a diehard Met fan growing up. I watched Game 6 at an Orthodox Jewish kid's house while another buddy of mine was in the bathroom with his girlfriend, came out in the 6th inning and said, does anyone have any condoms here?
Yeah.
And we're like, we're watching the Met game.
Are you
No.
latex or lambskin?
Excuse you. I couldn't tell you the last time I
feel you.
I even was in that
been
world.
A long time.
And no one said yes. So I strike me dead if I'm lying to you. So he and his girlfriend are in the bathroom during Game 6, 1986, Red Sox, New York Mets, the single greatest World Series game in the history of baseball.
Ooh.
All right? And he comes down and he goes, does anyone have any condoms? And no one's got any.
Yeah.
And
not surprised.
Someone in the group, I'm not going to say who that might have been, comes out and goes, how about saran wrap and a rubber band?
No, wow.
He goes, I'll take it.
But would the young lady, his partner, take it?
I think she took it. I don't know. I know that they were out in time for the Mookie Wilson dribbler past Buckner.
Speaking of dribblers.
But I'll never forget that. Suck that dick. That, of course, is the Ohtani home run quote. That is not dirty. We did not curse right there.
No, we did not.
That went viral yesterday. People had a good time listening to the Japanese language broadcast of the Ohtani home run against Corey Kluber. Suit they dick. We don't know what the hell it means. I played it for my kids. I thought it was the funniest thing of all time. Suit they dick. Suck a dick. Suit they dick. Did you play it for your friends?
I didn't, no.
Were many of your girlfriends saying, I've already done that?
Yeah, definitely. No.
Meanwhile, while the Mets at Conforto were beating the Nationals, the New York Yankees were again trying to find their offense against the Baltimore Orioles. We'll give you that. Michelle's got some other scores and stories from around the world of sports. I will take your calls. Suit they dick. 844-843-6879. Come on.
How's it going in there?
5 more minutes.
Okay, let's play a game. 2 truths, 1 lie. We're not going to be late to the party. In the time you've taken to get ready, you could have been on your way to saving a life. And I'm wearing that tie you hate.
We're not going to be late. We're 10 minutes away. You wouldn't dare wear that tie. And I can't save a life. I'm not a firefighter.
Actually, I swabbed my cheeks last week.
It takes less than a minute to get your cheek swabs. Register at dkms.org, and you can be a superhero by helping someone out.
The sharpest fantasy sports minds are now available 24/7 straight from your mobile device. Download the Fantasy Sports Radio Network app and listen live or on demand to the finest tips, strategies, and advice from your favorite fantasy personalities. It's free and available for both iOS and Android devices. Your life isn't slowing down, so why should your fantasy sports? Head to fntsy.com/radio and download the Fantasy Sports Radio Network app today.
You might not see any palm trees or cacti out your window, but spring training is here, so it's time to draft. And here on the Fantasy Baseball Hour with Al Melchior, we have everything you need to assemble your best team. We'll be breaking down all the offseason player movement and zeroing in on the trends that'll keep you ahead of your league mates on draft day and beyond. So tune in to the Fantasy Baseball Hour with Al Melchior from Monday to Friday, right here on Fantasy Sports Radio, between 3 and 4 p.m. Eastern, or between noon and 1 p.m. Pacific time. And I'll see you out there on the virtual diamond.
Game time decisions. What a coward Conor McGregor is. He's a complete... He won't fight. Khabib can. If Khabib actually got out of the van, he's one of these guys, Conor, that run his mouth, but then, he'll step behind his buddies and the security guards after. If Khabib actually got out of the van
and say, let's scrap,
he would murder him.
Yep.
He would literally take his head and smash it off the skull inside the Barclays Center Arena. Like, he would kill him.
Weekdays, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, only on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network.
Why pay high rake when you can play daily fantasy baseball and pay half the rake on Fantasy Draft? Featuring half the rake GPP and head-to-head contests, exclusive VIP experiences, and the most flexible lineup structures in the game, Fantasy Draft is the only DFS site that puts players first. They're also the only site to offer 6 of 7 PGA scoring, dropping your lowest golfer's score. Register today with the code FNTSY for a free $4 entry into a guaranteed winner contest in the sport of your choice. Fantasy Draft, daily fantasy on a level playing field.
Be sure to check out BSO Live with me, Robert Littal, on all of your popular podcasting sites, as well as blacksportsonline.com. We're going to be talking about the things that nobody else is talking about. Well, everybody's talking about, but not like me. Sports, entertainment, culture, video games, comic books. We have it all. So be sure to check out BSO Live on all of the podcasting sites at blacksportsonline.com.
All right, just sending a text out to some potential guests here to talk about why the Yankees are struggling so much.
They're struggling so much.
Why the Yankees are in trouble right now.
5 games into the season, the Yankees in trouble.
Yeah, it's a big struggle right now for the Yankees. Yankee fans are worried right now.
Yeah, like yourself, huh?
That's why I know I speak for Yankee fans, and I know the Yankee fans are worried. Michelle's got some of the details from yesterday's, I wouldn't say embarrassing loss, but disappointing loss for the Yankees. And then we'll give you some Master stuff and more on McGregor coming up. But the Yankees having, it looked like, turned things around with the big offensive, outpouring of home runs from Sanchez, Judge, and Stanton 2 days ago. Apparently, they're like a one-and-done type of scenario. Michelle's got the details, right?
Yes. So the Yankees lost to the Orioles last night, 5-2.
5-2. How does the Yankee offense only score 2 runs? Even worse, Corey, your Yankee offense produced a whopping total of 4 hits. They got 4 hits. How does that team have 4 hits?
Andrew Cashner pitched his lights out.
Stop. The New York Yankees got 4 hits.
Andrew Cashner came in. He had a rare good game for Andrew Cashner. The Yankee bats a little bit quiet yesterday, but let's not.
Andrew
they're
Cashner
not going to score.
Shut them down.
They're not going to score 10 runs a game, Craig. Like us Yankee fans know this. They can't score 10 runs every time they step out on the field, Craig.
No one's ever heard of Cashner.
Andrew Cashner, he's decent.
Nobody's ever heard of the guy, and that's typical Yankees against a guy that they should dominate. A guy with an ERA, I think, going into the game over 5 in his one other start this year. And what's Cashner do? He, mows down the Yankees, strikes out 5, only gives up the 1 home run to Judge, and the New York Yankees wake up and think, wait a minute, Tanaka was pitching? We had a Tanaka Thursday against Andrew Cashner, and we can't score more than 2 runs? Embarrassing.
I'm not tripping off of one game, and it's not even April 10th yet.
Brett Gardner's batting 172 leading off.
What do you expect him to come out? You expect him to get 2 hits every game?
How about he get 1 hit a game? He was 0 for 5 the other day.
It'll take Brett Gardner a little while to get warmed up.
Batting 172.
Not tripping off of this.
Wow, they left 18 men on base yesterday. What happened to the Yankee offense?
I can't wait until July, and Met fans don't want to talk no baseball.
How about Giancarlo Stanton batting 185? Great signing.
Yeah, with 3 home runs.
Just saying, where's Stanton batting for average?
That's not his MO.
The one guy that
you get up there, wait till it gets warmer.
The one guy that bats for average is the greatest shortstop in Yankee history, Didi Gregorius, who's batting .391.
Spoken like a Met fan, calling Didi Gregorius the greatest shortstop in Yankee history.
I've said it for 2 years now. He is. Do you know that other than Judge and Gregorius, there's not another Yankee batting over 250 right now? Wow.
Yep, still early in the season.
I'm just saying, how many games is enough for you to say that's what you are? 5?
Nah, there's no way. I told you.
5 games not enough?
Memorial Day.
So you want me to go through 2 full months of baseball?
Memorial Day.
And then we'll know what the Yankees legitimately are.
Let's look at the records on Memorial Day.
And by the way, Tanaka didn't pitch poorly.
No, you didn't.
He gave you a 6 1/3, only gave up 3 runs, struck out 7, I think.
Yeah, struck out 7 and 6.
Had 93 pitches. I thought Tanaka, and here's the problem. Tanaka, I think the Yankees were winning. It was 1-0 after 6, right? So he gets in trouble in the top of the 7th, and they pull him. And then once again, this Yankee bullpen, Green was terrible. Warren did the job, and of course, Betances struck out the side. But they go to the bullpen in the 7th, and what happens?
Chad Green didn't get it done yesterday.
Chad Green, and it's been in each of the Yankee losses, whether it was Betances on that Saturday night, whether it was Robertson on the Sunday, whether it was Green last night, a different guy has screwed the pooch for the Yankees in every one of their losses this year. They were supposed to be a bullpen that when you gave them the lead, you were guaranteed a victory.
You want them
they lost.
You want them to go scoreless for 162 games? Is that what you're looking for?
I didn't say scoreless. I said if I give the Yankee bullpen the lead, the Yankee bullpen should close out every single game based on what they believe they are on paper. What happened to this great Yankee bullpen? That's right. The same thing that happened to the great Yankee offense.
What happened to the great Met billion-dollar pitching staff?
I'm not a Met fan, so I don't know why you're
you
asking
sound like
me.
a Met fan right now.
You're asking me questions about the Mets pitching staff. I would tell you this. Over the last 3 years, the Mets pitching staff has not done well. Right now, you would trade pitching staffs in a minute.
If they're healthy.
And I told you that before the season. The New York Mets right now are 5-1. Now, the Mets have been 5-1 before.
Yeah.
They'll have a nice little run of 8 out of 10 losses coming up shortly. But if that pitching staff, and DeGrom last night, 1 earned run, 6 innings, their bullpen got the job done. Conforto did the job. New York Mets baseball.
Let's see how the rest of this
It's
series,
like a fever.
Let's see how the rest of this series with the Nats play out. With my Washington Nationals
You
play
might
out.
want to catch it.
No, I know.
844-843-6879. Michelle, what else you got?
The Mets beat the Nats 8-2 last night. Michael Conforto came off the disabled list to hit a tie-breaking 2-run homer off Steven Strasburg.
Yes, he did. Met fans right now, I mean, there's a euphoria amongst Met fans that, frankly, is not well placed. It's only been 6 games. But when you're 5-1 and the Yankees aren't, you feel pretty good. Pretty good.
How you feel about
look
this,
Look at the Yankee fan in the corner there.
How you
He's
feel about
miserable.
this? No, I'm not
I
miserable.
still feel. I think you're right. It's really early in the season.
5-1.
I think it's too early to determine
a half a
anything just yet.
percentile of the season is going by.
Exactly.
But you know how Met fans do.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is expectation is a bitch when you don't live up to it. I'm not saying anything other than that.
That rotation should know it.
That, by the way, that rotation.
They should know about expectations being a
that
bitch.
franchise knows it. You want to go back to the days of Isringhausen if you want.
Oh, I remember those. Yeah.
The New York Met franchise knows all about failed expectations. Yes. So do most men that date Michelle.
Is this true, Michelle?
Yes.
Right,
That know about expectations. Did you say? Is that what you said?
I'm saying no failed expectations.
Yeah.
Most guys think this is a lock.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, she's at the library with them saying, I want to learn. Like Nick Diaz. Where is Nick Diaz? I thought I asked you yesterday to get Nick on the show today.
He said if he wakes up, he would come on. But chances are he's not going to be awake until like 3 or 5 p.m.
Well, why does he wake? Why does he sleep so late?
He's up
He
late.
stays out late.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he training?
He said it's at 6 a.m. No. I don't know. I don't
What's
think
in
so.
Dallas?
He was just down there hanging.
just hanging
He's
out?
been there for a month. He said he loves it and he has no desire to go back to Vegas.
Or to California. I'm
Yeah.
sure I'll go back
He
to
hasn't been to
California.
Cali in a while.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So are we going to call him to try to wake him up at some point?
Yes, but it's probably. I bet it'll be on Do Not Disturb. I said
Well,
don't put it on Do Not Disturb, but I bet it probably.
It's an
is.
hour earlier in Dallas.
Yes.
Right? I think there's a 1 hour difference.
So
Am I right on
it
that?
is-
Might
no,
be
you're
2.
right. Yeah,
I
so
think-
it's 8:30 there.
I'm pretty sure Dallas is a 1 hour difference.
All right.
I could be wrong on that. I'm not right about everything.
Yeah.
I believe it's 1 hour. I think you go Eastern, Central, Mountain,
And then
Pacific.
Pacific. You got it right.
I think it goes 1, 2, 3. So it's 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning right now. I would agree that Nick Diaz, the Nick I know, which is I assume a lot different than the Nick you know.
Yeah. But then again, you never know.
In some ways.
Failed
in some ways.
expectations.
Yes, always.
I would assume that we know two different. Because I truly don't know him.
Yeah.
I've just talked to him before on the show.
Right.
My gut is.
Yeah.
He might adore you, and you might be very close friends.
Yes.
He ain't getting up.
No, I doubt it.
I would
doubt
say
it.
you should
I would
call
say
him-
there's like a 10% chance he actually will.
I would say you should reach out to him at noon,
Okay.
our time.
Okay.
And that way we give him an hour.
All right.
Now I've reached out to Dana White, to Ronda Rousey, and Chael Sonnen, just to get there
Who's
now
Chael Sonnen?
A fighter.
Chael Sonnen is he was probably at one point he was top 5 most popular fighters in UFC.
All right.
And when I say popular, I mean actually popular is not the right word. Well known. Most people hated Chael Sonnen. He was one of these guys that tested positive for more TRT than an elephant has in his body, but then denied ever taking it.
Yeah.
He and I have done some shows together, and then he went on YouTube, and he did like a 10-minute rant about me on YouTube.
Yeah.
That they brought me in there because I was friendly with Dana, and I
Okay.
knew nothing about the UFC, but I asked fighters about non-UFC questions as how I got this job I had. He also once asked me if I wanted to swing or swap women with him.
Oh, that's interesting.
No, it was not interesting at all.
Yeah, no, I know, but
No.
why would he just ask a stranger that?
Because that's how he rolls. And he and I did some stuff together during the anniversary of WFAN, and also there was when UFC. I guess he came back and fought maybe about 8 months ago.
Yeah.
And he won. He actually looked pretty good. I think it was maybe a Bellator fight at the Garden.
It was about.
But I happen to like Chael. He's a great personality. Let's say hi to Kenny in Long Island on with Carton and Friends. Kenny, good morning. How are you?
What's going on, Carton? Love the show.
What is up?
I just want to get your thoughts on John Gruden and if the Raiders are a contender this year.
Well, here's my problem with that question. It's April, 5th today? 6th? Something?
Yeah.
First week of April, right? You got the end of the basketball season. No one cares about hockey, as everybody knows, all right? You've got football draft, NFL draft's coming up in another week and a half or so, right? You've got, what? Oh, the Masters. You've got baseball underway.
See.
Are you a Raiders fan?
Long-time Raiders fan, yep.
All right, so
Ready to go.
What I think about John Gruden and the Raiders today, and I'll be the first to tell you this, is irrelevant. What you think about them today is irrelevant. It's not time to talk football. When the NFL draft happens, we'll be all over it. We'll talk a lot of football. All I will say to you to be respectful and to answer your silly question is, I thought it was a great hire. And I'll leave it at that. Period. Stop.
You know, the NFL is the monster in the room. You can talk NFL 365, especially with a personality like John Gruden, the Oakland Raiders. I don't like some of the moves he's made so far, but I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, listen, I agree, and I've done that. We will talk football year-round, but when we're laser-focused on what we're doing.
Yeah, I feel you.
I've always said this is not a jukebox. Call another show for that. There are shows here on this network and elsewhere that are just waiting, happy that you call in and ask them something. We're not that show. If we're talking football, please bring up John Gruden and the Raiders. All right? If we're talking Vegas, bring up John Gruden and the Raiders. If we're talking fantasy crap, bring up John Gruden and the Raiders. If I'm talking about Conor McGregor throwing crap through a bus window, don't talk about John Gruden and the Raiders. I'm very disappointed that you've not secured Nick Diaz. If I get a UFC person before you do,
you might.
We're going to auction you off on a date to a listener. Carton and friends.
Muscle Maker Grill was made for baseball season. Muscle Maker Grill supplies you with delicious, healthy meals that will give you energy to cheer on your team week after week. Whether you're craving flavorful salad, packed wraps, or guiltless entrees, Muscle Maker Grill has you covered. Hosting a game? No problem. Our catering packages will have your whole team satisfied with flavors ranging from Italian to Tex-Mex and much, much more. Visit MuscleMakerGrill.com for your nearest location and have a winning season.
Reason number 12 why you should own a ThermoSpa's hot tub? They require no attachment to your home's plumbing. Thanks to the ThermoSpa's unique built-in thermofiltration system that filters the water an incredible 144 times a day, you simply fill it with a garden hose and your water stays crystal clear with very little maintenance. Call to receive your free DVD videos and brochure and find out how you can own a ThermoSpa's hot tub for only a few dollars a day. Right now, they're offering 0% APR financing with approved credit and a $1,250 savings coupon, including free delivery, free chemicals, and a cash discount. And with models starting at $4,995, there will never be a better time to own a ThermoSpa's hot tub. So call now and ask about this limited time offer. Call ThermoSpa's today at 800-625-4922 for your free DVD videos and brochure. That's 800-625-4922. ThermoSpa's, hot tubs designed to improve your life. Call 800-625-4922 today to take advantage of 0% APR financing.
Scout Fantasy Sports.
Anthony Aniano, Rotoballer. Did you enjoy your experience of watching the Mets on Facebook?
I just thought it was god-awful, Adam. I really did. Choppy, figuring out how to stop the comments. I just wanted to watch the ball game. I didn't really want to read what everybody had to say, and then there's a heart floating across my screen. It seems like the whole world is running away from Facebook, and suddenly Major League Baseball wants to be a part of it. Makes no sense at all.
Weekdays on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network and on popular podcast providers.
Skix sneakers are taking over tailgates and alumni homes across America. Skix canvas high top, low top, slip-on, and kids tennis style sneakers designed in officially licensed college colors and logos is a must-have for every college fan's wardrobe. Fun, fashionable, and comfortable. Whether you're at the big game or watching the game at home, Skix helps fans perform better. Go to Skix.com and use promo code FNTSY for 15% off your pair now. That's Skix.com. Skix sneakers, the soul of a true fan.
Are you new to daily fantasy? Are you a veteran? Either way, you can better your chances of winning money, and lots of it, by going to dailyroto.com. Multiple people have become millionaires thanks to the guys at Daily Roto. Why not take advice from the experts? You can become a millionaire too. Just go to dailyroto.com to rock daily fantasy sports.
Yo, Boomer. I was sitting right there. Carton and Friends. First time I've done that all week, though.
Boomer's here.
Yeah, there's another little radio spat going on. So silly. Why pay a high rake when you can play daily fantasy baseball and pay half the rake on fantasy draft, featuring half the rake GPP? What's GPP stand for? Who knows?
General guaranteed prize pool.
Guaranteed prize pool, head-to-head contests, exclusive VIP experiences, and the most flexible lineup structures in the game. Fantasy Draft, the only DFS site that puts players first. They're also the only site to offer 6 of 7 PGA scoring, dropping your lowest golfer score. Register today with the code FNTSY for a free $4 entry into a guaranteed winner contest in the sport of your choice. Fantasy Draft, daily fantasy on a level playing field. There you go with that.
They must be having it where you can go round by round for the Masters, so that's cool.
I guess. Chrissy Bones won $8 yesterday.
Nice job.
Playing fantasy baseball on the early games only. Not bad.
It was my boy Nick Pavella, right? That you thought his name was Pavella.
I told you Pavella was going to be a great pick there because they were playing against the Marlins.
But you also
had over 40 points.
Yeah, but Gabe Kapler, though, you don't know. He might have threw 40 pitches, effing around with Gabe Kapler.
All I know,
but it worked.
All I know is that my man got the job done.
Shout out to Chrissy Bones.
That's all I can tell you. He won $8.
You called him Pavelta yesterday.
Because I never heard of him before.
And by the way, saying Boomer was the highlight of Boomer's week.
That's yeah, Boomer. Nice. I guess Sid Rosenberg chimed in this morning. See, here's the deal. There's blood in the water right now. So what Sid's doing is actually very smart. You know, Sid Rosenberg and Bernard McGurk, Bernie, are doing mornings now at WABC in New York City. And because I'm no longer at WFAN, and there's almost like this new jockeying for position. Well, what show is going to become the morning show in New York City? So Sid and Bernie just replaced Don Imus. Now, WABC has no ratings at all. That being said, Sid's very smart in that he has injected the name of their show into the conversation about morning drive radio. First, there was that Mike and the Mad Dog took a shot at WFAN. Then there's the comments that I made infusing myself into what's going on there because my not being there created the opening for a new show to take place. And, of course, for people to think that FN was now beatable. And now Sid's come out and basically told Boomer, and I think it's a direct quote, shut your mouth. Now, my gut tells me Boomer will not respond to that. I would suggest he not respond to it because the old deal in radio, the way I've always viewed it is, you only go after or acknowledge the people that are ahead of you in the ratings. Anyone that's behind you, and in this case, no fault of Sid and Berners, they just started there as morning show, they're way behind. As soon as you engage that show in a beef, you're bringing that show closer to you because you're acknowledging that they exist. I would pretend that show doesn't exist at all. That's how I would do it.
Yeah.
And if I wasn't number one, and God knows I have no idea what that feels like, I would only go after the shows that were ahead of me. And at some point here, once we're here for a good 30 days and I have a true understanding of what our listenership is and who we're really competing against, because we're on so many different platforms here, I don't know who we're competing against. I know there's radio, there's TV, there's podcasts, there's other digital stuff. 30 days in, I will sit down with you guys and I'll show you all the numbers, and then we'll figure out where's our strong stuff. Where's Corey's weak stuff? Do we need a new co-host? Michelle and I will meet them privately about that.
All right. All right, cool.
We'll talk about you behind your back,
all right, it's all
and then we'll move forward. I will say this. When we put this team together, I was told that we had a group of great men working downstairs to produce the show. All right?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
No, I thought you were saying a group of great men.
That was not you.
Okay.
I was talking about the support staff.
Okay, okay,
All right?
okay.
Yes. You're clearly, unless your name is Einhorn and you've got hemorrhoids that no one has seen before coming out of your butt, you were not included in that conversation.
Oh, okay.
And then I find out this morning, because people like to tell me stuff, there's a member of our staff downstairs, and I think there's 7 guys down there right now. There's Chrissy Bones. There's Chris Bavona. There's Sussman.
Nando.
There's Nando.
Frank.
There's Frank the Tank.
You got
Typically Florio would be there.
Yeah, he's in Amsterdam.
He's on vacation for the first time in over a year.
Yeah, you got
he must be getting stoned out of his gourd right now. He's in Amsterdam.
Probably so.
Banging hookers and doing drugs crazy.
I think he's with his girlfriend.
He's with his girlfriend.
I'll be back in an hour.
They might be sharing.
Okay.
They might be sharing.
I got you.
All
Okay.
right. And then we got all the young, the intern. I think
You got Chris. The other Chris, right?
Ventra.
You got Ventra, Bug Boy.
And then we got the intern. I think his son's name is Matthew.
We got an intern now?
His name is Matthew. He like the Utah Jazz.
We got 8 men downstairs right now.
7 to 8 men.
Okay, great, because one Florio's not there. I learned this morning that one of those 7 men was a college cheerleader. Now, that story only comes up because there's a story in the news that 2 men decide to join an all-women's cheerleading team. All right, and they're like scholarship now. If you had to take a guess,
Oh, God.
who is the guy on our staff that was a male cheerleader when he was younger?
Sussman.
Sussman, okay? Why Sussman?
At the University of Maryland. I think he cheered for University of Maryland.
Okay, so you say he was a Terp cheerleader.
He was a Terp cheerleader.
All right, very good. And who would your vote be?
Well, he sounded like he knew that for a fact, so I'm going to go with Sussman, too.
Well played. And if you line them all up, from a manly standpoint, no disrespect to Greg, who I like a lot, you might say he's the least manly of all of them. Are you saying that?
No, Michelle said that, not me.
Michelle
said that.
It
Not
takes
me.
somebody of you to be less of a man to be a cheerleader.
That's what Michelle said.
I think it takes more of a man to be a cheerleader.
I think so, too.
I would rule Sussman out because I would think Sussman would be afraid of the cheerleader hold.
Okay.
When you have to hold the gal by her buttocks for the push-up.
No doubt.
Number one, he's not strong enough to do it. So there's no, he couldn't be there. He would be like the top of the pyramid.
Okay.
Send Sussman up there. He weighs 100 pounds.
You just send him up there.
So I think you'd have to be strong, right, to be a cheerleader and very comfortable with who you are.
Yeah.
That is not Sussman, at least to me.
Then it would be Nando.
Nando got out of school a long time ago, though.
Right, so it'd be one of those stories
we found
where
this out already.
No, the point is you might not have. That could be Nando's secret.
Okay.
And Nando seems like a pretty strong guy.
Yeah.
He's tall.
Yeah.
Right? He claims to know other languages.
He knows Italian very well.
He claims to know other languages.
Fluently-ish.
And I know, listen, I know Chrissy Bones a long time. I would think if it was him, I would know that also.
Oh, probably so.
I also don't think he
I've
went
had
to
cheerleaders
college.
on me. I've never held one up with one hand.
See that? Okay, so let's eliminate him. Plus,
All right.
I don't think he went to college anyway.
Okay.
All right. So you say it could be Nando.
Could be Nando. Nando's a Boston College guy. Yeah.
BC's got cheerleaders.
BC does have.
And they have male
I
cheerleaders.
feel like I'd have known if Nando was a cheerleader already, though. I feel like I'd have known that.
It's not the
because
intern.
Nando wouldn't have hid that. Nando would have been like, I was a cheerleader at BC. He told you that.
I think you hide that.
I don't think so.
I think it's the type of thing a guy might hide from other guys in a guy, like, if we're all going out bowling or out for brews and wings with the guys, you might be like, let me tell you a story about this shorty I once had a night with.
Yeah.
And, Chrissy Bones might say, let me tell you the time I shaved my whole body for a girl.
Yeah.
And then Michelle wouldn't be there, but her friends would be there, and we'd talk about them. And I might tell you the story about my goal in life was always to make sweet, passionate love with the first lady, whomever that first lady was, because that would trump any other conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You could have said to me that you made it with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Or, pick your favorite hot woman, right?
Yeah.
And if I said Barbara Bush, I win.
No doubt, because it's Barbara Bush.
If I said Nancy Reagan, I win.
How did you get the clearance? Exactly.
If you made love to the first lady at any point in her life, that trumps all other love-making conquests, right?
No doubt.
So it's not.
But then
me.
Nando's a Renaissance enough guy.
That's why he
would say, you know what, guys, I was a cheerleader for BC.
No, but I think he would be I don't want to say liberal's not the right word to use, but liberal enough as a 19-year-old to say, I'll be a cheerleader. But as
he did his hands like that. I'll be a cheerleader.
I'll be a cheerleader.
Go team.
But I think based on working in a male, how you doing? In a male-dominated environment, he might not be as comfortable saying, like over a drink, by the way, guys, I was a male cheerleader.
I don't think it's Nando, though, to be honest.
So you wrote. So what about?
It's Frank. I don't know. I don't think it's Frank. I known Frank for a while.
What about Bug Boy?
College of Bensonhurst, College of Staten Island.
He went to Albany.
He went to Albany.
Yeah.
Albany. It gets very cold there in the winter.
Frank, by the way, he's no longer Bug Boy anymore. He's changed. He doesn't want that. He wants to be the closer.
He wants to be the closer.
Because, you know, Zavarian High School in Brooklyn, he was a JV closer for them. Now, I didn't know they had closers at the JV level.
Oh, so then it couldn't be him.
So it's news to me.
It could be him, considering someone sent me a picture of him with cornrows. So there is
You got a picture of Ventura with cornrows?
Oh, yeah, he did ask at the barbershop yesterday if they knew how to cornrow.
I have a picture of Bug Boy with cornrows.
We got to get a zoom in on
Looking
that.
all Rico Suave. How you doing, man? Mi amigo, Rico Suave.
Yes.
Can we get a live camera into the room downstairs, please, guys? I think the audience will also appreciate.
Oh, no, there goes everybody.
So let me just point to the audience who everybody is.
Yeah.
The guy right in front there, that's a Sussman. All right. To his left, wearing the Dilly Dilly shirt, that's Chrissy Bones with the bifocals on. Behind him is Simona. That's another Chris back there.
Yep.
He's also rocking the Dilly Dilly. Sussman, don't worry, I have a shirt for you too. That's Bug Boy right there.
Yeah, you remember him.
Rocking the Colorado
the
Rocky
closer.
hat. He's the closer. That's I can't see through the chair.
That's Frankie,
Frank?
baby.
Yeah,
That's
yep, there's
Frankie,
Frank.
baby.
That chair's in my way.
Frank White, the king
Frank
of New York.
is right there. All right, he was not the promoter for Biggie. And who's this one? Who's this?
That's the intern kid.
That's intern.
Yeah.
Yo, he looks like he could be a male cheerleader.
He's
That
in
might
college
be-
now, too.
He might be. Is that a Woe Hop shirt he's wearing? If he's wearing a Woe Hop shirt, he ain't a cheerleader. My man, pots and pans. He ain't a cheerleader.
So he's out.
He's out. That means it's either Sussman.
Or
There's Nando.
Yeah.
That's Nando. He looks.
By the way, Nando's got that like cheerleader vibe about him. Like I wouldn't be shocked.
I told you Nando's a Renaissance man.
Nando could come in and he could wear like the tape around his wrists. FNTSY. My name is Nando, and I'm your guy.
Greg, I'm going to hand the headset
That
to the guy
reminded
who's
me
the
of-
cheerleader because we got a break here.
We have to take a break in a second.
As soon as we went on Skype, he stopped doing the splits. He was warming up.
All right. I need your votes real quick before I go back down there to Nando. Who is your final vote for, Corey?
Matthew is the cheerleader.
Matthew, the intern, is the cheerleader.
Yeah.
Michelle, who's your vote?
Nando.
Nando. All right, go give me the live shot, please, again from there.
Oh, Bavona
And
is right there.
This is Chris.
Oh yes. I
Guess-
thought him. He's strong too. He could
Guess
be
who the male cheerleader was?
That would be me at Monmouth University for 3 basketball games.
Nice.
Wow, I did not know that.
And he was a
That's a
cheer.
D1 school.
He was for
Yeah.
basketball it is. He was a cheerleader during one of the great finishes in college basketball a couple years ago when Princeton.
Couple years ago.
When was it?
This was like 2002.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Yeah, a couple years
Princeton,
ago.
Monmouth. Princeton makes like a half-court shot to win it at the buzzer, and as the ball goes through the hoop on ESPN, your boy right there is mid-cheer.
Mid-cheer. Everyone stopped just to watch the ball go in.
He's got his pom-poms.
I did not know that. You learn something new every day.
You learn something new every day. There you
I
go.
forgot about him. He's big too.
Coming up, Conor McGregor. And this weekend's UFC event. They're still having it, but nobody knows who's fighting.
No.
Maybe we do. Plus, baseball. And is Jeff Hornacek about to get replaced by Doc Rivers? We'll explain.
Thanks. I think someone has a crush on you.
Okay, who?
Let's make a game of it. One of these is a lie. He's 6'4". He collects stuffed exotic birds. He spends his free time trying to save lives.
Are you talking about Kevin?
Yeah! He's a registered bone marrow donor. Last week he got a call. He might be a match.
He's so cute. Oh, he is.
You could be a life-saving match for a patient with blood cancer. Learn more at dkms.org.
We're talking trash.
Sweet, sweet trash.
Make the argument that the Houston Rockets have no shot to represent the West in the NBA Finals.
Mike D'Antoni has never, ever won anything as a head coach. No Italian has been president of the United States. Italians are not made to go all the way and come out on top. They're more of the second-rate citizens in the United States.
Listen live on the FNTSY Radio Network and on popular podcast providers.
If you've heard of WeatherTech floor liners, you probably know that for your vehicle's floor, nothing protects better. But what about protection for the rest of your car or truck? I'm David McNeil, founder of WeatherTech. Besides our floor liners, we design, engineer, and manufacture a wide range of automotive accessories right here in America. And just like our floor liners, everything is done to the highest standards possible. We understand what kind of investment owning a vehicle can be, so we do everything possible to help you protect it. We don't take shortcuts, and we never make concessions when it comes to quality. For everything from cargo liners to cleaning and detailing supplies to mud flaps and car covers, the one place you need to go is WeatherTech.com. So if you are familiar with our floor liners, just imagine how well the rest of our products will work for you. Learn more about our full line of automotive accessories at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech.com. Proudly made in America.
Fantasy Sports Today.
So I heard the broadcast also with the Michaelis. I'm like, they're saying this wrong.
It's Mikolash.
It's Mikolash.
Yeah.
No, it's Michaelis.
I don't agree.
This has been Michaelis. That's how he pronounces it.
Oh, I can't hate because I'm Nando and everyone calls me Nando. And it's like nails on a chalkboard when they call me Nando.
Or like Corey Parsons.
Yeah, Corey Parsons is good. Greg with one G.
What people call Jake by his real name?
last name.
People call Jake by his real name.
They think his middle name is Alan. Yeah, that's true. He's got his last name's pretty messed up.
It's true.
Weekdays only on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network.
Are you new to daily fantasy? Are you a veteran? Either way, you can better your chances of winning money, and lots of it, by going to dailyroto.com. Multiple people have become millionaires thanks to the guys at Daily Roto. Why not take advice from the experts? You can become a millionaire too. Just go to dailyroto.com to rock daily fantasy sports.
Yep, I'm real sorry I missed that.
Here's what you missed on Carton and Friends.
Can a guy who is essentially a two-way player, meaning like Babe Ruth, can he pitch successfully? And when he's not pitching, can he be a regular, player, whether he's a DH or an outfielder? Can he hit the ball as well as a position player can hit? Now, there are some pitchers who are great athletes who have been able to successfully hit the ball. But this guy came in with the billing of being able to be a 30 home run hitter and win 15 games, which we've not seen in our lifetimes. When a Japanese or Chinese ball player comes over to this country to play Major League Baseball, that is a big deal in the Far East. Such a big deal, everything stops. So Ohtani hits a home run, and he hits it against Corey Kluber, which in and of itself is a big deal. There are two different calls of it. There's the Angels call, an American English broadcast call, and then there's the Far Eastern call. How did it sound in a different language?
今度は外に構えます。
センターに大きな当たりだ。センター下がれ。下がってその上。
What does "suck up dick" mean?
That's what I thought I heard too. If we can run that one back,
can you play it again?
Like he said, told somebody.
He said, "Suck up dick."
センター下がれ。下がってその上。
Suck up dick.
なんとクレーマーからツーランホームラン。大谷2試合連発。メジャーを代表する投手から。
Now, turn off. At the beginning of it, I thought it was like some type of like undercover operation.
Yeah.
Listen to how it starts.
一瞬思ったかもわかりませんね。そうですね。
All right, stop it. Like it's almost like
it's like Rush Hour.
It's so much more soothing than hearing. And then, John, what happened was Roger Clemens got off both his knees, and I walked with a limp for about 3 days.
That was when her and Roger Clemens
in George Steinbrenner's box.
George Steinbrenner's box.
I gotta say, I leaned to the left for about a month. I think he broke one of my ovaries. To be honest with you, John.
That was those roids, Susan.
Of all the dramatic things, he popped an ovary. Suck up dick. All right, now, hold on. I'm sorry to make you do this. I need you to. He says something else that sounds somewhat offensive before suck up dick. I gotta write it down. I gotta hear it loud and clear. Sin Tom Fagaret. Oh man! Hey, Nanda, you're the translator. What does "suck up dick" mean in Japanese? You have any idea?
He says it means the same thing.
It's what he's saying to me right now, I suppose.
Does your fantasy team suck? Maybe you need us, the Fantasy Sports Radio Network, the only free 24/7 fantasy sports radio network.
Fantasy Sports Radio Network. News update.
In the NBA, Damian Lillard plans to play Saturday against the Spurs. Coach Terry Stotts also said he, quote, would hope so that Dame will play before the season ends. Jimmy Butler made his way to the active roster for the Minnesota Timberwolves on Thursday night, but didn't get to any game action. Jake Crowder of the Utah Jazz said he's okay after getting hit in the eye in the second quarter on Thursday. He only has a scratch on his eye and said he would play Sunday against the Lakers. According to ESPN's Chris Haynes, Golden State forward Omri Caspi underwent an MRI on his sprained right ankle on Tuesday. The initial results revealed inflammation, league sources did tell ESPN. In the NFL, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter on Thursday, the Patriots are signing former Bills wide receiver Jordan Matthews to a one-year deal. Matthews was limited to 10 games for Buffalo in 2017. The Texans signed quarterback Joe Webb to a one-year, $1.01 million contract. Webb spent last season with the Bills as well. In baseball, Corey Knebel left Thursday's game against the Cubs with a left hamstring injury. Knebel collapsed to the ground after throwing a pitch and immediately began holding his left hamstring. Diamondbacks GM Mike Hazen said Steven Souza could return by the end of the team's current road trip or at the beginning of Arizona's next homestand. Souza suffered a pectoral injury in spring training. The New York Mets activated outfielder Michael Conforto from the 10-day DL on Thursday, and he went 1 for 4 with the home run in the team's 8-2 victory over the Washington Nationals. And a bizarre scene out of the world of MMA. UFC fighter Conor McGregor is in custody following an incident earlier on Thursday in Brooklyn, according to the New York City Police Department. McGregor unexpectedly showed up at a UFC 223 media event Thursday at Barclays Center and was caught on camera throwing a hand dolly through the window of a bus that was carrying UFC fighters. I'm Dan Stratford, and this has been your Fantasy Sports Radio Network News Update.
Stay tuned to the Fantasy Sports Radio Network for more updates at the top of every hour.
You're listening to the Fantasy Sports Radio Network.
Hello! And that, my friends, is called
Carton and Friends.
It's actually an entertaining show for you to listen to.
Oh, hello, friends.
For the first time in 6 months.
Welcome back, buddy. It's great hearing you back on the air, man.
Friend, if I may have your attention.
Guess who's back? It's the boy Craig Carton.
Tell your friends, tell your friends. Yo, yo, what's cooking? It's Carton and Friends. Great to have you here on this Friday. 844-843-6879. Mets win, Yankees lose. Of course, there's a lot of other baseball for us to get to at NBA. And, of course, the status of UFC 223. Scheduled for Barclays Center in Brooklyn tomorrow night. But all hell's breaking loose. Another fight has now just been canceled due to a medical issue. I'll get to that in a second. First, though, Maddie's in Long Island on Carton and Friends. Matt, what do you got, kid? Maddie. What's up with you, buddy?
I missed you, man. I missed you. Your entire WFAN career, I was there every day listening to welcome, and it's just glad to have you back, and I'll be listening every day 9 to 1. It's nice to have you back.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you for that.
I just wanted to get on about the Knicks.
Yeah.
I miss hearing you about the Knicks, and you being a diehard Knicks fan, I'm being a diehard Knicks fan. I miss the Heat. I miss the Pacers. I miss good basketball.
Yeah, well, listen, the NBA's changed a great deal in the last decade. The Knicks have not changed with it. There's reports out there now that Hornacek is gone. He probably is. And they're talking about Doc Rivers. And not that I have anything against Doc Rivers, I don't, but Doc Rivers ain't the right answer for the New York Knicks. What the Knicks have to do is be creative and not go with the same old, and try to find a young college-type coach who can reach these young players, can relate to the young players, and come up with a new system for them to play. Plus they got to figure out their deal with Porzingis, who I think is the most overrated Knick maybe since Willis Reed limped on the court, 40 years ago.
I totally agree with that. And all my friends rip me. They tell me Porzingis is the next big thing.
He's not.
He's right there with the Greek. He's right there with the Greek freak and this and that. And I'm so sick of it. He's going to be injured his whole career. And the Knicks are just stuck in irrelevancy. They ruined my basketball fandom. You can't talk about them. You can't watch them. I mean, it's just an absolute mess. And I'm honestly, I'm sick of it.
Yeah, I agree with him 100%. But this is why I have a Western Conference team. That's the Golden State Warriors. So they told the New York Knicks, and that garbage James Dolan has over at Madison Square Garden, which we are in the shadows of, so it does not ruin your basketball season, your NBA fandom. Porzingis is going to be hurt his entire career. I won't say he's overrated. He has a special skill set. He has a special skill set.
He has moments where he can take over a game offensively in spurts. But here's a guy that can't play more than 30 minutes a game. Here's a guy that's always going to be hurt because of his body type.
Yeah, exactly.
And the reality is that because the Knicks are in such bad shape, he's going to hold them hostage.
He might as well move him now. What do you think about Mark Jackson as a head coach?
You know what? Listen, as a New Yorker, I love Mark Jackson.
From the Jackson 5.
From the Jackson 5, as Michelle told us last week.
Yes, my favorite one.
I worry that Mark Jackson
ego.
I think he's crazy.
Yeah, I think he might be too.
I think the whole thing with the religious stuff and the bullhorn on the block somewhere in California.
You don't think he's learned though? He hasn't gotten back into coaching since.
No, listen, I'm a Syracuse guy, but I grew up with Walter Berry and Mark Jackson and Chris Mullin and watching those great St. John's teams. I have a great affinity for those guys. I like Mark Jackson a lot. I'm not sure if Mark Jackson is okay. Maybe he is. He clearly knows basketball. He would clearly be more than accepted by the New York fan base. I've always said that I wanted Patrick Ewing to get the shot. Now, Patrick Ewing has a job, and he's only there for 1 year at Georgetown, and I don't think he's going to leave there now.
Not right now. He's still going to try to build something up right there.
James Dolan hates Jeff Van Gundy, so he's out. He'd never bring him back.
What about
I thought they should have gotten Thibodeau a year ago.
I agree.
But they didn't want to give him more power. I also understand that. I think they probably have the best front office they've had since
the old
man Rivers was there.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know who the right coach. I've thought Jay Wright.
Jason Kidd?
But Jay Wright to me is too he's almost too polished now.
He's too successful where he's at.
Jason Kidd, no. I don't think Jason Kidd would be successful here. I have no interest in Jason Kidd being the Knicks head coach. But if you gave me a great college coach who's aggressive, who had some name recognition and had been successful for a number of years in the college level, I would probably say yes to that.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I'm trying to think who that guy would be. A couple years ago, it would have been Shaka Smart.
Yes.
But he's falling on hard times now, what he's doing. So, I don't know, maybe Mr. Sussman would have somebody in mind. He's still a New York Knicks fan. I'm Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett doesn't excite me. You have to come up with a guy that's going to excite the Knicks fan base, and he's not going to be the guy that's going to excite the Knicks fan base. For a while I thought Calipari would, but he comes with enough baggage that that's a no, and he's not a long-term solution. I think Hornacek is going to get fired.
He should.
I don't want Doc Rivers to be the head coach of the Knicks. He brings nothing special to the table for me. I think the Knicks are rudderless right now. And I think they're going to be that way for a bit.
They've been rudderless for 2 decades.
I know.
That's why you got to be a Warrior fan.
Well, no, you can't just jump. You can't jump ship to the best team in basketball.
When I went to the Warriors, they were not the
fan.
best team in basketball.
None.
When I went to them, they weren't the best team.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't. They were on the rise, but they were not the best team.
Chael Sutton's going to join us coming up, I believe.
How about that?
Talk about the Conor McGregor stuff. We'll get your calls, 844-843-6879. It's Carton and Friends. It's Friday. Everybody's in a good mood, and Michelle's got an update.
Do
Do you love watching your fantasy players score a winning touchdown? Now imagine you actually got to call that touchdown play. The Fan Control Football League is putting play calling in the hands of fans with real professional football players running the action. Visit fcfl.io to learn more.
Join the family at Modell Sporting Goods. Visit your nearest Modell's and sign up for our MVP Rewards program to receive insider deals all year round. Earn points on every purchase when you use your MVP card to earn Modell's cash back. It's our way of thanking you for being a loyal customer. Upon signing up, receive 10% off your purchase and 15% off your next purchase. It's that simple. Plus, new MVPs this month are eligible to win a $500 Modell's gift card. When you gotta play more and pay less, you gotta go to Moe's.
Fantasy Baseball Hour with Al Melchior.
Jake Lamb was placed on the 10-day disabled list with sprained left AC joint. And Devin Marrero, who was acquired not long before opening day, he got the start at third base in place of Jake Lamb. But just bear in mind, if you're looking at this, I think about a Devin Marrero pickup, that's more of a deep league consideration. Even under the best circumstances, over the longer haul, it's going to be probably a lot of Daniel Descalso.
Listen live on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network and on popular podcast providers.
The sun can make your outdoor deck and patio space so hot and uncomfortable you can't use it. But now there's the Sunsetter Retractable Awning. A Sunsetter Retractable Awning opens and closes in just 60 seconds, and it keeps your patio about 20 degrees cooler. It provides instant shade and protection from the sun's harmful rays. You can get your Sunsetter for as little as $5.99 when you call now to get your special $200 discount certificate and free awning idea kit. You're going to love your Sunsetter Retractable Awning. Sunsetter awnings are assembled in America and guaranteed to last for years. So call 800-869-5446 now to get a free awning idea kit with DVD, plus your $200 Sunsetter discount certificate. This is a limited time offer, so call 800-869-5446 now. That's 800-869-5446 for your free awning idea kit with DVD and $200 discount certificate. There's no obligation, so call 800-869-5446 now.
It never gets old.
All right, everyone. 2 truths, 1 lie.
I was going to be on The Real World. I play the oboe. And I saved a kid's life.
You definitely never saved a kid's life.
I'm serious. Last summer, I donated bone marrow to a kid who had leukemia.
Saving a life. The truth is, it's easier than you think. Learn how at dkms.org.
Who knew we were living with a hero?
A hero who plays the oboe.
Okay.
I'm assuming we're on the air right now. I can't hear a damn thing in these headphones. Not to be a bad guy, but I've been saying it since day one. It goes in and out. It's the same headphone box here in front of my left knee, and if we could somehow fix that, that would be fantastic. So I'm holding it now like I've got tinfoil on an antenna and I'm hoping to see TV with. Under the table.
Remember them old black and white TVs? You had to do that too. Put the antenna on it, move the joint this way, move it that way.
We need more tinfoil, Mom. Why? Because we can't get Channel 11 in. Trying to watch Cosmos soccer and Yankee baseball.
You were watching the Mets back then.
What's that?
You watching the Mets now.
I was watching the Mets back then.
That's when you was.
I was still a Met fan. I grew up a diehard Met fan. I've never said I didn't.
You still a Met fan?
No, there's guys that I root for, but my allegiance is, I'm a pinstripe guy now.
You can't even say Yankee.
I even got your boy Scott Engel credentials at Yankee Stadium now.
Oh, you got him hooked up?
That's right. All of a sudden now he can go there on a game-by-game basis.
Who you holler at?
No, it doesn't matter who I holler at.
I just want
to, he's been denied for all these years. He's not allowed to go to Yankee Stadium. As of last night, any game he wants to go to as a credentialed member of the media on my behalf, he's welcome.
The first year we did it, we got into the stadium all the time. Then after that first year, I think after he asked that question to A-Rod, I think that's when they're like, yo, it's a fantasy guy in here. Let's But now he's back in the building. Shout out to the
back.
King.
He's gonna be back in the building. I just need to know what game he wants to go to on my behalf.
Yeah.
And he's got to come back with sound for us and do his thing.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I want to thank the Yankees for giving Scott Engel a pass. There's some weird event going on.
There's a lot going on.
Over
it's like
here.
mega rich people going back there.
I don't think they're rich.
Fancy jacket.
She had like a rabbit jacket in different colors.
Now I seen some other dudes that looked like they had a lot of money going back there. They was all dressed to the nines and stuff. And then like the couple black dudes was back there. They was real nerdy though.
Anyway, Michelle is here. She's got some quick scores for you from yesterday in baseball, including the Yankees and the Mets. But we're more than just a New York show, so we'll go around the league as well, and I'll give you some scores and some highlights from last night, including your 6-1 Boston Red Sox. They're probably your other American League team.
No, I despise the Boston Red Sox.
They beat the Rays in 12 innings last night, 3-2.
So all right, the Yankees lost to the Orioles last night. The Yankees have a team batting average of under 220.
Yes, which is not good for a team that's supposed to be hitting the crap out of the ball frequently. They are not doing that. They are not consistent in any regard. And the New York Yankees right now, I'm going to do this for Corey's benefit.
They played 7 games.
Let me do this just for Corey's benefit real quick. If you check out the standings right now, they're already 2 games out of first place, and they're tied with the Blue Jays behind the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox magic number now, Corey,
is 155.
Is 154. What else, Michelle?
The Mets beat the Nats 8-2. Mike Conforto came off the disabled list to hit a tie-breaking 2-run homer off Steven Strasburg.
There you go. Very good. And there are no longer any winless teams in baseball. There are no undefeated teams in baseball, which is exactly the way baseball wants it. You know, typically only 5, 6, 7 games in, there might be a team that gets off to one of those like 11-0 starts, and oh my God, how come no one thought of this team, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's a team that goes the other way, and they start off 0-9.
Remember that year the Orioles lost their first 24 games?
Something like that, yeah. So every team's got at least one win. Every team's got at least one loss. So from a baseball standpoint, that's actually a good thing. Mm-hmm. What else?
So David Ortiz surprised gymnast Allie Raisman with a Girl Power t-shirt at the Red Sox home opener last night. The pair shouted "play ball" before the game against the Tampa Bay Rays.
There you go. David Ortiz, there's a phrase we use in sports and life, and it's called "get it." David Ortiz gets it. And knowing that he was going to be doing that, I'm sure that was planned, that they were both going to be there to say play ball, and the fact that he was going to be sensitive to the women's power movement and all the disgusting crap that gymnasts went through, I think is great, and shows again he gets it.
I'm a big Poppy fan.
Me too.
Of course you are, but you can't be. You're a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
But I still like Big Poppy. I can still like certain people. I like Big Poppy.
He owned the Yankees.
Manny Ramirez is a Washington Heights guy, so
I'll give you that just based on a New York vibe. I'll give you that.
For him, but I'm a big. I don't have a beef with Big Poppy. I don't.
You can respect him now. His career's over.
Yeah.
But he was a Yankee killer.
No, he really was. No doubt about
Just
that.
go back to 2004. You remember the series where remember when Mariano screwed things up?
I remember that series. That's the series that Met fans always go back to 04. But when you ask them about what happened after 86, they don't remember none of that. But they tend to remember 2004 though.
They remember 2004 and unfortunately 2001 against the Diamondbacks in the World Series. But that of course had a different specter on it because of 9/11.
Exactly.
But yes, Met fans love 2004 when the self-proclaimed idiots down 3-0 came all the way back, and Mariano Rivera lost the cutter, and he wasn't unstoppable anymore. And the only time in baseball history that a team was blown a 3-0 lead was your beloved New York Yankees.
Our beloved New York Yankees.
Did I say your?
Yeah, our beloved New York Yankees.
For some reason, I eliminated myself.
Yeah, I don't understand why you did that.
From that conversation.
Yeah,
What else do you have there, Michelle?
During the pregame festivities at the Twins home opener, an Eagle that was supposed to land on the mound decided to set up shop on Seattle's starting pitcher, James Paxton.
Yeah, if you've not seen this video
it was really crazy. Big.
This video is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like an eagle.
It shows you that you can't trust wild animals, right?
The eagle.
He's a bald eagle. You claim that he's trained. But you can't trust wild animals.
He got away from the holder and he perched himself up on James Paxton's shoulder. Paxton started going crazy, which I don't blame him because I don't want no eagle in my vicinity. I don't want a bald eagle, a Philadelphia eagle.
They're so pretty though.
They're so pretty.
Yeah, they're like really pretty birds.
You're right. They are pretty birds,
Yeah.
but you don't want them on your shoulder, do you?
I mean,
By the way,
what would they do? What would they do if they did?
They might bite you. I don't mind.
They could bite you. The bald eagle's talons are also, or they're like. Let me walk you through. They're like hoofs. They're like feet. They're called talons.
Fingers.
Okay.
They're like. They're in that dude's back.
Yeah.
Like he's like crawling down his back.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I'd want all that.
No, you wouldn't.
But I might want to like pet him, like I said.
Uncle, you might want to pet the head.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, Chris, you can call Chael now, by the way, if you want. All good. He just confirmed that he's awake and he's out west, but he just texted me that his phone is now charged and good to go. So we'll talk to Chael Sonnen here in a bit as well. Listen, if a bald eagle lands on you, the best thing to do is what this guy did, this pitcher did. Don't move. Because as soon as you start,
it's
doing
like a
this,
bee. When a bee comes on you, you're supposed to.
you know what he's gonna do? The bird's gonna react. You go, oh, is that right? Game on. Pip, pip, pip. And you're gonna lose that fight.
Yeah, but see, that's easier. That's easier said than done.
That is a fight you're gonna
landed
lose.
on me. I'd have been like, hey, get this. Hey,
no, and then he's gonna. He could kill you. Them birds.
That bad?
I was watching. They do that show, My Planet. Or Planet Earth. It's called. They did the second run of it this past year. They show these 4 bald eagles. They hunt as a pack. And they're going after this little like squirrel type mouse thing. And the mousy thing hides under a cactus. The 4 bald eagles. Boom.
Yeah, but I'm not a mouse. I'm a big man.
On foot, they corner them.
Yeah.
And them beaks.
But I'm not a squirrel though. I'm a grown.
Have you ever been stabbed?
No. No. Well, she got close. She didn't break the skin.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, these bald eagles, if you start flailing away,
they're gonna start stabbing.
They're
you.
gonna start pecking you.
All right.
I wonder what he would have done if I started trying to pet him.
No, you don't pet them because then the talons they attack.
Oh.
They're vicious animals.
Never
the bald
mind.
eagle.
Be careful.
Yeah.
I know they're very pretty.
Yeah, they are.
And they're our nation's bird.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this right now. You do not want to mess with a bald eagle.
I would guess not.
Good to know for the future.
Or a bald Jewish guy with a yarmulke on.
Why is that?
Because think about what it takes for a bald man to wear a yarmulke and have that yarmulke not move in the kind of winds we've had.
This is true.
That's a bad man right there. You got like a Jewish guy with a yarmulke but a lot of hair, they just pinned that thing in.
Yeah.
If you're a bald guy with a yarmulke that doesn't move,
tape.
That means A, you don't care. B, bring it.
Probably can put a little
The
tape.
yarmulke ain't moving.
You can put tape on that joint, like the tape the females wear when they wear a push-up bra.
Yeah.
You can put the same kind of tape on that.
What kind of tape?
Well, it's not tape you wear if you wear a push-up bra. It's tape you wear if you don't wear a bra. So,
or if you don't wear a bra, so them joints don't flop out. You feel what I'm saying?
No, I understand what you're saying, but I don't know why you put double stick tape under your breasts. Isn't that what the wire bra's for?
I don't have
well,
a breast.
it's shirts you can't wear a bra with.
Oh, do you ever wear a shirt without a bra?
Yeah, not here though.
Coming up, Chael Sonnen. What's up with McGregor? Next, live, Carton and friends.
The sun can make your outdoor deck and patio space so hot and uncomfortable you can't use it. But now there's the Sunsetter Retractable Awning. A Sunsetter Retractable Awning opens and closes in just 60 seconds, and it keeps your patio about 20 degrees cooler. It provides instant shade and protection from the sun's harmful rays. You can get your Sunsetter for as little as $5.99 when you call now to get your special $200 discount certificate and free awning idea kit. You're going to love your Sunsetter Retractable Awning. Sunsetter awnings are assembled in America and guaranteed to last for years. So call 800-869-5446 now to get a free awning idea kit with DVD, plus your $200 Sunsetter discount certificate. This is a limited time offer, so call 800-869-5446 now. That's 800-869-5446 for your free awning idea kit with DVD and $200 discount certificate. There's no obligation, so call 800-869-5446 now.
What's up, everybody? I'm Gabriel Morency. And I'm Cam Stewart, inviting you to join us weekdays at 4 o'clock Eastern on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network as we break down all the big games on a nightly basis. The Tony Sincata joins us. I think he's cheating on his domestic partner, but they don't need to know, and neither does yours. Forget about bowling shoes. We're all about winners. Game Time Decisions Radio with Red Heat and Rage. Weekdays at 4 on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network.
Scout Fantasy Sports.
Kelvin Herrera, who I was invested in heavily last year, and he really disappointed. He looks really good so far. He was cheap in draft because I think people look at the Royals and they're like, oh, this team's going to suck. I don't worry about that when it comes to closers. I was just worried because Herrera didn't take that step up last year. He is a guy, though, that could be traded. If he continues to pitch like this, it's definitely going to have contending teams interested because he's a good arm that could go to the back end of the bullpen.
Weekdays on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network and on popular podcast providers.
The victories begin in January. The Fantasy Sports Writers Association named Roto Experts winners of 2 Prime Fantasy Baseball Awards. Tim McCullough and Scott Engel joined champion fantasy ranker Jake Seeley on the mountaintop, and now their triumphs are yours with the RotoExperts.com 2018 exclusive Edge Fantasy Baseball Package. A full squad of high-profile winners such as Michael Florio and Joe Galena. They're here to help you take it all. Enter code FNTSY at checkout and join the exclusive Edge Winners Club at RotoExperts.com.
With ThermoSpa's unique built-in thermal filtration system, you simply fill it with a garden hose and your water stays crystal clear with very little maintenance. Right now, they're offering 0% APR financing with approved credit and a $1,250 savings coupon. Call ThermoSpas today at 800-603-6422 for your free DVD videos and brochure. That's 800-603-6422. Call 800-603-6422 today to take advantage of 0% APR financing.
All right, welcome back. It's Carton and Friends worldwide. Broadcasting from Studio 34 in New York City. Happy to have a guest on the show today after the McGregor nonsense last night and what that does to UFC 223. Former UFC fighter, but now a heavyweight with Bellator. I actually saw him fight at Madison Square Garden last year, and Chael looked as good as he's looked in a while. He gave himself a nickname about the mouth or something. In any event, Chael used to come on my MMA show, and he and I have stayed in touch over the years. Chael, Craig Carton, I have Michelle to my right, and Corey over here to my left as well. Thanks for joining us this morning. How you been, pal?
I got nowhere better to be. How are you all?
Which is sad. I figured you'd be training and doing something this morning, no?
I'll tell you what, I'm just following the news, man. I'm following this. So the Conor disaster happened. I don't know how to speak you are on this. They just recently, just in the last few minutes, we're going to put Anthony Pettis in. Anthony Pettis could get down to weight. He lost his opponent. Anthony Pettis was supposed to be on the card. He lost his opponent because Michael Chiesa, the opponent in question, has suffered lacerations from the glass that Conor broke when he through the hand truck through the window, and yeah, man, they're shuffling for a main event now. I'm trying to keep up on it.
Yeah, I know they're not going to cancel the event, but if there was ever an event that they should cancel, it's got to be this one. They lost the original main event fight. Now you've got this nonsense. You've got Holloway's been declared medically unfit to fight. You've got the New York State Athletic Commission has pulled, as you just said, Michael's out now. They have no fight. There's nothing left.
They don't. The main event is definitely a question. I'll remind you, and this is a bit of an optimistic view to this, because yes, the card has suffered greatly, but they do have Rose versus Joanna, which is for the World Championship, the rematch in the girls division. So, I mean, there is still a card. I want to say the card had 11 fights in total. They lost 4 in the last 24 hours. So yeah, man, there's definitely some damage to be done. And Craig, I got to tell you this too, because it's very relevant to who you're going to put in, if anybody. The weigh-ins are just about to close. We are 43 minutes away from weigh-ins being closed. So if you do not make weight, you are not even eligible for a card shift.
Right. So in other words, they can't. I'm sure they've talked about it all night last night. The question would be, can you find 2 guys who are preparing to fight anyway, have them make weight in the next 43 minutes, and throw them on the card? But that'd be haphazard too. They're almost gonna be left with, 5 fights. It doesn't matter how many other prelim no-name fighters you want to put in there who might be just local guys that could make weight here. It's a blow. It's a blow to the UFC for sure.
Yeah, and just to speak a little bit clear on the logistics with you, so you would also, in conjunction with making weight, you would also have to be licensed.
Right.
And that's not as simple as a one-page form where you sign and date the bottom and put your fees down. That comes with some pretty expensive medical. So it would have to be the pool to choose from for who is going to step into the main event gets very limited when you consider you must have a license, you must have weighed in. And then if you want to make it a title fight, you must have weighed in at scratch weight, which all of the other guys that are not in title fights are not contractually obligated to do, which leaves you with one choice, which is a gentleman named Paul Felder. He is the only one with a license who weighed in and happened to make a scratch weight of 155. So if they want to keep and preserve the lightweight championship, which is what this is all about, stripping Conor and getting on with the damn division, he's your only choice, as I see it.
Talking to Chael Sonnen, a long-time UFC fighter and commentator with a Bellator now. Part of that, the whole stripping him of the title and all that stuff, I thought a lot of that was for show, since UFC was very supportive of him fighting Mayweather and clearly needs him and wants him, meaning McGregor, to come back and fight as a mixed martial artist again. But I didn't think McGregor's reaction was fake. I thought last night was real.
Oh, last night was very real. Yeah, it was a crime. McGregor's in jail right this second. He's expected in New York courtroom later today to make his plea, which when caught on video will be interesting, should it be anything but not guilty. But, look, it is what it is. I thought there was a little bit of show there, too. What's the old saying? The show must go on. Dana's got to get on with the division. There was enough blame to go around. He sanctioned the Mayweather-McGregor thing, and we all had a lot of fun with it. But it did create a logjam for the guys in the back, the guys that have goals and dreams and they want to get a title. That title's got to be defended at some point. So this weekend really was about that, getting on with it. And now here we are stuck again.
Do you think McGregor will fight again for UFC or no?
I think that he will. I think he's got a lot left. I mean, he's in the gym and training. He's only 28 years old, and then a lot of it is financial. He's a prize fighter. I mean, he's got to fight again for the same reason that Floyd has to fight again, and it's money.
Yeah, I was wondering this. When you come from nothing, as he legitimately did, and then you have an overwhelming amount of money. It's the old Rocky Balboa story, although it's a movie, and that is, the desire changes, the hunger changes, family life changes, the notion of quote unquote, not that he's soft, getting soft comes into play. Did you ever experience that, or did you ever see fighters who you saw change as fighters based on their financial status getting better?
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, what I saw firsthand was a little bit different degree, but they were tied in, and that was just, some of the opportunity. The guy was only as disciplined as his opportunities were. Once people started getting around him, and Vegas is always thought to be a big fight hub of the world, but the truth is, fighters go to Vegas to die as far as their careers go. They're staying out late, they're partying, there's other distractions. And that does largely come with the success and the money. Sugar Ray Leonard said it best when he said it's very hard to wake up in silk pajamas and go run 5 miles in the rain. And it's just true. We don't see very many rich men that can fight.
You put out a tweet last night, and you said, if Irish fighters were so tough, why are they all speaking English?
That's brilliant by me.
Anybody react to that yet or no?
Oh, yeah, and they all got their feelings hurt, right? You've got these recreational offenders that are looking to be offended through somebody's thoughts in 140 characters or less on Twitter. Screw them.
Yeah, I thought it would have been interesting last night, and it would have been great theater if instead of throwing crap at a bus, and then shattering glass and injuring guys that are sitting there minding their own business, if Conor had really lost his mind and started going to like UFC gyms where there's always that one, douchebag in the gym who thinks he can beat everybody up, and went on like a fight spree, but specifically in MMA gyms. That would have been great.
That would have been good TV as far as you said for theater. I appreciate what you said there, Craig, where you said these guys that are sitting there minding their own business, because that really is what happened. Like, yeah, there was an entertainment aspect to it that we really can't deny. It's why the video went viral, and here we are talking about it today. But the other side of it is, if he wants to be a legit tough guy, you don't bring 20 of your buddies to, attack a bus and innocent people. Dana White gave him an opportunity to fight the very guy, Khabib Nurmagomedov, who he allegedly, was trying to assault on that bus. So the whole thing was very bizarre. It was a very gang mentality. It was very underhanded and disappointed, but there's no bravado to it. He had his chance to fight him in a fair fight, and he said no, and that's just what happened.
Yep, no, I agree with you. It's it's like guys that talk tough and they got 7 buddies around them, and there's never the threat of getting in a fight. Now he's different. He's a fighter. He's not afraid to fight. But listen, there's something that is I don't want to say cowardly, but cowardly, when there's a bunch of dudes sitting on a closed bus and you're throwing stuff through windows at them. Because any one of those guys, if given the opportunity, would have been happy to square off and fight if they had to.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, they could have gotten right off that bus. You know, and I'll add this to it when you're talking about the cowardly statement. These guys are cutting weight, significant amounts. They're exhausted. They're tired. They're doing media they're not paid to do and that they don't even want to do. And then you blindside them like that. And you did get innocent people, including the UFC executive Reed Harris, who was sitting on the bus. So, yeah, it was very misplaced anger and aggression. And the reason I'm really speaking about that, Craig, is I have been stunned and disappointed at so many people defending Conor and thinking that this was the right thing to do because he was defending his teammate who the previous day was accosted by Khabib.
Right.
And the silliness of that statement, and as far as the accosting goes, Khabib had about 15 people with him. Conor's teammate was by himself, for those that didn't see the video. And Khabib did not touch him. He had very soft-spoken words with him to the point if you watch the video, you can't even hear what's saying. And then he let him go. That's completely different than bringing weapons into the case and attacking people 20 deep with a gang mentality.
And by the way,
it's not apples to apples.
And if he had an issue with Khabib, he had a chance to fight him, and he could have settled it the way professional fighters settle it. And if he beat him, he could have crowed for the next 6 months. He chose not to.
Hey, and Dana White was on SportsCenter as recently as this morning, and it sounds like Dana's still for making the fight, and Conor still isn't saying, let me have the fight. I think he just wants to come out and act a fool in the public and get a little bit of street cred. And it appears that it worked. I don't know how. It wouldn't work in my neighborhood, but it appears with the dum-dums on the internet, he got somewhere.
Well, you know how it goes. He's a superstar now, so there's a group of people that, if he says jump, they say how high. That's all that is. As soon as, if Nate Diaz drops him again, because I thought he won the second fight as well, that'd be the type of guy that could step in and really end the Conor McGregor fascination. But we know that fight's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Fight history, they're one apiece. Fight history says you go to the rubber match. But I agree with you. I don't think we're ever going to see it.
How about you? I was at your fight at the Garden for Bellator, about 9 months ago now, whatever it was. You have another fight coming up, or are you chilling for now?
No, I do, and I appreciate you being there. So they're doing a heavyweight tournament at Bellator. I was the first round. I beat Rampage, so I advanced to the semifinals, and I'm waiting to find out who my opponent is at the end of this month. Frank Mir and Fedor are going to fight. I'll take on the winner.
Got it. Well, listen, good luck. Always appreciate talking to you. And as you find out who that fight is, if you're coming back to the city, I would love to bring you back on and see you again.
I look forward to it. Kaboom.
Kaboom. Peace out. There's Chael Sonnen, former UFC fighter, commentator, and, of course, now with Bellator. And that's the key thing with Conor McGregor. Everyone talks a tough game. They offered him Khabib. He don't want it. So what do? You attack guys on a bus. We'll move away from UFC a little bit unless you want to chat about it. 844-843-6879. NBA news coming up. Is LeBron back for real? And how about those New York Mets? They're for real. Carton and Friends.
Steiner Sports is the leading memorabilia provider for the New York Yankees, Rangers, Giants, Knicks, and the Brooklyn Nets. Featuring hundreds of items from your favorite athletes, Steiner Sports is your source for the best sports gifts. Go to steinersports.com/box and shop our collection of memorabilia boxes, which include 10 gifts for the price of one. We've made one for each of your favorite teams. Hurry, supplies are limited, and these are some of the best deals we have ever offered. So go to steinersports.com/box today.
In this league.
Your first round talents are 1 through 4 and generally 3 or 4. The rest of the lineup, whatever. They're in the rest of the draft. That's fine after the third round, but you want your best hitters way up there.
I like how on the question, by the way, I said this season, how. The hi-ho. I didn't say how high.
How high?
Yeah.
You're dyslexic.
Hi-ho. Apparently I was dyslexic.
How can this fantasy value go?
Listen live on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network and on popular podcast providers.
Have you written a book and want to get it published? Then call Page Publishing at 800-955-3793 immediately. That's 800-955-3793. Page Publishing is looking for authors of all types of books. And unlike most publishers, Page Publishing will take the time to review each and every book submitted to them and give you their feedback. If they like what they read, they'll get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, the Apple iTunes Store, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets. They handle everything: editing, cover design, copyright protection, printing, publicity, and distribution. So if you've written a novel, children's book, cookbook, inspirational work, poetry, or a biography and want to get it published, then you need to call Page Publishing and do it immediately. Call 800-955-3793 now for your free author submission kit. Again, for your free author submission kit, call 800-955-3793. That's 800-955-3793. Your road to fame and fortune could very well start with this simple phone call. Call Page Publishing at 800-955-3793 for your free author submission kit.
It's popping off.
Between now and Infinity Wars, there are 18 movies in our way. We should take it upon ourselves to watch all 18.
Listen, before we start watching 18 movies, we need to get Ashley to just watch like 8.
That's very true.
But I'm more putting it out there to everyone, not just to Ashley. Like, I'm not ripping
Ashley apart.
I'm not saying, I'm with you. I'm with you. She ripped my toys apart. We should rip her apart. I'm with you.
Hey, I'm pretty.
Am I pretty? Am I pretty?
Watch live on the FNTSY YouTube stream.
Have you ever wanted to have a fantasy expert in the palm of your hand? Or better yet, in the pocket of your khakis? Well, check it out. Now you can. It's the Fantasy Sports Radio Network app. Download it now to your phone, we promise. No weird viruses, no strange tracking things. Just 24 hours a day, 7 days a week of pure fantasy knowledge dropping all over your head. It's the Fantasy Sports Radio Network app. Stop being a weirdo and streaming it online. Get it on your phone. Take it with you everywhere you go.
All right, Conor McGregor's left the police station, of course, in handcuffs for his court appearance. So he'll be released today for sure. On his own recognizance, he'll post some kind of bond or bail. Half of it's misdemeanor. There's one felony criminal mischief charge, which I'm sure will be dropped or reduced. And then it just comes down to whatever civil suits he has, because everyone on that bus will sue him for sure.
No doubt.
And then beyond that, it'll come down to what does Dana White want to do, but you heard Chael there, and that it seems like he would love him to fight tomorrow night, but that's clearly not going to happen. So.
Yo, you think they should get the people that let him in from his website? They had those credentials. They should get their press passes revoked for a couple of events, right?
Oh, They don't think that way. If Conor McGregor shows up at a UFC anything, who's going to? People know who he is.
Yeah, they're not going to stop
right?
him.
And apparently he was like prowling around the place during the press conference yesterday. So he was itching. He was waiting for something. And now you know what it was. I got to imagine dudes were drinking too.
Yeah, no doubt. You know that.
It's very rare for someone to get that angry.
Yeah.
Over something like
anybody
this.
could have been on that bus. It could have been children on. It could have been kids on that bus.
Yeah.
Why do you go there?
Because I wanted to.
There could have been kids on the bus.
Because I'm trying to demonize Conor McGregor.
There was a pregnant woman giving birth on the bus.
and it flew through, and then something bad happened.
I did like
but you never know, though. I'm serious.
There might have been orphans on that bus.
Hey, Craig, what if Michelle was on the bus with Nick Diaz and she got hurt? Then it'd be trouble.
Yeah,
yes.
right.
By the way, what if the Japanese play-by-play announcer who did the Ohtani home run call
was on the bus?
Was on the bus describing the action as it went down.
Oh, he's mad at Conor.
That's why Conor threw the thing out.
No,
You told me to do what?
No, that's after he got cut. After he got cut.
This is the actual, apparently this is such a big story, and MMA fighting is so big overseas. Here's the sound of the foreign broadcast call of the McGregor bus incident.
You all right, Mike?
Oh.
Mike, you okay? No, he's bleeding. Get on, I can't see. Yo, we gotta get a medic.
Oh, there's a lot going on in the Barclays Center yesterday.
I think it's great. There's no other reason to talk UFC ever these days.
No.
Unless you start dating the Diaz brothers again. Then we'd have something to talk about, right?
I guess so.
By the way, you have, when are we going to call him?
We'll call him at like 11:30.
His time. So 12:30 our
hour
time.
time. Yeah.
We'll call Nate Diaz.
Well, I don't have Nate's number.
Nick Diaz.
Yeah,
So we're going to call Nick Diaz. Excuse me.
Mhm.
We're going to call Nick at 12:30 our time.
Yes.
Nick is very good friends. Just friends. Nothing more. Just friends. You
I
understand?
think it probably was something more.
Just friends.
We're going to leave it at that?
Michelle's
We're gonna
got
leave
some
it at that. We're
sports
gonna
for
leave
us
it at
quickly.
that.
What do you got, Michelle?
Jordan Spieth shot 66 for the Masters and has a 2-shot lead after first round.
Okay, and what's more important than Jordan Spieth finally refining his golf game yesterday is, of course, who is he ahead of? Who's the golfer that is only 2 strokes back after the first round? And I will get a live update here in a second. Corey's checking it out now. But after round 1, who is the golfer in second place?
Tony Finau.
And why is he relevant?
Because he dislocated his ankle the day before, and he's
There you
still
go.
in
Look at
second
this.
place. That's pretty
Because
gangster.
dislocated the ankle, we talked about it,
Popped it into
back
place,
in,
walked off
with his
wobbled a
family,
little. Yeah.
went to the the medical staff. They did a quick X-ray, said there ain't nothing broken. Tape it up. Shot a 4 under par.
Shot a 4 under par.
That's a
came in
man
second.
right there.
And Tony Finau, he's doing his thing too. So shout out to him for that. Doing better than my boy Patrick Cantlay. I think Michelle's the employee of the week.
Why is that?
Because of the way she just put it all together just now. We're seeing progress daily.
Yeah.
I think she's the employee of the week.
Good.
Well, listen,
I like
we
that.
still have 2 hours to go on the show.
This is true.
And until the week's over, I will not announce who our employee of the week is.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's not going to
I'm
happen
voting
yet.
for
I
Michelle.
went to a
Plus,
barbershop yesterday.
she's got 2 more hours to mess up. She might tell me that.
It's very likely.
She might tell me that Jack Nicklaus is coming out of retirement to play golf again. Certainly possible. Now, one of the huge moments in yesterday's first round, defending champion Sergio Garcia is trying to hit a little iron shot onto one of the greens. Now, the Masters is notorious. They cut the grass on the greens as short as possible, and it's very slick. One of the former golf announcers, I think it was Gary McCord was his name, referred to this particular green once as being as slick as bikini wax. The Masters fired him. They didn't want anything involved with Augusta being compared to bikini wax, and he's banned from the Masters.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So Sergio Garcia hits a beautiful shot. It's a nice big arcing shot. It lands on the green, literally a couple feet away from the hole, and it's got a little backspin on it, but it's like the perfect golf shot. But because that green is so slick, the ball rolls, picks up speed, and starts going down a hill into the water.
Okay.
He has a choice now. Because the ball went over the water and landed, he can drop a ball, take a penalty, and drop a ball on the green side of the water, pitch up, putt in, take a bogey, and go on to the next hole.
Keep pushing.
Sergio Garcia says, how do you say no in Spanish?
No, it's the same.
Great,
as
thank you for that.
It's the same as English. I know that one very well.
That was good.
Just want to make
You
sure.
probably don't
Yeah.
get too many no's, though.
I just want to make sure that I have that
I
right.
give too many no's.
Oh, you give
Yes.
a lot of no's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
good.
hey, mommy, no.
Yeah, all right,
That's
good.
me walking down Jersey City.
You say no a lot more than you say yes.
Yes.
When's the last time you said yes? Doesn't matter. None of our business.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. All right? Yesterday. Okay.
Who was that?
Here's the deal. All
Yeah.
right? What happens is this.
Yeah.
Sergio says in Spanish,
No.
no, I'm going again. And he drops the ball down. He takes out the same club, hits the same exact shot. It lands a couple feet from the hole. It's like the perfect golf shot. Backspin, rolls past the hole, goes down the hill, into the water. What does he say after that shot?
The F word?
No. He drops another ball.
Okay.
Hits the same shot, same result. He takes another ball. Same shot, same result. There was a movie with Kevin Costner and Rene Russo called Tin Cup, in which this amateur golfer qualifies for the U.S. Open, and he has a shot that no one else on the tour can make, and the little dust of wind comes, and it goes and hits the green, rolls back in the water, and he keeps hitting it. Now, golfers are only allowed to have 6 balls with them.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, I remember that. from
Okay?
before.
6 balls is the maximum amount of golf balls you can have in your bag.
Yes.
If you run out of golf balls, you're out of the tournament. Listen to how it played out. Play it, boys.
That's not going to stop. You know, I don't mean to be comical here, but we only carry 6 balls ordinarily out on the golf course.
I keep losing the audio in my headphones here, boys. So the long story short is he finally gets to the last ball.
Okay.
All right.
The
And
sixth one.
he takes a 13 on that hole, which means he has no chance to win the Masters
It's
now.
over.
But here's what I love about it. If I'm the guy golfing, I just hit the perfect golf shot, right? The fact that they mow the lawn in some fugazi way so that my balls keep running into the water, I'm going to keep hitting it until that sucker stays on the damn green. I actually respect that.
I took the penalty and kept it pushing. You live to fight another day.
You're more...
I'm a you live to fight another day guy.
I'm not.
I'm a you live to fight another day guy.
I empty the weapons while I got them right now. And if I empty them and I hear click, click, and now I'm dead, I go, you got to do this. It's got to be Tony Montana style. Say hello to my little friend.
Why would you unload the clip on Thursday?
Because
you unload the clip on Thursday. Now you got nothing to play for the rest of the week.
It's on principle. You got to be a man of principle. I just hit a perfect golf shot. The golf course should not rob me of the birdie opportunity.
Yeah.
Screw you, Masters. I drop another
This
ball.
is the Augusta National. Just keep it pushing and play through the weekend. You done brought your family and kids and out there. No, he got to get a jacket away to somebody at the end of the week.
You're very mature about it.
That's very...
I do not have that level of maturity at all.
You want to cause a scene. You want to be Conor McGregor.
Say goodnight to the bad guy.
You want to be Conor McGregor.
No. That's stupid.
All right.
But that's just a guy that's out of control. I just hit a perfect golf shot. My balls should be in the cup or near the cup, and I should have a chance to now putt for birdie, right?
Nope.
And
because your balls is in the water.
No, my balls shouldn't be wet.
No, your balls are in the water.
My balls should be
The truth of the matter is your balls are in the water. If your balls are in the water, what are you going to do? You can go and say, oh, my balls shouldn't be wet. That's your business if you have wet balls.
I don't want wet balls. And if I play my balls correctly, my balls should be dry.
Listen.
And I tell you, look, my balls were used appropriate.
No, your balls were used wrong because your balls ended up in the cup.
No, the fact is the playing surface was wrong. My balls was right.
Yo, your balls, you should have known that was a slick area for your balls.
I know it was slick. My balls were aware of the slickness. My ball was like, I'm going to land here. This is a safe place to land. Next thing you know, my ball's underwater.
Your balls are just floating downhill.
Yeah,
sliding.
That's what pisses me off about the Masters, is that you hit the great golf shot, and now your balls are wet.
But this is not your first time doing this. You've had
that I'll give you.
You've had this experience before with your balls.
That I will acknowledge. You are experienced with the balls. Michelle?
No.
Okay.
No what?
I've never played with balls before.
You never played with balls before. Interesting.
I never golfed before.
Oh, you never golfed before. That's more like it.
I want to give you enough room there. I don't want to interrupt you. I want to let you get to where you need to get to. Of course, Michelle's wearing her Masters green outfit today.
I like that.
My green
in honor
dress.
of Augusta.
Green jacket, yeah.
Augusta.
But apparently, it's like a little bit of like a deeper green than this.
What is?
The green jacket.
The green jacket's a little darker.
It's it starts with a P. It's like Pat something.
I don't know. There's an actual different.
Yeah,
there's a variation of green.
Yeah.
All right. By the way,
I'm sure somebody on.
Does anybody on our entire staff right now, even you guys down on the fourth floor, does anybody know why they give away a green jacket? Do you know the history of that?
No, we don't. We've been waiting for this for a while. By the way, your balls looked good in the air. I mean, when they were in the air, they looked good from here.
Your balls did look nice.
Well, listen, I appreciate that. Like I've said, my balls, and I don't want to talk too much street lingo here, they always come correct.
What's wrong with street lingo? That was actually pretty good. I'm on the computer. That's why I didn't react as quickly as I should.
844-843-6879. I want to tell you about the green jacket.
Oh, wow.
Do you guys know who Bobby Jones is?
No
The gospel dude from BET?
Not the gospel guy from BET.
Oh, my bad.
Bobby Jones is one of the great golfers of all time.
Okay.
He had a great style about him, too. So,
Do we have a college?
Bobby Jones?
Yeah.
Did he what?
Do we have a university college named after
No,
him?
we do
Different
not.
guy. Okay.
No. Bobby Jones was in Royal Liverpool. They love Harry Potter, okay? And he noticed that the captains at Royal Liverpool wore red jackets. So Bobby Jones, who some people think is like a co-founder of the Masters, like the Masters only exist because of Bobby Jones, he came back and he told his fellow co-founder, a guy named Cliff Roberts, that they're all wearing red jackets. Well, they don't want to copy everything.
Yeah.
So rather than wear red, they started wearing green.
Okay.
And all the executives of the golf course during any major tournament would all walk the course wearing a green jacket so that you knew who was a member and who wasn't. You can credit Bobby Jones as the inventor of the green jacket. And here's a quick trivia question for you. When you go out to lunch today and you're throwing beers back and talking about the Mets and the Yankees and Conor McGregor, the first man to win a Masters and rock the green jacket, his name was Sam Snead. And that's one to grow on.
Steiner Sports is the leading memorabilia provider for the New York Yankees, Rangers, Giants, Knicks, and the Brooklyn Nets. Featuring hundreds of items from your favorite athletes, Steiner Sports is your source for the best sports gifts. Go to steinersports.com/box and shop our collection of memorabilia boxes, which include 10 gifts for the price of one. We've made one for each of your favorite teams. Hurry, supplies are limited, and these are some of the best deals we have ever offered. So go to steinersports.com/box today.
We're talking trash.
Sweet, sweet trash.
Are you an amusement park guy?
Not really. I do like water slides. I'm a fan of water slides, but this will always be in the back of my head.
I will now not go on a water slide. I'm going to get decapitated. It's supposed to be fun going on a ride.
I have a hard time at carnivals because I keep thinking that the guy that put this ride together was high, and he didn't graduate from high school. The nuts and bolts, he probably missed one or two. And I'm thinking I'm going to be down the street before the night's over.
Listen live on the FNTSY Radio Network and on popular podcast providers.
The RotoExperts.com exclusive Edge Fantasy Baseball Package for 2018 is here and better than ever. Packed with a deluxe suite of articles from our award-winning analysts, this year's edition also features a brand new Slack channel, an improved cheat sheet generator, and our most accurate projections ever. We take you from draft day to championship week. Enter promo code FNTSY at checkout for a discount on your RotoExperts.com exclusive Edge Fantasy Baseball Package.
What's up, everybody? I'm Gabriel Morency. And I'm Cam Stewart, inviting you to join us weekdays at 4 o'clock Eastern on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network as we break down all the big games on a nightly basis. The Tony Sincata joins us. I think he's cheating on his domestic partner, but they don't need to know, and neither does yours. Forget about bowling shoes. We're all about winners. Game Time Decisions Radio with Red Heat and Rage. Weekdays at 4 on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network.
Calling all drivers. Want a career that will take you places? Then Coach USA and Megabus is the place for you. Coach USA and Megabus, leaders in the local and intercity bus transportation industry, are looking for career-minded, conscientious drivers with a valid CDL Class A or B license with passenger endorsement. They offer paid training, competitive salary, and many benefits. Apply now and start driving to a better future. Visit CoachUSA.jobs. That's CoachUSA.jobs.
Thanks. I think someone has a crush on you.
Okay, who?
Let's make a game of it. One of these is a lie. He's 6'4". He collects stuffed exotic birds. He spends his free time trying to save lives.
Are you talking about Kevin?
Yeah! He's a registered bone marrow donor. Last week he got a call. He might be a match.
He's so cute. Oh, he is.
You could be a life-saving match for a patient with blood cancer. Learn more at dkms.org.
Oh, you missed that? Well, here it is.
Here's what you missed on Carton and Friends.
To be fair and to be honest, I don't know exactly what the show is. It's going to develop itself because we have two great personalities sitting in the room with me, and my job is to allow you guys to shine and let those personalities come out. You know who I am, you know what I do. As a show, though, we are new. So I appreciate everyone's patience as we get to know each other and we start doing this on a regular basis. I will promise you a few things. Number one, this show is never going to become a straight, boring two dudes yelling at each other about sports. It's garbage radio. It's garbage TV. Nobody likes it. Nobody wants it. If you're not entertained or pushed to feel an emotion by what people are doing on a broadcast, then those people aren't good at what they do. There are going to be days when you hate us. There's going to be days when you love us. But I guarantee you, in between those 2 days, you're going to be entertained, and it's going to be a fun listen and a fun watch for you. So anything you knew about Corey beforehand, or Michelle, or me, know that collectively, we get it. The job for us is to come in every day with a smile on our faces and make you happy and talk about things that are relevant to you. We have a great team that's a floor beneath us right now.
Yep.
We got a couple of Mikes. We got a Chris.
We got a Greg. We got a Nando.
We got a team. And those guys are busting their ass to make sure that we look good, we sound good, and that you have access to all this content. We are going to get a lot of things wrong. I promise you that. We're going to make mistakes along the way. We're going to make content mistakes. We're going to have technical mistakes. We're going to screw things up. But the one thing we're never going to do is lie to you. We're always going to be here as an extension of you, the sports fan, the entertainment fan, whether that be in Calgary, here in New York, down in Florida, wherever you get to watch the show from. I'm getting text messages from Hollywood right now, from Nebraska. We're just going to do our thing and hope that you not only enjoy it, but that you tell your friends about it. The idea is for this also to be successful, to warrant the company that made an investment in the studio and in us as talent, that they see that investment back. So I can only say thank you. Those of you that have covered this today, those of you that have watched this today, I know there's going to be a lot of criticism coming my way. I can handle it. If you have something bad to say it about me. Let Corey and let Michelle get used to doing this, and then you can always make fun of them at some other point. Right now, it's about us coming together as a team and having fun.
Does your fantasy team suck? Maybe you need us, the Fantasy Sports Radio Network, the only free 24/7 Fantasy Sports Radio Network.
Fantasy Sports Radio Network. News update.
In baseball, Irvin Santana hopes to be cleared to resume a throwing program during a checkup in New York next week. He's coming back from a finger injury for the Twins. Brewers general manager David Stern said Thursday that Christian Yelich is considered day-to-day with an oblique injury. Corey Knebel left Thursday's game against the Cubs with a hamstring injury. Knebel collapsed to the ground after throwing a pitch and immediately began holding his left hamstring. Diamondbacks GM Mike Hazen said Steven Souza could return by the end of the team's current road trip or at the beginning of Arizona's next homestand. He's dealing with a pectoral injury suffered during spring training. Alex Cobb could make his Orioles debut on Monday or Tuesday against the Blue Jays. Cobb allowed 1 run over 5 innings in a simulated game on Wednesday. He signed late in spring training with the O's. In the NBA, Damian Lillard plans to play on Saturday against the Spurs. Coach Terry Stotts also said he, quote, would hope so that Damian Lillard will play before the season ends. Jimmy Butler made his way to the active roster for the Timberwolves on Thursday night, but he didn't see any game action in the loss to the Nuggets. Cavs swingman Andre Iguodala said he feels confident that he will play on Saturday versus New Orleans. In the NFL, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter on Thursday, the Patriots are signing former Bills wide receiver Jordan Matthews to a 1-year deal. Matthews was limited to 10 games for Buffalo in 2017. And the Texans signed quarterback Joe Webb to a 1-year, $1.1 million contract. And according to multiple reports, the Patriots are signing former Bills wide receiver Jordan Matthews to a 1-year deal. Matthews was limited to 10 games for the Buffalo Bills in 2017. Matthews was traded from the Eagles to the Bills last summer. And MMA star Conor McGregor has been charged with 3 counts of assault and 1 count of criminal mischief. The New York Police Department told reporters McGregor stormed a UFC press conference at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, and threw a chair at a UFC bus with passengers on board. I'm Dan Strafford, and this has been your Fantasy Sports Radio Network News Update.
Stay tuned to the Fantasy Sports Radio Network for more updates at the top of every hour.
You're listening to the Fantasy Sports Radio Network.
Hello! And that, my friends, is called
Carton and Friends.
It's actually an entertaining show for you to listen to.
Oh, hello, friends.
For the first time in 6 months.
Welcome back, buddy. It's great hearing you back on the air, man.
Friend, if I may have your attention.
Guess who's back? It's the boy Craig Carton.
Tell your friends, tell your friends. All right, here we are. 11:03. Nice job, Christy Bones. Welcome. Carton and Friends, Fantasy Sports Network. Twitter, Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. We'll also have, I'm told, next week an announcement about some syndication of the program and maybe some simulcasting of the program as well.
Oh, okay. That should mean more.
Sorry about that?
That should mean more then.
That should be more what?
Money.
No. I mean, remember where you work. No.
Well, somebody will see it.
No more money. It's just more access.
Yeah, all right.
But the reaction has been quite awesome. So I'm appreciative of those companies who know who they are that have already agreed to now carry the show. So I'm looking forward to that. The phone number for you to join us, 844-843-6879. Jack is in New York City on Carton and Friends. Jack, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good, Carton. Greggy, welcome back. I'm so freaking happy you're back on the air. You have no clue. I can't wait till you get on a regular station so I can listen to you in my car. But I wanted to wish you luck and take care of it. I hope everything's working out fine with you. And I'm just so super stoked for you to be back, man, bro. Kill it, all right?
Well,
kill it. Don't stop what you're doing.
I appreciate it very much, Jack. And you can listen to us in the car, as you know. It's the same as listening on the radio. It's just a different way to get to it. But I appreciate that sentiment very much, and it means the world to me. So thank you for the call.
We got to do a how-to, right? See, a lot of people
I get asked every day.
Yeah.
We love that you're back. We read that you're back. How come we can't hear you?
See, the thing about it is, right, the App Store is not on the 5th floor at the mall. The App Store is actually on your telephone if you have an iPhone device. You go in the App Store, and whether you want to do TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, or the FNTSY app, you pop it up, right? You download it right to your phone, and then when you get in the car, you turn on your Bluetooth, and through the Bluetooth, it will actually broadcast the show, and you can listen to it while you're driving to work and around the city and hanging and banging and stuff like that.
Hey, guys, later today, if we can, at the very end of the show, we're going to record a quick how-to video.
Yeah.
And Corey's going to do it. All right?
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, you seem to have a total handle on it.
Yeah, no, I got it. I have no problem.
Step 1.
Yeah.
Turn your phone on.
Turn the phone on.
Step 2, go to the App Store.
Go to the App Store.
Step 3, download any one of these very popular applications.
There you go right there.
Step 4.
Go to settings.
Open application up.
Yep.
Step 5. Type in Craig Carton. Step 6. Go to settings.
Turn on your Bluetooth. At that point, sync your Bluetooth with the Bluetooth in your automobile. You go back, you hit play on the app, not on the Bluetooth. And the next thing you know, we're in your car, and you're going to work with us, and let's talk about the balls in the water.
Among other things. That's exactly right. Among other things.
Here,
so, by
Craig
the way,
pretend to be a Yankee fan.
You know full well that my allegiances have changed greatly. They've gone from the New York Mets to the New York Yankees. Everyone's aware of that. I do have deep-seated relationship as a fan with the Mets.
Yeah.
That goes back to my my childhood.
Okay.
But a few years ago, I did start the Church of Met Fans for Yankees because I got, frankly, tired of having nothing good in my sports life.
No doubt. My
baseball season always ended early. I don't care about hockey. My basketball season, let's be honest, ends by Christmas every year these days, right?
Yep.
Adults don't watch soccer unless their kids are playing it, right? Football-wise, I'm a Jet fan. I had 2 cracks at it with Rex Ryan and Mark Sanchez.
I love those
got
teams.
the 2 AFC championship games.
Fun teams.
And then my defense didn't show up in the first half against Pittsburgh back in 2011. And what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I look for something that's pure, something that's right in life, something that never wavers. I found Yankee baseball. My life's been better ever
since. There you go right there. And, it's funny. I hate to bring this up and go back in time. I remember that Jet AFC championship game. I think they played the Colts. And your boys, Joe and Evan, went out there, took a road trip out there in a car. Yeah,
yes,
I remember.
They should not pay for them to go.
Yes, I remember that.
Because
I was like, how come they going in the car? They work for WFAN.
Well, because WFAN back then only cared about 2 shows.
Okay.
Yes. And the old thing was, if you want to go,
sure,
you could go.
Yeah.
And find a place to broadcast from. But if you're going to go, you're going to go on your own.
Yeah.
We're not going to pay the $500 to fly you there, nor are we going to pay for your hotel. So they drove out there themselves, stayed at a Motel 6, and drove back.
Noble.
By the way, I had great respect for that.
Yeah, no doubt.
If you want to be at an event, go. Ain't nobody stopping you from going.
I feel you, but I just was like, why they just didn't send them out there? I don't know, but it's not my thing.
That's the way it used to work.
Yeah.
Yes, and I didn't want to go, so we didn't go.
So if you would have wanted to win, it would have been bells and whistles.
I was a bells and whistles guy.
Okay.
I didn't ask for the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
They like to provide the bells and whistles.
All right, no doubt.
Yes, we are very big on bells and whistles. Bells
At that
and whistles.
point between
bells and whistles. Remember, I sat on a plane wearing an adult diaper to go out to Arizona for the Giants-Patriots first Super Bowl.
Why'd you have to wear a diaper?
I had hemorrhoid surgery.
Oh.
I had a hemorrhoidectomy, and I was still leaking. And the odor was so bad, it would have evacuated the plane at 30,000 feet. And I sat there in coach next to Al Dukes and my wife, and I was like a little bitch in the corner. And I got restless leg. I can't. It's terrible.
Must have been uncomfortable.
If I had stood up, there would have been a mid-air collision. Carton.
Steiner Sports is the leading memorabilia provider for the New York Yankees, Rangers, Giants, Knicks, and the Brooklyn Nets. Featuring hundreds of items from your favorite athletes, Steiner Sports is your source for the best sports gifts. Go to steinersports.com/box and shop our collection of memorabilia boxes, which include 10 gifts for the price of one. We've made one for each of your favorite teams. Hurry, supplies are limited, and these are some of the best deals we have ever offered. So go to steinersports.com/box today.
Game time decisions.
The media in today's day and age, the society that we live in now, is look what this guy did. Oh, look, Odell Beckham smoking a blunt. Oh, Michael Phelps smoking a bong. Oh, Serena Williams said this about somebody. Popovich said this about Trump. Trump said this about someone. It's a snowflake era right now in which people wake up every day looking to about something and put somebody down.
Weekdays, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, only on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network.
Hello, friends. If you want to win at Fantasy Sports, wouldn't you listen to people who have already won at Fantasy Sports? I'm going to tell you about DailyRoto.com. Don't be intimidated by the DraftKings and FanDuel Sharks, even the Fantasy Draft Sharks. The guys at DailyRoto.com have not only won $1 million amongst one of the writers, but they've created 3 others. That's 4 people who have won millionaire contests from this content alone. Don't be fooled by screenshots talking about $25,000 winners from other places. Go to DailyRoto.com where they have a proven track record of creating millionaires. DailyRoto.com. Tell them Greg Sussman sent you.
In this league.
Your first round talents are 1 through 4 and generally 3 or 4. The rest of the lineup, whatever. They're in the rest of the draft. That's fine after the 3rd round, but you want your best hitters way up there.
I like how on the question, by the way, I said this season, how. The hi-ho. I didn't say how high. I just
how high?
Yeah.
You're dyslexic.
Hi-ho. Apparently I was dyslexic.
How can this fantasy value go?
Listen live on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network and on popular podcast providers.
Calling all drivers. Want a career that will take you places? Then Coach USA and Megabus is the place for you. Coach USA and Megabus, leaders in the local and intercity bus transportation industry, are looking for career-minded, conscientious drivers with a valid CDL Class A or B license with passenger endorsement. They offer paid training, competitive salary, and many benefits. Apply now and start driving to a better future. Visit CoachUSA.jobs. That's CoachUSA.jobs.
Be sure to check out BSO Live with me, Robert Littal, on all of your popular podcasting sites, as well as BlackSportsOnline.com. We're going to be talking about the things that nobody else is talking about. Well, everybody's talking about, but not like me. Sports, entertainment, culture, video games, comic books. We have it all. So be sure to check out BSO Live on all of the podcasting sites at BlackSportsOnline.com.
What is this? This sound like, what is this? Is this B? It is B.
Anse?
Yeah.
Michelle's here. She's got an update for you. Let me just give you a quick Masters update first, if that's okay with everybody.
Okay.
Jordan Spieth has just teed off a few moments ago, so he's still in the lead at 6 under. Okay. Matt Kuchar is -4. Tony, how do you pronounce his last name?
Tony Finau.
Say it again.
Spieth is 2 over now. He's -4.
Spieth is now -4. Boy, the CBS website blows. Hold on a sec.
Tony Finau is -3, tied for third, and Matt Kuchar is -4 through 2. He's already going around.
So Matt Kuchar, no, he's not going to round.
I mean, he's already
2 holes.
2 holes, yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't played the round. It's just like 10 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. He's
no,
through
Michelle,
2.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Don't do that.
Michelle, jump all over. You should get on his case. He hit through nothing but 2 holes.
Go ahead, Michelle. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, Michelle, would you like to say something to Corey or no?
It was you.
What did I do?
You said, okay, Michelle.
No, I said to him. Even when I'm helping you.
He's telling you. You're on the same team.
I was pretending that he. Do you see what I did?
Yeah. Yes.
Now,
I get it.
now then you attack me. I'm on your side.
Me and Craig are on the same team.
That's exactly. We're on this team. You're
exactly.
That's why
I said,
you're one of the
Michelle,
bleacher creatures.
Yes, you're right. That's why I'm in the bleacher creatures.
We're sitting here.
Yeah, for a reason.
Yes.
Because we're on the same team. You can't be trusted.
No doubt.
First, that guy from Ohio, you took his side against me day one.
I did not take his side.
Messed up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now
You
you're
did. You took
you're not
his side.
accepting me as a Yankee fan, calling me a Met fan.
I know. I've heard this act before.
Strike 2, and now look what's happening over the Masters.
Yeah.
Can't be trusted.
Matt Kuchar
right now can't be trusted.
2 holes.
He has now played 20 holes of golf. He is -4. Spieth has played his first hole today. He obviously double bogeyed it, so he is -4. Finau, how do you pronounce it? Finau?
Tony Finau.
Finau?
Yeah.
Finau is a +1 today. So it appears that the course is already harder today. And your boy Phil Mickelson, old lefty, is 1 under par through 2 today. He is a 1 shot off the lead, as they say. Hello, friends, in golf terms. Anyway, for the rest of sports, what do we got?
All right. I don't even know where to begin with this UFC 223. Let's go back a week. So just to explain this. All right, so Khabib Nurmagomedov and Tony Ferguson were scheduled to fight. That was the main event.
This was a big deal fight, by the way.
This was the most highly anticipated fight of the year so far.
No doubt, because it would crown a new champion. It would take McGregor's title away. And then you'd have the obvious fight of McGregor versus the winner.
Yes.
Now, you guys who don't follow this, I'm going to tell you, here's a human interest story. And I know we have video of it. So if you guys downstairs can play the video while I'm talking about it, that would really be fantastic. And Chris, if you have the audio of it to go with it, that would be great.
And this is exactly why Khabib is my favorite fighter right now.
Khabib was a kid.
He's a gangster.
He was a total gangster as a child. Now, where's he from?
As a 9-year-old. He's from Russia.
Russia.
All right,
you come to Mother Russia, you learned how to be man.
All right, they gangbang in Russia. Okay.
They gangbanging Russian.
All right.
This is what we do.
Yeah.
You want to be tough boy?
Yeah.
You want to be man? You come to backyard with Papa. All right. So Khabib, I think it was his dad.
Yeah.
Khabib's father takes him out to the backyard. Okay. I have it. I'm gonna play this for you. He takes him to the backyard. Okay. You going to be tough.
Yes.
I no raise, no pansy.
Yeah.
You boy, you a penis. You tough. Okay? You going to be tough.
It'll make it bigger.
You going to be tough. My boy go out to the world. You going to learn how to fight. So, your boy, Khabib, how do you pronounce his last name?
Khabib Nurmagomedov.
That's Russian?
Nurmagomedov.
Nurmagomedov.
Okay.
Nurmagomedov.
Nurmagomedov.
Khabib Nurmagomedov.
You don't say my name right, I break you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Don't break me, please.
You understand? I break you.
Mr. Nurmagomedov.
Do not make me break you, because I break you. So
Nurmagomedov, present.
Once again interrupting me. His father has a bear, an actual bear. Now, it might be like a young bear.
Yeah, it is, but still, he's a 9-year-old.
He's got a bear, and the bear does have like a dog collar on it, but ain't nobody stopping the bear. And Khabib wrestles the bear.
At 9 years old.
At 9 years old.
This is urban legend.
No, there's a video proving it.
The video is from September of 1997. Now, I hope I have the right one here. They do play-by-play of him wrestling the bear.
Yeah.
All right? Let me see if I have this. All right, guys? Here we go. Listen to this. Khabib. Bear wrestling. This is not the one with the right audio. So hold on 1 second. There's a few videos out there of it. I will find it. All right?
It was on Robin Black's Twitter.
Robin Black's Twitter.
Yes.
All right, hold on now.
I got it right here. This is dangerous. What is these people?
He's
crazy.
wrestling
they're crazy,
a bear.
right?
Hold on, Robin Black. Hey guys downstairs, get Robin Black's Twitter. Right?
This bear could eat this baby. This bear could eat this little boy alive. What the hell are they doing out there?
The bear could have eaten the boy alive. I have it right here. Listen to this, okay? You ready? This is fantastic. This is better than the Japanese
Takedown,
call.
Habib Nurmagomedov versus Bear. Epic contest between the two. Habib tenaciously chasing that single leg. Will post onto his left foot to elevate himself. Now executes the chest pressure takedown beautifully. Ref stands him back up. He will dive in on the low single. Now with the ref looking on, he will tap the right leg.
Now, by the way, the ref is his brother.
Yeah.
His brother's like
dude.
11 years old.
Yeah, it's another little dude.
But if you guys have the video, take it off Robin Black MMA. Robin Black MMA. It's we're getting it from his from Robin Black's Twitter account. It is one of the greatest videos you've ever seen.
It really is.
And you have like the guy doing it. He's like doing MMA announcing.
Yeah, it's like watch. It's going to be better than any fight at 223.
Right? It's better than any fight at 223.
This is true.
Right? Listen.
Work to the double leg, and now he will look to pass to Mount. Young Habib looking to pass to Mount, but hey, how about this? Awesome! The bear with the high rotating underhook and the outside knee tap. Classic George St. Pierre takedown. Beautifully executed by Bear, but Habib would get it back. Here he will scoop from the elbow and rotate himself all the way around. Now trying to hit that switch with the deep reach in here. Continue the rotation. Bring that leg to his sternum.
You guys have Robin used to work here. I was unaware of that. In any event, I'd never seen this before until Michelle brought it to my attention. So I don't care if it's been done before, anyone else has shown it before. Cuz is wrestling a bear. And now he's a grown man who wants to fight McGregor and anybody else in his way. Could you imagine your old man saying to you,
no,
I take you outside to the streets of Harlem.
No.
The first bear we see, you fight the bear.
No, it's not going to happen, Pops. It'll be wrestle a crackhead.
No.
And he's undefeated, so it must have worked. It was
I teach you how to wrestle bear. Next comes giraffe. Because giraffe have long neck.
Yes.
Hard to accommodate.
Yes.
And then we go to yak. Dude, if you could, like, wrestle...
Wait a minute. This dude does not work for us, Robin Black.
He used to. He used to work for Fight Network.
Oh, that's different.
That's when Anthem Media used to have ownership of this company.
Yeah, I met him before.
He worked here?
Yeah, I don't know at Fantasy Sports Network, but he worked with Fight Network.
Where'd you meet him at? In this building?
Yeah, in this building. We were filming Foul Territory. I was talking to him for a while.
Well, there you go. I'm sure he's a lovely fella.
I probably was out doing something more important.
I fight bear. Let me get back to what I'm here for.
Sorry.
To fight the bear. You talk Robin Black all you want. Okay, but like I remember, my grandfather won the Golden Gloves twice as a middleweight here in New York. And he died well before I was born. But my dad had these oversized gloves for us. We had a speed bag and a heavy bag in our basement. And on Friday nights, my dad I'll never forget, would have me and my brother go down in the basement. He'd make us put on the gloves. We had headgear.
Yeah.
And he'd make us box.
Okay, that's cool. Y'all would duke out a little bit.
And we would duke it out.
Bro, it builds character.
So we knew how to box.
Yeah.
As like, I remember 8 years old, we're in the basement, speed bag, doing the heavy bag, and then we would Friday night fights.
But no bears.
No bears for us. You know why? Because we wussies. Papa Carton, Dad, no bear for you. I'm going to make my kids fight a bear this weekend. Or maybe a deer.
Steiner Sports is the leading memorabilia provider for the New York Yankees, Rangers, Giants, Knicks, and the Brooklyn Nets. Featuring hundreds of items from your favorite athletes, Steiner Sports is your source for the best sports gifts. Go to steinersports.com/box and shop our collection of memorabilia boxes, which include 10 gifts for the price of one. We've made one for each of your favorite teams. Hurry, supplies are limited, and these are some of the best deals we have ever offered. So go to steinersports.com/box today.
Fantasy Sports Today.
So I heard the broadcast also with the Michaelis. I'm like, they're saying this wrong.
It's Mikolash.
It's Mikolash.
Yeah.
No, it's Michaelis.
I don't agree.
This has been Michaelis. That's how he pronounces it.
Oh, I can't hate because I'm Nando and everyone calls me Nando.
Nando,
and it's
I
like
hate it, yeah.
nails on a chalkboard when they call me Nando.
Or like Corey Parsons.
Yeah, Corey Parsons is good. Greg with one G.
What people call Jake by his
my
real
last name.
People call Jake by his real
They
name.
think his middle name is Alan. Yeah, that's true. His last name's pretty messed up.
It's true.
Weekdays only on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network.
If you've heard of WeatherTech floor liners, you probably know that for your vehicle's floor, nothing protects better. But what about protection for the rest of your car or truck? I'm David McNeil, founder of WeatherTech. Besides our floor liners, we design, engineer, and manufacture a wide range of automotive accessories right here in America. And just like our floor liners, everything is done to the highest standards possible. We understand what kind of investment owning a vehicle can be, so we do everything possible to help you protect it. We don't take shortcuts, and we never make concessions when it comes to quality. For everything from cargo liners to cleaning and detailing supplies to mud flaps and car covers, the one place you need to go is WeatherTech.com. So if you are familiar with our floor liners, just imagine how well the rest of our products will work for you. Learn more about our full line of automotive accessories at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech.com. Proudly made in America.
Skix sneakers are taking over tailgates and alumni homes across America. Skix canvas high top, low top, slip-on, and kids tennis style sneakers designed in officially licensed college colors and logos is a must-have for every college fan's wardrobe. Fun, fashionable, and comfortable. Whether you're at the big game or watching the game at home, Skix helps fans perform better. Go to Skix.com and use promo code FNTSY for 15% off your pair now. That's Skix.com. Skix sneakers, the soul of a true fan.
Fantasy.
Are you guys going to be upset that the Pirates crowd in the stadium cheered for Moran for coming up for his next at bat?
Why would we be upset for cheering the player on?
Because he got a curtain call. So why are you going to cheer him when he's coming up for his next at bat?
I didn't even say he shouldn't have gotten a curtain call. All I said was that all grand slams shouldn't have curtain calls.
If I was a Pirate fan, I would be cheering the guy. I just don't know that a grand slam on opening day warrants a curtain call.
No, grand slam every day deserves a curtain call.
Weekdays on FNTSY Radio and live on the Fantasy Sports Network YouTube stream.
It looks like Anthony Pettis is going to fight.
Yeah. Yes, to make weight.
It looks like Anthony Pettis. Well, he's been around a long time. He's only 31, but you know what we ought to do? If you want to get Robin Black on, that's fine. Or we could also call my boy Luke Thomas. Oh, you have Robin on the phone right now?
Oh, that's what's up.
That's what's up. All right, very good. So Robin Black joins us now. Carton and friends. Robin, it's Craig Carton, Michelle Serpico, Corey Parsons. How you doing, bud? I can't hear anything. Do we have Robin on or no?
We have him.
All right, hang on 1 second.
No problem.
Hey, Robin, how you doing?
Hey, doing good. How about you, man?
Doing great. Thanks for a few minutes today. I love the bear wrestling video. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, super fun. Like, literally, that guy, when he was 9 years old, he wrestled the bear. Like, that's real. And I'm looking at it, and, I mean, I threw that together in about 15, 20 minutes, which is strange because 1 million people have watched it.
Now, let me ask you this. Is that you doing the, commentary on it or somebody else?
That's me. Yeah, that's what I do, man. I talk about fighting on television. Normally it's two humans, but it's the same principle.
I think it's what I loved about it, outside of the fact that the 9-year-old is fighting a bear, is the commentary is what really makes it. And you're circling like there's the bear's knee. Yeah. He's going for a Kimura. Here,
the GSP comparison.
I thought it was great.
I mean, honestly, I don't have the technology available. I was just whipping it together. But if I did, I would have side-by-sided GSP with it, and you would have seen it.
Yeah, he would have loved it, too. The only thing missing is, the Russian voice in the background. Yeah. I tell you to take the bear, flip the bear, flip the bear. You no good wussy. That would have been great. Obviously, listen, MMA really unexpectedly has become maybe the biggest story in America right now. Not for all the right reasons, the things that guys like us and gals like Michelle love about the sport, but because of Conor McGregor. Is Anthony Pettis a lock now to fill in and fight or no?
Well, it sounded like it in the last half hour that that's the case, but I've literally been juggling my phone, running back and forth in Canada. I'm doing 6 or 7 shows to talk about this. I'm literally, you hear one piece of information and then the next, and 1 second Conor McGregor's throwing something through a bus, and the next second Max Holloway isn't fighting. But yes, it does sound like it's Anthony Pettis versus Khabib Nurmagomedov, not fighting a bear, fighting a man, Anthony Pettis.
Yeah, and listen, it's for the sport itself. Khabib's got to fight somebody, and there'd be no one else, I guess, available that would have been ready for weigh-in.
Well, hold on. Let me lay it out for you here. So why is Anthony Pettis available? Anthony Pettis is available because he was fighting a guy named Michael Chiesa. Michael Chiesa is not available because he got cut by glass that flew when Conor McGregor threw his metal objects at the bus.
Sure.
Like, Pettis is in because Conor McGregor showed up and went crazy.
Right.
Like, just digest that for a second.
Well, it's nuts because Pettis, who's on the back end of his career, and I don't think he's doing any more of those flying, kicks off the side of the octagon anymore either. He now has an amazing career opportunity that he never thought he was going to have.
Well, he was still lightweight champion at one time, and it's definitely the dream to get back to it. But he certainly didn't think that was going to be today, and he definitely didn't think it was going to be against Khabib, and he definitely didn't think it was because Conor McGregor went on a rampage and his opponent got injured. So the whole thing is bananas. It really is absurd. I've been working in this business for a long time. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, so in case you missed it, Holloway's declared medically unfit to fight, so he's out. And now they bring Pettis in. An hour and a half ago, before the Pettis thing became semi-official, I said, they actually should consider canceling the event because you went from 11 fights to maybe 6 or 7. But in a weird way, you might have more people check it out now because of what happened.
Definitely, you will. Hey, I'm a fan of martial arts. I'm a fan of when two brilliant artists, combat artists, fight each other, and with nobility and respect and like gentlemen. I'm not a fan of all this kind of throwing metal in a parking lot at buses and people freaking out and gang mentalities and talking crap on mics and all this kind of stuff. But I am always happy when more people watch this beautiful sport.
And I should mention this. Pettis weighed in at 155.2 pounds. Now, this is a strict, no-nonsense policy. He has to lose 0.2 of a pound. I guess that's coming up now.
Yeah,
there's no doubt
right now.
There's no doubt in my mind he will have done that. That's an easy thing for a guy to lose. These guys cut much more weight than that. 0.2 of a pound is nothing. It's literally a burp. Go to the bathroom one more time, and he'll be just fine. But it's amazing that he's now fighting for a title in 24 hours.
Yep. Now, the advantage for him is he was getting ready for a fight. He was scheduled to fight, so he's in shape. He's mentally ready to fight. But, he's fighting for a title, and he has the potential to win it. I mean, Khabib, if he gets on top of you, he is the guy who's more like the bear, he will maul you. But Pettis has the ability to move his feet. The cage is large, move away from him, strike and move, strike and move. It's not impossible that Pettis wins this fight. Nobody has ever beaten Khabib. He's 25-0, but it can be done, and this is a guy who can do it. So it's a fascinating turn of events.
Talking to Robin Black for another second or two. Nice enough to come on with no notice because of the McGregor nonsense, and now Pettis fighting for a title. There's actually the biggest news of the week prior to McGregor losing his mind last night was the fact that Dana White said Brock Lesnar's coming back. What's your take on that?
My take is that I'll believe it when I fully see it. Because Brock Lesnar likes to fight. He seems to, it's something he loves to do. He's an odd character that lives in the forest in Saskatchewan now and just comes out occasionally to perform or fight. But he also likes to use the UFC as a bargaining tool to get more money at the WWE. So we shall see.
The sport itself's at a crossroads. Ronda Rousey's no longer around. You don't have Conor McGregor, who would be the biggest star. He's in jail right now. Who knows if he'll ever fight again? John Jones is a mess with the drugs. Who's the next big star that America will either fall in love with or hate enough to want to watch fight?
Honestly, it's Khabib. If you look at Khabib on Instagram, he has 4 million followers. That's insanity. 3 million of those are Russians who love him, and 1 million of them are Americans who want to see him lose. And that works just as well as a hero, you know?
Yep.
Although he is a lovable character. And, hey, man, pull up him fighting a bear, and you know, that's adorable. It's just adorable.
Yeah,
but he is. He's a character, man. They're interested. He could be the next big thing.
I appreciate you coming on short notice. Thanks. Everyone check out Robin Black's Twitter, which is at Robin Black MMA. And we'll look forward to see what happens Saturday night. And appreciate you coming on for a few minutes. Thanks, bud. That's
I'm
Robin
reading
Black.
where they pulled the scale. What does that mean?
Well, so he was 0.2 over, so they had to pull the scale. Then he has another chance to weigh in to make it because he was 0.2 over. You can't be anything over.
He has a chance to get weighed again.
Okay,
all right.
So
Now,
you go to the bathroom.
What's amazing is that you weigh in at 155, and he will fight at maybe 170. That's how drastic the weight loss and the weight gain is. It's not healthy at all, and it's one of the big things fighters deal with. There are guys that will lose 20-plus pounds in the matter of a day or two, and then put it back on
the next
in
day.
the course of 24 hours. I've always asked, how do you do it? Because you're not allowed to use drugs to do it.
Sauna, run around.
It's crazy, though.
It's like crazy ways
It's
they do
nuts. Like, I wish I could do it.
That would be cool.
If you could teach me, if I could lose 20 pounds in the next 36 hours, I'm in.
Yeah, what would you do?
I don't know.
Go in a sauna. My friend Caitlin, anytime she had a fight and she had to cut weight, so it's harder for women because women
Who's
retain
this?
more
Caitlin,
water.
what is this?
Caitlin Chukagian, she's a UFC fighter.
Oh, okay, right on.
She's fought 4 fights or 5 fights,
Go ahead.
but she goes in the sauna. She'll sit in there for like 20 minutes with sweatshirts on and just
but how much?
get all sucked out. It's
and
all water weight. That's what the weight is. It's not actual pounds. It's
I've got
water weight.
prosciutto weight. I've got some burger weight.
That don't come off in the sauna.
I've got some a lot of white rice from sushi weight. I got some linguine weight.
Coors lightweight.
That's on you. That ain't me. I got some fancy, funky.
Fireball.
I got some Fireball
There you
weight.
go.
How do you? Well, that's a liquid. I can maybe sweat that out.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that all adds up.
There's times I sweat garlic out when I'm sleeping. Like I'm a mess. You ever sweat while you're sleeping?
All the time.
I do.
Wake up, the whole room smells like an Italian Salomaria. Like I didn't eat in the last 6 hours, and my bedroom smells like prosciutto. Of course, that might have been because Chris had slept over.
I might have been. I heard about that.
Certainly possible. He's like a walking Salomaria.
You were on the floor with the dog next to the coffee table. There was no room for you. It's sad.
I know.
It's
That's
sad to
very
watch.
true.
I got the
Sometimes
couch.
there are times I snuggle up with my English Mastiff, and I wrestle him a lot.
Do you?
I'm not ready for the bear.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's I always win.
Okay.
Because I'm his master.
Oh, all right.
And when I'm done fighting, I'm done fighting.
Okay.
And he's all.
He still want to go.
He's like he's ready to rock and roll. But I love this. You got to check this out. I'm gonna retweet this bad boy right now. Of a dude fighting a bear. It's like the greatest thing of all time.
It really is.
Hold on, that's not it. Wait a minute.
Nurmagomedov.
Nurmagomedov.
You know what's amazing about Michelle?
What's up?
When the UFC comes up, you own it.
Like
Well,
you,
that was my roots.
Nurmagomedov. You know how to pronounce this guy's name.
And I can't pronounce D.D.
You don't know how to say Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah.
But when it comes to
that is spelled weird.
How is Nicholas spelled weird?
Nicklaus. It should
Yes.
be Nicholas.
I don't know why you did
Oh,
that.
like the first name Nicholas.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went Niklaus.
Yeah.
She goes, this Niklaus. Why is he important that Niklaus had a hole in one? And but I did not embarrass her. I told her before the show.
Very good.
I said, listen, it's Nicholas. Have you ever MMA fought?
I have boxed.
Yeah,
I've
but
been
more
to a
like
jiu-jitsu
cardio
seminar.
boxing.
Yeah, like cardio boxing. No, I have. One of my friends is a trainer, and I asked him if I could work out with him one time, and he did.
Yeah.
Like
He
straight
said
up.
no?
No, he said yes.
Of course he did.
Okay.
Come on, let me show you this hole.
If Corey says, can I work out with you? He's like, no. $100.
The one who's training Demi Lovato this week, actually.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How come Demi Lovato's not on the show?
I asked him, and he was like, I got to see what she's like first, because this is his first time working
She
with
might
her.
be a little off, right?
Yeah, he doesn't know
As
yet.
long as you're thinking show.
Yes, I was.
I told you when I met you.
I was.
Everything in your life's got to be show.
Yes.
Show. Carton and Friends. Your call's next.
Join the family at Modell Sporting Goods. Visit your nearest Modell's and sign up for our MVP Rewards program to receive insider deals all year round. Earn points on every purchase when you use your MVP card to earn Modell's cash back. It's our way of thanking you for being a loyal customer. Upon signing up, receive 10% off your purchase and 15% off your next purchase. It's that simple. Plus, new MVPs this month are eligible to win a $500 Modell's gift card. When you gotta play more and pay less, you gotta go to Moe's.
We're talking trash.
Sweet, sweet trash.
So there's this massive rugby player that a bunch of scouts went to look at. He did a workout for the NFL. Jordan Malita. He's 20 years old, 6'8", 346-pound Samoan rugby player. Wow. He plays for a team in Sydney, Australia, but he ran 5'12" in the 40. Is that good? I don't even know.
No. He's slower than Tom Brady.
They think he's going to go in the draft.
Where's he going to play?
I don't know.
Defensive tackle.
Defensive tackle? Interesting, man. I'd say he's a big boy.
Listen live on the FNTSY Radio Network and on popular podcast providers.
Are you new to daily fantasy? Are you a veteran? Either way, you can better your chances of winning money, and lots of it, by going to dailyroto.com. Multiple people have become millionaires thanks to the guys at Daily Roto. Why not take advice from the experts? You can become a millionaire too. Just go to dailyroto.com to rock daily fantasy sports.
The sharpest fantasy sports minds are now available 24/7 straight from your mobile device. Download the Fantasy Sports Radio Network app and listen live or on demand to the finest tips, strategies, and advice from your favorite fantasy personalities. It's free and available for both iOS and Android devices. Your life isn't slowing down, so why should your fantasy sports? Head to fntsy.com/radio and download the Fantasy Sports Radio Network app today.
Scout Fantasy Sports.
I don't think a lot of people thought Billy Hamilton was going to hit ninth. This obviously hurts his value in numerous ways. Number one, he's clearly not going to get as many at-bats. Just do the math. If you're hitting leadoff, you're going to get a lot more plate appearances. You're hitting ninth in the National League. It's not going to happen. It'll be hitting behind the pitcher. The other issue with Billy Hamilton is he has not really showed the ability to make it through the course of a season completely healthy. He tends to get banged up quite often.
Weekdays on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network and on popular podcast providers.
How's it going in there?
5 more minutes.
Okay, let's play a game. 2 truths, 1 lie. We're not going to be late to the party. In the time you've taken to get ready, you could have been on your way to saving a life. And I'm wearing that tie you hate.
We're not going to be late. We're 10 minutes away. You wouldn't dare wear that tie. And I can't save a life. I'm not a firefighter.
Actually, I swabbed my cheeks last week.
It takes less than a minute to get your cheek swabs. Register at dkms.org, and you can be a superhero by helping someone out.
All right, Carton and friends, go to dailyroto.com/DKMS. Find out how you can win 2 tickets to a 2018 World Series game playing free daily fantasy baseball. The free DFS contest is sponsored by DKMS, who are looking for your help in the fight against blood cancer. Every 3 minutes in America, someone's diagnosed with blood cancer, and only 30% of all blood donor patients are able to find a compatible bone marrow donor in their family. Go to dailyroto.com/DKMS. Find out how you can help and play free fantasy baseball with a shot at winning 2 tickets to a 2018 World Series game. So we got that for you. Michelle's here for a just quick run through of everything from last night. Is there any afternoon baseball today? I imagine there's got to be a couple games, right?
It should be. It seems like that should be the case this early in the season, but sometime MLB dropped. Maybe it's one on Facebook, and you can complain about that.
The Facebook, the Mets-Phillies game on Facebook was
you complain about that for 2 days.
It was an abortion.
That's not.
It was. It's disgusting.
I got off the train. I pulled out my phone, got on Facebook to see if anybody had hit me up. I scrolled like for 2 seconds. The first thing I see is the Mets and Phillies. The world
looked like crap, sounded like crap. They had glitches nonstop.
Yeah,
they had
it was awful.
They had like power outages. The screen
Everyone was mad. I would say about 90% of the people were mad.
The screen looked like crap. You had chat messages on it. They blocked off half for the 7th crap. It was a disaster. They all know it was a disaster too. Mm-hmm. Like for them to come out and say it's a work in progress, get it right. Technology's been around now. Get it right. I say it about our show too. If we're not doing something right, we should get it right.
No doubt about it.
It ain't like new technology. Put the goddamn video up, get it right.
Yeah.
You got 2 baseball games. First pitch at 4 o'clock. You got the Braves and the Rockies in Colorado. You got the Royals and the Indians in Cleveland. Brandon McCarthy for the Braves. German Marquez for the Rockies.
Those are the 2 games that no one cares about. That's a garbage 2 games. But maybe you can make some money on it. Maybe I should go to Chris's FanDuel account and set up a couple rosters. What do you think? Just on the early games?
Yeah.
I mean, it's his money, right? He don't know how to do it.
It's only 2 games, though.
It's 2 games, so I guarantee you FanDuel's got a league going right now.
Yeah, no.
That's just on them 2 games.
No doubt. You have to. Well, one of the games is in Coors Field, so that would be the game that you want to take advantage of.
From an offensive standpoint. Matter of fact, I think I already did this a little bit earlier today. Let me see. Tell you if I set up a lineup.
And you got
Doing
Carrasco
baseball
for the Indians.
Yeah, I said he's already in. He's in for a $75,000 prize pool. So there you go. You care about what the team is or no? Since I'm 1-0,
I would like to know how many people from this Rockies Braves.
Do you consider a unit as a dollar or is a unit $100?
It depends on It depends on your bankroll.
So let's just say, for the purposes of this convo, let's just say a unit's $1.
Okay.
So we're at 8 units right now.
All right.
He wagered $4. He won 8.
All right.
I mean, that's we're gonna get that kind of return.
Doubled up.
He's got, how do you pronounce it? Herman Marquez. It's not German.
I think
Marquez.
it's German.
Is it German?
I think it's German.
Yeah, that's not a silent H. That's not a. Michelle probably knows.
I think it's German.
You think it's German?
Mr. Sussman, tell me in my ear.
I think I actually have heard his name before.
Is it Herman Marquez for the Colorado Rockies?
It's either German or Jermaine.
It's not Jermaine.
It might be Jermaine. It might be Jermaine.
Herman.
Oh, it's
Herman.
Herman.
Told you.
Herman.
Yes.
All right, okay.
That's
cool.
a penalty for both of you.
I thought it was Jermaine.
Herman.
Like the Jackson brother.
You forgot about Jermaine Jackson.
You did forget about Jermaine Jackson.
I know.
Uh-huh.
I was later told.
Do you now know the original Jackson 5?
Yeah, can you name all 5 of them now?
I'm doing so good today. I don't want to go back there.
I know, I feel you, but I mean, I would help you. I was telling somebody about the Jackson 5 story, right? And they were like, you know the members of the Jackson 5? And I was like, oh.
See, a lot of people laugh, but a lot of people don't
Didn't know the members of the Jackson 5.
Exactly.
Nobody thought it was Phil.
Yeah, or Mark, or BJ, or AJ.
Or Janet.
It's Michael, Jermaine, Tito, Randy, and
everybody forgets the 5th one.
Marlon.
That's
Marlon,
correct.
yeah.
Now, Jermaine Jackson's the only other Jackson brother that actually had a hit. He had a legitimate hit song.
He didn't change his name to Jermaine Dupree, did he?
No,
Yes,
that's Jermaine Dupree's a different.
No, of course he did.
Oh, my bad.
Yes,
Should have
he
went
did.
with that.
No, now I can't say yes because,
Yeah, my
again,
bad.
Benedict Arnold over there screwed it up. He did not change his name to Jermaine Dupree.
Okay.
Totally different dude.
Yeah.
All
Just because they're black doesn't mean
They're the same, much younger guy, Jermaine
Different dude.
Dupree.
All right.
Jermaine
you're
Dupree,
right.
Matter of fact, is Jermaine Dupree married to Janet Jackson?
I think he was.
Wait a minute. See, I have like the association.
She was married to that weird-looking white, middle-aged manager guy.
It's like a princess of like some place, right?
Some
Something
weird
like
thing.
that.
I should know this. I'm a big Janet fan.
Yeah, but Jermaine Dupree's from Atlanta.
Yeah, he's from.
He's the music producer from there.
So deaf back in the
But
day.
do you remember the Jermaine Jackson hit? And he did a badass video where he's in the shower and he's talking about this gal and the whole thing. Or no? Do you not remember it?
Do I remember?
Jermaine Jackson had 2 hit songs.
Do what you do.
Are you cheating right now?
Yeah.
Oh, you're such a cheater. Take that away from you. Okay, since you don't do what you do, how did it go?
Do what you do. I don't know.
See? I'll give you a shot right there to steal a W from us. That was not his biggest hit. That I thought it was his best song. Do What You Do.
Okay.
See, he had like that. How you doing, baby?
This was a jam.
But this is the kind of song where this is a song that you can, if you had any smoothness at all. Like I'm gonna see if Corey's got game right now.
All right.
Before he starts singing, I want you to sweet talk Michelle as if you guys are out at the bar and you just rolled up and said, "Oh, how about that? Are you ready?"
Yep.
Here we go.
Hey, how you doing, Michelle? Corey, nice to meet you. I seen you sitting in the studio with your red dress. And I said, you know what, I'm going to sit here and slowly drink my beverage until she comes out. Maybe she would like to I have a refreshing drink after her shift. And now you're sitting here next to me. I was just wondering, what's your name? Do you have a boyfriend? Is there any way that we can hang out a little bit later on tonight?
Why do you do what you do when you did what you did to me?
See, I told you, I'm ready for Wildin' Out.
You are. That was actually really good.
I'm ready for Wildin' Out.
That was actually really good.
Yeah. That was his first hit. And he's in the shower, and he's all upset because she like cheated on him.
His heart was hurting.
You were crazy for me. Sensitive dudes like that, I don't get.
No, yeah, you guys just roll out. Yeah, you be all right, fam. So here's the thing, though, but this was not that big of a hit, though.
No, his bigger hit was, he had two other hits.
Was he on?
He had Let's Get Serious. Let's Get Serious.
I remember that joint. Let's Get Serious.
He sounded a little bit like, and then he had a song called When the Rain Begins to Fall.
I remember that one too. Now, Somebody's Watching Me. He wasn't on Somebody's Watching Me, was it?
No, Somebody's Watching Me was Michael.
That was Michael on that joint.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
And then you had Rebe.
Oh, I know that song.
You had Rebe and Janet. They had another girl too, right? Latoya.
Yeah. Right, who people thought was Michael. For a short period of time.
At some point, they did kind of merge.
There was a lot of Jacksons. Yeah. Joe Jackson didn't stop.
Joe Jackson popped them joints out.
He goes, I got Jackson 5. I need another Jackson 5.
I need a female Jackson 5.
Do you remember Michael Jackson did 3 duets in his entire career as an adult singer?
Okay.
He did one duet with a woman, but it was a harder driving song. And he did 2 duets with a legendary rock star. Do you know any of them?
Oh, you're talking to Michelle. All right.
Any idea? Any
I
idea?
know this rock star one.
Come on, you gotta get this one. It was like a great video. They're carnival barkers in one of them. Does that help you out at all? Or no?
No, because I don't believe I've seen the music video.
You've never seen a music video?
Not that one.
Okay, how about this one? Does this ring a bell to you? Do you know this?
Classic.
Do you know who Paul McCartney is?
The Beatles. Remember I told you my parents named me after a Beatles song?
You were named after Michelle Maybell.
Yeah.
Right,
So was it him and Paul McCartney?
Paul who?
Paul McCartney?
Yes.
Oh.
Paul McCartney.
So he did 2 duets with him and then 1 duet with
He
the
did
girl.
2 with McCartney and 1 with Janet Jackson.
Oh, my girl.
The girl,
Yes.
This is The Girl Is Mine, and they did Ebony and Ivory.
Yes.
The
I was
doggone
going to
girl
say that.
is
You didn't even let me
mine.
guess
They did
it.
not
That
do
would've been
Ebony
my
and
one.
Ivory.
Oh, so I did not get it.
Huh?
It's not.
What's that? Ebony and Ivory?
Yeah.
No, Paul McCartney didn't do Ebony and Ivory.
Oh.
Right. Who did Ebony and Ivory? I'm just saying it wasn't Paul McCartney.
Was it someone in the Beatles? No, because I think they're older than him.
You figured that much out.
Yeah. I don't know.
Ebony and Ivory was done by an old white guy and a black singer, thus Ebony and Ivory, who's still alive.
He old too, though.
And is one of the great singers of all time. Doom, doom, doom. And it was lampooned on Saturday Night Live by Joe Piscopo and Eddie Murphy.
Bruce
Springsteen and
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. That would be black and white, so you got that part right, but you're wrong.
Okay.
No, Ebony and Ivory.
Elton John.
Not Elton John. Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra and Stevie Wonder.
Oh.
Ebony and Ivory.
Okay.
That's how it goes.
All right.
Shout out to Stevie Wonder.
So there you have it.
And Frank
Sinatra and Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
No?
No.
You not buying that?
No, I don't know. I can never
The Girl Is
tell.
Mine is a smooth jam,
The
though.
Girl's Mine is a great song.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. It's great. Because they start arguing over a woman, and it turns out Michael had no interest in women.
Yeah. Like, when you be reading stories about his daughter now, I'm looking at this. I'm like, this is not Michael Jackson's daughter.
There's like Bubbles the chimp.
Yeah, this is
remember he took a chimp to like the Grammys?
Yeah, exactly.
And he had Brooke Shields once as a date?
Yeah.
And he had Webster.
That's right. He did bring Webster.
Think about this for a minute. About like I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan.
Yeah.
But Michael Jackson, this was Michael Jackson's dating list at like major events. He had a chimpanzee once. He had Brooke Shields when she was like 20 years old.
Yeah.
She was like 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
He brought a black dwarf with him.
Emmanuel Lewis. He had him on his back.
And Elvis Presley's daughter.
Yeah.
Lisa Marie.
Oh,
Lisa Marie.
Right?
Yeah.
Michael, I told you, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
People be talking about this Paris Jackson, this Michael Jackson daughter.
You're not buying it.
That's not Michael Jackson's daughter.
The blanket, that kid looks like Michael Jackson.
The blanket could be, I don't know how it was made.
Paris looks like,
yeah, it's just a regular girl.
Regular white girl.
Yeah, regular white girl. That's Paris Jackson is not Michael Jackson's daughter.
Yeah, she's dating, she's a lesbian, I think.
She's dating
Delevingne.
Yeah, who's that? She's a singer too, right? Or model? Yeah, Corey's dating a model right now too.
Really? Oh, yeah, you told me that, Corey.
Instagram model.
And he's dating her on Instagram. Did you get any feedback yesterday at all on the Apollo 11, Apollo 13 conversation?
Yeah, my roommate, she was like, wait, you didn't know what that was?
Yes.
Oh,
Neither did she really, though.
She didn't either.
She can't really front like she got the question right either.
I think she figured it out after, though.
She did?
Yeah.
All right. Are you bartending tonight, tomorrow night?
Just tonight.
Just tonight. Will your big plans tomorrow night?
Not right yet. I'm not really a good planner.
Got it. You just, as life comes to you, you take it, right?
Exactly.
Oh, so they didn't put you on the schedule or you requested off?
I requested off.
So something's going on and you're not sharing with us.
No, nothing's going on.
You got a date Saturday night?
No.
No? Group girl night out?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
That's a troublesome group right there.
I can imagine.
Probably go to Sapphire. No, I'm kidding.
I'm down.
Sapphire on 39th or Sapphire up by the 59th Street Bridge?
59th Street.
You going to 59th, the original one? That one's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Better, more talented crew of young ladies for sure, right?
Yeah.
Coming up, the Masters. If you're now going to watch the UFC fight, I want you on the horn. And a take on why the Yankees are not getting it done. 844-843-6879.
Do you love watching your fantasy players score a winning touchdown? Now imagine you actually got to call that touchdown play. The Fan Control Football League is putting play calling in the hands of fans with real professional football players running the action. Visit fcfl.io to learn more. BSO Live.
Bomani Jones of ESPN. Do you feel like the podcast gives you a little more freedom to kind of delve away from just the sports topics?
There's going to be some things that happen in this world that is so big that not even we in the sports world are able to avoid them. But this is primarily going to be a sports podcast, and I'm a guy who does a sports podcast who also talks about a bunch of other stuff. So the other stuff, in one way or another, is going to find its way in there, but I'm not going to force it.
Find the BSO Live podcast on blacksportsonline.com or on any popular podcast provider.
Reason number 12 why you should own a ThermoSpa's hot tub? They require no attachment to your home's plumbing. Thanks to the ThermoSpa's unique built-in thermofiltration system that filters the water an incredible 144 times a day, you simply fill it with a garden hose and your water stays crystal clear with very little maintenance.
Call to receive your free DVD videos and brochure and find out how you can own a ThermoSpa's hot tub for only a few dollars a day. Right now, they're offering 0% APR financing with approved credit and a $1,250 savings coupon, including free delivery, free chemicals, and a cash discount. And with models starting at $4,995, there will never be a better time to own a ThermoSpa's hot tub. So call now and ask about this limited time offer. Call ThermoSpa's today at 800-625-4922 for your free DVD videos and brochure. That's 800-625-4922. ThermoSpa's, hot tubs designed to improve your life. Call 800-625-4922 today to take advantage of 0% APR financing.
Game time decisions.
Halted taxi, heavily damaged by falling KFC bucket sign from King and Dunbar Street. If this is your car and a KFC bucket falls on top of it, do you want like chicken for life from them?
Yes. Yes, I do.
I can sue you, or I want all I can eat for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I'm suing you. I want a family meal. Like when I walk in, like
a family meal a day.
Yeah, I want to drink the gravy. Like, I should be walking in at any time in my life, and I should be getting chicken. And I want stock in the company.
Weekdays, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Only on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network.
Why pay high rake when you can play daily fantasy baseball and pay half the rake on Fantasy Draft? Featuring half the rake GPP and head-to-head contests, exclusive VIP experiences, and the most flexible lineup structures in the game. Fantasy Draft is the only DFS site that puts players first. They're also the only site to offer 6 of 7 PGA scoring, dropping your lowest golfer score. Register today with the code FNTSY for a free $4 entry into a guaranteed winner contest in the sport of your choice. Fantasy Draft, daily fantasy on a level playing field.
The fan-controlled Football League is making fantasy football a reality. Like a real-life version of Madden, fans will vote on all personnel decisions and play calls in real time, and what the fans say goes. Visit FCFL.io to learn more. The FCFL, where you're in control.
Oh, you missed that? Well, here it is.
Here's what you missed on Carton and Friends.
I was in elementary school, and there was a sensation I had, right? We're in tighty-whities, and I had a sensation.
You rubbing that rope up against that joint.
I was like, whoa, wait a minute. That feels pretty, that feels good. And I couldn't wait for gym class.
Did you try it backwards?
I was going up, I was going down. My nickname was Monkey for a few weeks.
Oh, really?
Hey, look at the monkey.
Yeah.
We've never seen someone up that rope so fast. Why do you come down so slow?
Trying to get that sensation.
And that was before I was really doing that all the time.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I think women are different in that regard. I think men get to a point where once they realize, like one day you just wake up and say, like, that's interesting, how'd that happen? And then you mess around and you're like, whoa, that feels fantastic. And then you just want to do that all the time.
Yeah.
I speak for all men on this too. We all go through that period of time. Then as a young boy, you go through the period of time where you think you might be doing it too much. Because you're doing it any chance you get.
It's chafing.
Yeah, like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. You're like, what? Yeah, kids in the bathroom, you got diarrhea? And you're like, I'll be out in a minute. I used to mark it down on my calendar.
Really?
Like to tell myself, you can't do that today.
Yeah, just to make sure.
And I wrote it in code. So that anyone, like my parents came in and saw like markings on, it was a dry erase board calendar on my door. So it might say like baseball practice, sleepover, DFTF, FF964, you know, some weird thing. What's that? I don't know. It's just some weird code I have.
Yeah.
And the code, it was like the first one of each word. You are not allowed to touch yourself today.
Yeah, because you
Day one.
You thought you would break it.
I don't know if I was going to break it. I thought I would go, that's probably not healthy for anybody.
Yeah.
I remember there's this Brazilian girl from Playboy who I had a relationship with.
No. That wasn't. You had the relationship was in your head.
No.
No, it was in your head.
It's in her head. She just didn't know it. Like that magazine could walk right now. Like it's a one-page magazine. It's all together. Like, honey, what happened to this?
I don't know.
How come it's stuck in the Brazilian girl?
Does your fantasy team suck? Maybe you need us, the Fantasy Sports Radio Network, the only free 24/7 Fantasy Sports Radio Network.
Fantasy Sports Radio Network. News update.
In the NBA, Damian Lillard plans to play Saturday against the Spurs. Coach Terry Stotts also said he, quote, would hope so that Dame will play before the season ends. Jimmy Butler made his way to the active roster for the Minnesota Timberwolves on Thursday night, but didn't get to any game action. Jay Crowder of the Utah Jazz said he's okay after getting hit in the eye in the second quarter on Thursday. He only has a scratch on his eye and said he would play Sunday against the Lakers. According to ESPN's Chris Haynes, Golden State forward Omri Caspi underwent an MRI on his sprained right ankle on Tuesday. The initial results revealed inflammation, league sources did tell ESPN. In the NFL, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter on Thursday, the Patriots are signing former Bills wide receiver Jordan Matthews to a one-year deal. Matthews was limited to 10 games for Buffalo in 2017. The Texans signed quarterback Joe Webb to a one-year, $1.01 million contract. Webb spent last season with the Bills as well. In baseball, Corey Knebel left Thursday's game against the Cubs with a left hamstring injury. Knebel collapsed to the ground after throwing a pitch and immediately began holding his left hamstring. Diamondbacks GM Mike Hazen said Steven Souza could return by the end of the team's current road trip or at the beginning of Arizona's next homestand. Souza suffered a pectoral injury in spring training. The New York Mets activated outfielder Michael Conforto from the 10-day DL on Thursday, and he went 1 for 4 with the home run in the team's 8-2 victory over the Washington Nationals. And a bizarre scene out of the world of MMA, UFC fighter Conor McGregor is in custody following an incident earlier on Thursday in Brooklyn, according to the New York City Police Department. McGregor unexpectedly showed up at a UFC 223 media event Thursday at Barclays Center and was caught on camera throwing a hand dolly through the window of a bus that was carrying UFC fighters. I'm Dan Stratford, and this has been your Fantasy Sports Radio Network News Update.
Stay tuned to the Fantasy Sports Radio Network for more updates at the top of every hour.
You're listening to the Fantasy Sports Radio Network.
Hello! And that, my
Friends is called Carton and Friends.
It's actually an entertaining show for you to listen to.
Oh, hello, friends.
For the first time in 6 months.
Welcome back, buddy. It's great hearing you back on the air, man.
Friend, if I may have your attention.
Guess who's back? It's the boy Craig Carton.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
All right, and all right. Carton and Friends. We'll get you on the horn, 844-843-6879. So that'll take care of that. As the Yankees are not getting it done with any regularity, the New York Mets get off to a great start, as I told you they would. I should be the fantasy guy right here, I'm thinking.
Why?
I won $8 yesterday, number one.
You really taking a small sample size and trying to make it seem like these are like, you took a small sample size of FanDuel, a small sample size of the Mets.
You either win or you lose, Corey.
A small sample size of the Yankees. You're doing small sample sizes. We need bigger.
Well, listen, I can't give you a bigger sample size in my employment here until I'm here longer.
No doubt.
So since I got here, I'm a winner.
You doubled up.
I doubled up my investment yesterday.
All right.
I now put I think I put $9 on the table today.
All right.
Only on 2 games.
All right.
I plan on winning money there, albeit under Chris's name and account. Let him pay the taxes on it. I have that going for me. I dominated the March Madness preview show and embarrassed both Gabe and Blackjack
How did you
Fletcher.
dominate a show?
Huh? My picks were better.
I would say somebody have to go back and look at that.
Go back and look?
I got things to do this weekend.
I didn't say you have to do it this week. You just take my word for it.
Okay, I will.
I know it's out there, so I can't lie about it. Right? I plan on dominating the NBA playoffs for you guys.
Oh, that's going to be difficult.
I'm thinking that maybe I should be the fantasy guy around here.
No, maybe you should be.
Or maybe if there were another fantasy guy here that wanted to accept the challenge, I'd be willing to throw out the gauntlet.
I'm not a fantasy guy no more.
Scott Engel is, though. Scott Engel's like the...
Scott Engel's still a fantasy guy.
He's like the grand master of fantasy guys.
Listen now, and be honest, Scott Engel's fantasy was washed up. But then this football season, me and Scott sat right where you're sitting.
Yeah.
And we did a program together, and I got Scott back up to snub. You feel what I'm saying?
Right?
I saved Scott's career this past year. He had a very good season. I'm very proud of him. But it took a lot of long, hard days and nights in July or in August. I'd be honest
Scott
with you.
Engel joins us now real quick before I get to your calls. Is that true, Scott? Did Corey save your career?
Nothing whatsoever. As you've already learned, Corey is like a balloon. He's just full of it. And, Corey has a losing record against me all time. He's like 5-10 against me.
Right.
And every time he plays me, I beat him by 100 points. So he's just making it up like he's making up that he's a Golden State Warriors fan.
I am a Warriors
fan. I can show you a video from last month. New York Knicks sweatshirt, world champions 1973.
Yeah, well, that's probably a throwback someone gave him at an event. So here's what I want to do. And, Scott, since you're the senior statesman, I think, in this company, nationally, for fantasy, I think it's time that there's a little competition. Because at the end of the day, everyone talks a lot of smack. You're great at this. He's great at that. I'm great at this. Michelle's hair looks fantastic. Whatever it is, we all think we're the best guy, right?
Yeah.
So here's what I want to do. The opening weekend of the NFL season is typically a big weekend in Vegas. A lot of the competitions start, of course, for the NFL, and that's a big weekend for a standalone tournament amongst handicappers as well.
Yeah.
I want to invite you, Corey, Gabe. Who else did we say after that?
Let's get Cam and Sincata.
Cam and Sincata.
Mm-hmm.
5 of the recognized top handicappers for this company. And we have an internal competition. All right? Are you up for that?
A fantasy competition, like we all do it like on a daily site.
We're going to do, there's going to be a couple of different aspects to it. We're going to have a weekend tournament for the opening weekend.
Right.
All right? And we will set up our teams and do a draft and all that crap for a season-long competition. All right?
The Carton and Friends Fantasy League.
Each guy, though, has to bring to the table some dough.
I'll bring something to the... That's plenty of time. They should get me right by then.
Now, the question is, how much can you guys raise to be your entry fee? If I said there's a $50,000 entry fee, can you guys acquire that kind of loot in backers to be a part of the competition.
I got Lou.
I'd have to talk to some of my friends in Major League Baseball to see if they want to get in on
Oh,
this.
he's going to bring out the big dogs.
Here was I want to tell you the original plan.
Yeah.
And it's very.
I heard this on the show, yeah.
$100,000 per guy.
Right.
I don't care how you raise the money. Same
Yeah.
with me, you got to raise it. $100,000 per guy. That goes into a vault. That is a season-long competition in picking games. Okay? In addition to that, every week you got to come to the table with $5,000 for the weekly wagering. Okay? So the all-in commitment, let's just call it, is $200,000 over the course of the entire regular season. Each week, whoever has the best record for the week wins the week's pot. 10 guys in, so it's a $50,000 take, 45 net. Okay? At the end of the year, we could even say like the top 3 guys get paid, but there's $1 million up for grabs. Are you in or out?
I'm in as long as I can get a backer, yeah.
In $100,000. Are you in, Corey?
I mean, remember I told you I was on the team with you and Lou.
You can't be on my team.
I'm on the team with you and Lou.
You're not on my team. You can't be. We're going against each other.
Oh,
so
I got to get another backer then.
I thought Chrissy Bones was your backer.
But me and Chrissy Bones gonna figure out how we gonna get.
Why
the money.
do you have Big Mike? He's an executive here. Have him back you. He knows guys.
Oh yeah, so me, Mike, and Chrissy Bones is one team.
All right, so you guys are a team.
You get Ryan Howard. See if.
Yeah, there you go with the Ryan Howard thing.
Listen, by the way, name drop all you want. I don't care who your backers are. You just when we go, we're gonna do it in Vegas, unless
I'm gonna attempt to get a backer.
Unless it's legalized here in New Jersey or New York. If it's not, we'll do it in Vegas. If the sports wager is legalized here, we'll do it here. You are in for $100K.
As long as I get a backer, yes.
Corey is in for $100K. Done. I am in. Done. 7 spots left. Does Gabe want one? I don't know. We'll get your calls. I know you're on hold, I promise. Good seeing you, Scott.
Always.
That's Scott Engel.
Poison.
Steiner Sports is the leading memorabilia provider for the New York Yankees, Rangers, Giants, Knicks, and the Brooklyn Nets. Featuring hundreds of items from your favorite athletes, Steiner Sports is your source for the best sports gifts. Go to steinersports.com/box and shop our collection of memorabilia boxes, which include 10 gifts for the price of one. We've made one for each of your favorite teams. Hurry, supplies are limited, and these are some of the best deals we have ever offered. So go to steinersports.com/box today.
Have you written a book and want to get it published? Then call Page Publishing at 800-955-3793 immediately. That's 800-955-3793. Page Publishing is looking for authors of all types of books. And unlike most publishers, Page Publishing will take the time to review each and every book submitted to them and give you their feedback. If they like what they read, they'll get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, the Apple iTunes Store, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets. They handle everything: editing, cover design, copyright protection, printing, publicity, and distribution. So if you've written a novel, children's book, cookbook, inspirational work, poetry, or a biography and want to get it published, then you need to call Page Publishing and do it immediately. Call 800-955-3793 now for your free author submission kit. Again, for your free author submission kit, call 800-955-3793. That's 800-955-3793. Your road to fame and fortune could very well start with this simple phone call. Call Page Publishing at 800-955-3793 for your free author submission kit.
Are you new to daily fantasy? Are you a veteran? Either way, you can better your chances of winning money, and lots of it, by going to dailyroto.com. Multiple people have become millionaires thanks to the guys at Daily Roto. Why not take advice from the experts? You can become a millionaire too. Just go to dailyroto.com to rock daily fantasy sports.
What's up, everybody? I'm Gabriel Morency.
And I'm Cam Stewart.
Inviting you to join us weekdays at 4 o'clock Eastern on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network as we break down all the big games on a nightly basis. The Tony Sincata joins us. I think he's cheating on his domestic partner, but they don't need to know, and neither does yours. Forget about bowling shoes. We're all about winners. Game Time Decisions Radio with Red Heat and Rage. Weekdays at 4 on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network.
Skix sneakers are taking over tailgates and alumni homes across America. Skix canvas high top, low top, slip-on, and kids tennis style sneakers designed in officially licensed college colors and logos is a must-have for every college fan's wardrobe. Fun, fashionable, and comfortable. Whether you're at the big game or watching the game at home, Skix helps fans perform better. Go to Skix.com and use promo code FNTSY for 15% off your pair now. That's Skix.com. Skix sneakers, the soul of a true fan.
Hey.
There it is. Carton and Friends. 1213. Nice to have you here. Phone number to join, 844-843-6879. Let me say good afternoon to Bobby in Vermont right now. Bobby, good morning or good afternoon. Or make that Mike C on the line. Mike, what's going on?
Craigie, what the hell is going on here? Did Corey just put me in for 100 G's?
Yep. You are now in for you. I mean, you can obviously, syndicate that as much as you want, but you're on Corey's team for 100K. Yes.
Corey, you didn't pay me back the $60 for last week. Now you got me in for 100K.
Listen, it's one of these things where everyone talks a tough game about wagering and fantasy and gambling. So I know I'm the new guy here, but it's time for people to step up and put up or shut up. If everyone's that good, it's real money. Let's see who's the best.
Craigie, I'm going to have to call human resources. I don't know if it's okay for me to be taking your money like that.
Listen, I appreciate the arrogance with that. I will have you all. Here's the deal. If you can win 2 weeks during the season, you don't lose any money. If you're not good enough to win 2 weeks, you're going to lose money. So over a 17-week schedule, are you guys good enough to win twice? I would say that you're probably not.
You can get 2 W's.
To be fair, I'm not that confident myself. How you feeling, Corey?
I think we'd be all right. We'll figure it out. We got to get somebody.
See, all right. See, there's hesitation in both of you.
No, it's not about the picks. We got to get somebody to put up the bag.
He didn't ask you that. He's saying if the money's the money. The question is, can you win? And what I'm hearing from you is, frankly, insecurity.
I'm a champion.
Mike,
multiple-time champion.
We're in, Corey. That's it. You put me in, I'm in.
We're going for it.
So you guys are officially in $100,000 plus the $5 grand a week, $100,000 to $200,000 overall commitment. I love it.
We're gonna figure this out.
Where the other $100,000 came from? Now it's $200,000.
Well, over the course of the season, because there's a weekly wager as well. That's right. You're in. I appreciate you guys are in. Done. I'm locking you in. Michelle, jot that down, please.
Okay.
Team Mike / Corey. Mike, by the way. Is the name of your team going to be 2 topless dudes laying on top of each other?
Listen, I don't need you walking around Manhattan with a shirt either. You know, Craig, when you don't want somebody to know something, you can never tell anybody, right? Mm-hmm. So you made one mistake. And at least I don't walk into a sauna or a steam room with a towel on.
No, I did. And that towel was around my waist like a tourniquet.
That violates man law.
I didn't have a bathing suit on. A bathing suit violates man law, not a towel. A towel's called being well aware if you're a shower or a grower. I ain't stupid. And the towel came off as they're now showing a picture of me laying down with my dog watching a ball game there. As King and I are holding hands.
Oh, yeah, you're holding hands with the puppy.
Listen, that's how.
Why do you have a Philadelphia Eagle?
Because my wife is from Philadelphia.
Okay.
My daughter loves the Eagles, and you get what you can get.
No doubt. I feel you on that one.
All I got's the dog.
I do too.
But there you go. Me and King hanging out. That's a man's best friend right there. And there's no one else there. So if at any point you guys want to come and just enjoy the house and me and King and all the room we have, just the two of us.
That's what you're going to see every night.
That's what you see every
night.
night.
You sleep on the floor every night?
Many nights I sleep on the floor, yes.
Okay.
And I have a bed.
Oh, okay.
When I have to sleep on the floor, my back hurt. When
You ain't got. There's plenty of bedrooms.
Yeah, maybe that explains why you're sore all
No,
the time.
you guys can have. There's a bedroom for all of you.
Okay.
No, I understand that, but
I
I'm just saying.
sometimes sleep on the floor because I have restless leg.
Oh,
and when
okay.
I'm in a bed, it doesn't work out well. I fall out.
Yeah, no, it does.
There's times I fall out. But I'm looking into medical marijuana.
Oh, okay. And what about recreational?
No, sir.
Medical marijuana.
I'm looking into solely legal medical marijuana to help my neurological
Corey,
disorder.
If we lose the 200,000, we may be sleeping on the floor next to Craigie over there.
Yeah, you might.
Mike's been over to the house. He knows there's a bedroom for everybody. Yes, Mike came over. We filmed the episode of The Feast, and that's where we heard that Lou, who has been on the show, he's the owner of the company, is an extraordinarily high-maintenance guy who'd be very hard to be with more than for 24 hours at a time. He actually has his socks labeled left and right.
I didn't even put mine together.
Yeah, that's called cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Wow.
That's also called great marketing. Whenever a guy put an L and an R on socks, he's the numbskull that bought into that nonsense. And his beautiful wife, Yvette, is tasked with the job of making sure that when he gets dressed in the morning, he doesn't have a left and a left or a right and a right. His socks have to be left-right. High maintenance,
That
dude.
is high maintenance.
Yeah, and I'll say this about, he has a wonderful family. He has one of his kids who's, I'm not going to say his name to be respectful, one of the worst Fortnite players I've ever seen.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And I would say this, a memo to Lou's son. You got to be careful with Fortnite, and here's why. And I say this to my own kids. When you log in to play any game, people like me can see that you're online.
Mm-hmm.
So while your mom and dad think that you're sleeping, I know that you're up playing video games.
This is true. You're right.
Because we had to befriend each other so that we could play Fortnite against or with each other, right? So I log on like 2:30 in the morning, and Lou's son's on playing. he's playing this, he's playing that.
Supposed to be getting ready for school.
He got school in a couple hours, and Lou's son's playing games. I'm like the e-game police. By the way, speaking of esports, and before I get to Bob here, Mike, are we going? You, Mike? You done? Yeah, Mike's done. All right, he's already done. Here's the deal. Turner Sports announced a deal. They're going to air a street fighting competition, the video game Street Fighter, and they're going to film it like a reality show. Almost like when remember the UFC did the show with all the dudes living in the house?
The Ultimate Fighter?
Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
It's like Big Brother.
Uh-huh.
So Turner Sports announced yesterday that they're going to bring in, I guess, I don't know how many, but let's say 8, 16 of the top street fighting video game players to live in the house.
Put them in a crib.
Right? The 2 best Street Fighter games, I don't know who they are, they're going to be like the commentators. And they got all the credibility for that game. Whoever survives the house is getting a paid entry into the Street Fighter tournament coming up later this summer, which is like a $250,000 tournament.
That's what's up.
So I dig what David Levy and the guys at Turner are doing with that. I've been pitching for a long time to do a Carton and Friends, whether it's a Fortnite tournament, a Madden tournament, a FIFA tournament, a 2K tournament, and trying to get our winner in the same way they do like with the World Series of Poker.
No doubt.
Right? So I don't know if you guys are hip to that, but it's going to be a Division I sport soon, where you're going to get a scholarship to play video games for your college. The esports professional stuff is already off the charts. Like League of Legends sells out arenas. I believe the same will happen with the sports games like 2K, like FIFA, and like Madden.
Yeah. Well, we just saw the 2K kids in here this week.
Yeah, they had a big event with the NBA. And we should be involved in that. We got to somehow get our hooks into that as a company and then somehow set up our own tournament. But it's got to be like a big money tournament.
And I think it's already, some colleges already actually have scholarship programs for esports.
I heard that USC did. I'm not sure if I'm right on that. I saw a report that USC, University of Southern California, had a scholarship for this incoming freshman class for gamers.
And I think Arizona was one too. We had some dude came in here a couple months ago and sat and was talking with me and Nando about it. And there are maybe 4 or 5 institutions that already have.
That's Nando, by the way.
Nando.
Yeah, it's not Nando. He prefers Nando.
Oh, he prefers Nando. I didn't know that.
As I understand that he prefers Nando.
All right,
yes.
I'll make sure I call him that from here on out.
I
forgot what the dude's name. Well, not I
Nando,
I remember Nando's name, but the dude that came in with us, we was out there, it was the sun shining, we was sitting on the deck, and he was talking. So about 4 or 5 institutions that have it already. He told me and Nando.
How great would that be? I'm getting a full scholarship to college based on playing video games. Tony, we got to start a tournament, man. What's your best game? Do you have one or no? Is it Madden or FIFA?
It would probably still be Madden.
You think you have a chance to beat me in Madden or no?
I think they'll probably beat you.
No shot.
All right.
USC is accurate. USC has a scholarship for gamers. I told my kids that's how they're going to college because Daddy ain't paying.
If you've heard of WeatherTech floor liners, you probably know that for your vehicle's floor, nothing protects better. But what about protection for the rest of your car or truck? I'm David McNeil, founder of WeatherTech. Besides our floor liners, we design, engineer, and manufacture a wide range of automotive accessories right here in America. And just like our floor liners, everything is done to the highest standards possible. We understand what kind of investment owning a vehicle can be, so we do everything possible to help you protect it. We don't take shortcuts, and we never make concessions when it comes to quality. For everything from cargo liners to cleaning and detailing supplies, to mud flaps and car covers, the one place you need to go is WeatherTech.com. So if you are familiar with our floor liners, just imagine how well the rest of our products will work for you. Learn more about our full line of automotive accessories at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech.com, proudly made in America.
Have you ever wanted to have a fantasy expert in the palm of your hand? Or better yet, in the pocket of your khakis? Well, check it out. Now you can. It's the Fantasy Sports Radio Network app. Download it now to your phone. We promise no weird viruses, no strange tracking things, just 24 hours a day, 7 days a week of pure fantasy knowledge dropping all over your head. It's the Fantasy Sports Radio Network app. Stop being a weirdo and streaming it online. Get it on your phone. Take it with you everywhere you go.
Muscle Maker Grill was made for baseball season. Muscle Maker Grill supplies you with delicious, healthy meals that will give you energy to cheer on your team week after week. Whether you're craving flavorful salad, packed wraps, or guiltless entrees, Muscle Maker Grill has you covered. Hosting a game? No problem. Our catering packages will have your whole team satisfied with flavors ranging from Italian to Tex-Mex and much, much more. Visit MuscleMakerGrill.com for your nearest location and have a winning season.
Hey, I'm Jeff. Look, I'm just a skeleton. I don't have an ACL anymore, but I'd still like to know what it means when one of my fantasy players sprains his. That's why I use the Inside Injuries app. It was created by real doctors, so you're getting information directly from people who have seen, touched, and operated on actual ACLs. Take it from me, a skeleton. If you aren't using it, you might as well just be guessing. Download the free app today and unlock the secrets of injury analysis.
Skix sneakers are taking over tailgates and alumni homes across America. Skix canvas high top, low top, slip-on, and kids tennis style sneakers designed in officially licensed college colors and logos is a must-have for every college fan's wardrobe. Fun, fashionable, and comfortable. Whether you're at the big game or watching the game at home, Skix helps fans perform better. Go to Skix.com and use promo code FNTSY for 15% off your pair now. That's Skix.com. Skix sneakers, the soul of a true fan.
I do have something on Tim Tebow. So, Craig, did you hear about your boy?
Well, I had a spill here, which it's okay to acknowledge. I spilled, there was a bug in here, so I got the bug, but in my zest of slamming the bug, I hit my oil can Coca-Cola. That went over the side, and I spilled soda everywhere. So then I went to get some rags to mop it up. And they're trying to get me some paper napkins right now. The Brazilian gal, Patiti, I think is her name, Patiti. So they're trying to get it, but I'm not sure the current status. So I've cleaned it off the table. I've got the floor working itself out right now. Your mic's not on, Corey.
It's all right.
Did I turn it off? No. Your mic's on for sure, but I don't hear you. We got to check Corey's mic because I do not hear Corey at all right now. Perhaps I might have screwed that up though. Is it possible that I?
When you knocked the
Or maybe it might have been me.
Coca-Cola over.
Oh, maybe turning it on would help.
Well, I can't turn it on from here.
Maybe that's a good thing.
It's over there. But when I got up to help you with your beverage, I must have pulled the back of the microphone out.
Simple Radio 101. Leave the microphone on.
If I'm helping you so we don't ruin the studio, then what am I supposed to do?
No.
So I'm trying to help you.
No, he's good. He unplugged his microphone.
I'm trying to help you, and I unplugged it, and then by accident.
All I know is I got soda sitting here. If I can just get some rags, I'll clean them.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm a big boy.
Nothing as dangerous as you putting this deer on top of that table last week, though.
I made a mess. I'll clean up my own mess.
Right,
I don't even know what to do it for me. I just need the paraphernalia to clean with. That's all I need. What am I asking for?
Paraphernalia.
By the way, you promised us Nick Diaz. Where is he?
Sleeping. Phone is on Do Not
That
Disturb.
is
I said,
so
do
unacceptable.
not put the phone on Do Not Disturb.
You've come up small today. You really have. You've brought.
I brought Scott.
Yeah, Corey brought Scott Engel here.
Yeah. Well, I brought my girl.
I got
the other
Chael
day.
Son in here.
I bought my girl.
You
the other
did bring
day.
a good-looking girl.
That is true.
And I got another one lined up for Monday.
Who's coming in on Monday?
Lily, the one we talked to on the phone.
I'll need to see her.
Okay. I'll show you
Now
her.
to make sure that you come in correct. By the way, Corey's going to show off the brand new shirts we had made here. Corey, do you mind taking off your sweatshirt?
Yeah, no problem.
This is the da-da-da-da.
Take off
Bump. Da-da-da-da.
Young Billy D.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Dilly
Dilly.
Dilly.
The Dilly Dilly shirts.
Dilly Dilly.
Thank you to Victory Sports in Staten Island. They rushed ordered them for me. And we've got our own Dilly Dilly shirts, which I think we should probably start selling.
No doubt.
So,
because we got to pay for these.
Can you guys put the... we don't. You don't really have a store on the website, do you? I'm not sure if we even have a website.
Yeah, it's a couple websites.
I was thinking about this the other day. Is there a Carton and Friends website?
Not that I know
No,
of.
there's not.
No, I've hello, my name is Craig.com.
That's yours.
But I need to transfer everything over to make it Carton and Friends. But I try to buy CartonandFriends.com yesterday. Someone's already got it. I assume that's the
who
company.
already got it?
I assume the company has it.
Maybe that's what it is.
Or maybe someone's squatting on it, one or the other. We're gonna find out though. Hold on, what is this? That's Cardi B. Cardi B's coming in?
No, wait. That you clicked on her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You
She gave me a
clicked on her
picture of Cardi
Instagram
B.
story.
Yeah.
Like Cardi B was your friend Lily.
No, this is my.
No,
My
that'd be
grandma's
cool.
name was Lillian. Let me see.
Her name is Lillian Vanderbilt.
Oh, is she a Vanderbilt? Like a Vanderbilt?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
That means she's marriage material for you, Corey.
All right, I'm down with it.
Not that she's not a great gal. That means she's loaded.
Yeah, that's what she's a Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Is she a Vanderbilt?
I gotta double check, but.
Well, how would you not know after all this time?
That's your homie.
Yeah, but I've only really known her for like 6 months.
She's
and I never thought to ask that question.
Do you know who
But
the Vanderbilts were?
The.
Like, why you wouldn't ask the question if you don't know who the Vanderbilts are?
That's why I would ask the question.
Right, so my question is,
they're in fashion.
Do they own that college?
Vanderbilt
no,
College?
Oh my God. Lord have No.
That's like all I can think
It's
of.
fashion.
Every day there's a new gem.
It's fashion.
Every day there's a new gem.
Oh my God.
No, I'm not talking about Gloria Vanderbilt. I'm talking about like the 1920s, the Vanderbilts.
What did they do? Oh wait, the railroad people?
Well, how'd you come up with the railroad people? Huh?
For some reason, I thought my friend told me that her family like did something
In railroads?
Yeah.
Is that what was the?
Yeah, I don't, because I know her through a mutual friend, but I never like asked like, oh, so does your family own this?
The Vanderbilts, if you go back like the 1800s.
Can you show me what they look like?
Do you want to see if there's a resemblance?
Yeah.
The Vanderbilts. Let me see. I think they were a shipping company to begin with.
Okay.
Is she Dutch?
No, I don't know. She's Jewish.
So Cornelius Vanderbilt was born in New York in 1794. He grew up in Staten Island.
Mm-hmm.
He left school at age 11 and became a scholar of the harbor. He wound up becoming a billionaire.
Okay.
No, that's not her.
I mean, I don't know. I'll go home and ask her.
Why do you
I'll
ask
see
if she's related to a Cornelius Vanderbilt?
Okay.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of Vanderbilts. She's got to be related at some level since he was born in America and he probably banged whatever walked.
Okay.
Back
Good
in
chance.
late 1700s, early 1800s.
Yeah.
And you're a Vanderbilt and you got money?
No doubt.
And I do think her family is from New York.
If it had a pulse, it got banged.
No doubt, especially by the Vanderbilts. They had all that money, and then the ladies back in them days used to wear them big dresses, and some would just stick his head right up the big dress like that.
How you doing?
That's exactly how it went.
Yeah. He was, his Cornelius Vanderbilt's son, William, was the richest American until his death, which was 1885.
Okay.
They had 10 Fifth Avenue mansions, which were all torn down and either sold or turned into museums, okay? But they were, if I'm not mistaken, it is Gloria Vanderbilt. She is a relative of theirs. And Gloria Vanderbilt's son, you know who he is, don't you? Anderson Cooper.
Oh, no, I did not know that.
Yeah, so there you go. So is she related to Anderson Cooper?
She's never told me that. She would have told me that.
So that
she knows I work in news.
she's a fraud. I'll just put it out like she's not legit. She's not a Vanderbilt.
Okay.
I mean, but let's find out if she is. Corey
you
wants to date her.
You can find out on Monday.
They got plenty of money.
I'm gonna have to ask her on Monday. So we've. So let me go back to her picture now. You have to unlock your phone, please. 1794. Okay, thank you. All right, now let's see. I'm gonna pick a random picture. I'm gonna pick a random picture that I think
She's got some good ones.
She's got some good ones. Is that her right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Corey's gonna like her.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's weird though. She photographs differently in her pictures. Like right now, what are you doing? No, you ain't coming over here to see. No, I'll bring it to you.
Okay, thank you. After you change the look.
Some photographs are fantastic, and some are not fantastic, but she's real.
She's real.
She stays at the Versace Villa when she's rolling in Miami. So maybe she's a Vanderbilt. I don't know.
be.
I think Corey needs to find out.
Send me. Tell her to.
Here, just take this right in. Now you can come over.
Tell her to
Come on.
DM me.
Just don't spill the Coke and don't trip on the cords. All right. Here we go. Anyhow, Michelle's here now, and Michelle's got an update. Go
All
ahead.
right. A non-UFC related update. So your boy, Tim Tebow, blasted a 3-1 homer in his first pitch of his first at-bat with the single-A Columba Fireflies.
Columba. We are now known as the Columba Fireflies. That's a double-A team. I got some of their shirts at home because wherever Tim Tebow goes, I get a shirt for that team.
Oh,
I can't wait till the Mets call Tebow up so I can laugh at Met fans for playing Tim Tebow.
I'm gonna wear. I'll bust out the Firefly gear next week, but it's nice. It's nice. I would say it's dope, but I don't want to.
I know. Yeah, thank you for not doing that.
Brother, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
I was sitting at the bar this morning eating my egg white omelet with feta cheese and spinach, and Maria Marino came over.
Yeah.
And I'm only saying this because I heard it out loud.
Yeah.
Maria said, "So sorry about that late night text."
Yeah.
What's that all about?
It was apparently, I guess by accident, she must have sent like some mass text messages to people last night. It was some pictures though. So I was like, well, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? I'm up. You know what I mean? If you could have told me this before I went home. I saw you yesterday morning.
What type of photographs did she send?
It was just a couple pictures her and her homegirl were hanging last night. You know what I mean?
What time of day did the pictures come in?
I believe it was like 1:54 when the pictures came in.
So 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
And she came to tell you what? That she was sorry?
She more or less was like, hey, I apologize. I didn't, it was like.
Let me ask you a question. Was the claim that she accidentally sent a group thing out?
Yeah.
Are we buying that?
I don't know. I've seen. No.
Do you think? Do you think in this day and age a woman accidentally sends a group text out with her own photo at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, you're right. I didn't think about it that way.
Or do you think when somebody woke up this morning, she was like, I got to explain that one away?
She woke up, she checked her phone.
I can't believe I texted Corey my picture.
Yeah.
The tequila was truly talking. Let me come up with a story.
Nah, it wasn't the tequila.
And by the way, she played it nice. It was an accident. I sent it to a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's all I heard today was I sent it to a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, then again, it wasn't tequila talking. You're right. She probably just woke up. Well, when she was out and she was drinking, it was probably getting warm. You feel what I'm saying? And she was like, "Well, how can I get this taken care of?" And she thought about me, which makes sense.
See that? Look at you.
Put 2 and 2 together.
Now you're putting it together. She
could have told me yesterday afternoon, though.
First she uses the word dope in front of you, and now she's sending you 2 a.m. text messages.
Uh-oh, I think something might happen.
Good luck.
Little
What else you got, Michelle?
biracial children running around the studio.
OJ Jr. Stop messing around with Uncle Craig stuff.
Little light-skinned kids with curly hair.
Paris Jackson, stop messing with Uncle Craig stuff. What else you got?
LeBron James led the Cavs with 33 points to overcome a 17-point deficit in the fourth to beat the Wizards 119-115.
Guess who's back? I'm telling you. And with Kyrie Irving out for the year now, no playoffs from Kyrie, guess what? LeBron James and the Cavs.
Going back to the finals.
Fake money. Fake money. LeBron James and the Cavs. They're going back to the Eastern Finals. Carton and friends. Corey, Michelle, Carton. A Masters update. And a look ahead to tonight of the weekend from Michelle right after this.
Have you ever wanted to have a fantasy expert in the palm of your hand? Or better yet, in the pocket of your khakis? Well, check it out. Now you can. It's the Fantasy Sports Radio Network app. Download it now to your phone, we promise. No weird viruses, no strange tracking things. Just 24 hours a day, 7 days a week of pure fantasy knowledge dropping all over your head. It's the Fantasy Sports Radio Network app. Stop being a weirdo and streaming it online. Get it on your phone. Take it with you everywhere you go.
Fantasy.
In Arizona, has the humidor had any noticeable effect?
No, I was going to say, I don't think we have any idea how it's playing yet because we don't know, one, if they're tinkering with it, and two, we've seen the home runs at the beginning. We're still going out like crazy, and then we've seen the reverse. I wouldn't say you can even put any weight into what the humidor is doing until the end of the month.
In terms of sample size, he's absolutely right. The way that the ball came off the bat and the way that it sounded, Puig and Chris Taylor, they squared up a few pitches of Zach Godley, and it seemed like it just died on the warning track.
Weekdays on FNTSY Radio and live on the Fantasy Sports Network YouTube stream.
Join the family at Modell Sporting Goods. Visit your nearest Modell's and sign up for our MVP Rewards program to receive insider deals all year round. Earn points on every purchase when you use your MVP card to earn Modell's cash back. It's our way of thanking you for being a loyal customer. Upon signing up, receive 10% off your purchase and 15% off your next purchase. It's that simple. Plus, new MVPs this month are eligible to win a $500 Modell's gift card. When you gotta play more and pay less, you gotta go to Moe's.
Hello, friends. If you want to win at Fantasy Sports, wouldn't you listen to people who have already won at Fantasy Sports? I'm here to tell you about DailyRoto.com. Don't be intimidated by the DraftKings and FanDuel Sharks, even the Fantasy Draft Sharks. The guys at DailyRoto.com have not only won $1 million amongst one of the writers, but they've created 3 others. That's 4 people who have won millionaire contests from this content alone. Don't be fooled by screenshots talking about $25,000 winners from other places. Go to DailyRoto.com where they have a proven track record of creating millionaires. DailyRoto.com. Tell them Greg Sussman sent you.
Have you written a book and want to get it published? Then call Page Publishing at 800-955-3793 immediately. That's 800-955-3793. Page Publishing is looking for authors of all types of books. And unlike most publishers, Page Publishing will take the time to review each and every book submitted to them and give you their feedback. If they like what they read, they'll get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, the Apple iTunes Store, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets. They handle everything: editing, cover design, copyright protection, printing, publicity, and distribution. So if you've written a novel, children's book, cookbook, inspirational work, poetry, or a biography and want to get it published, then you need to call Page Publishing and do it immediately. Call 800-955-3793 now for your free author submission kit. Again, for your free author submission kit, call 800-955-3793. That's 800-955-3793. Your road to fame and fortune could very well start with this simple phone call. Call Page Publishing at 800-955-3793 for your free author submission kit.
We're back.
All right, back. Carton and friends. Taking you up to 1 p.m. on the East. Getting ready for the last segment of the opening week of Carton and Friends. Craig is down there doing the janitorial duties. Michelle's sitting there. Mr. Nick Diaz is not called in yet this morning.
No, he's got his phone on Do Not Disturb. you know, so he's dead to me now.
Yeah. He was
Is that
drunk and
serious?
high when I talked to him. I figured he
Why'd you put his business in the street like that, though?
He
Everybody didn't know he was drunk and
It's
high.
what he's known for.
He puts it on his Instagram story.
Oh, okay, all right,
he's
cool.
He's a brand ambassador.
By the way, if you play on DraftKings and FanDuel, go to dailyroto.com/premium. Save 10% with the promo code FNTSY. Use the same tools and projections that have produced 4 Millionaire Maker winners and millions more in total winnings than that. Dominate Major League Baseball DFS contest this summer with Daily Roto's MLB projections and optimizer. Head over to dailyroto.com/premium. Save 10% with the promo code FNTSY and see the results for yourself. Corey, you give me the Masters update because I know Michelle doesn't have it in front of her, and I turned her computer off because she was cheating at the trivia.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll try to see if I can raise my chair here again, which I'm having a tough time doing. Who's leading the Masters right now?
Right now we got Henrik Stenson at 3 under. Unless I'm looking at last year's. Quickly heard in my ear that that's not right. Here we go. Put up Masters live leaderboard right now. It is Jordan Spieth at 3 under.
So
right now I have Adam Hadwin.
I mean, how many different guys are winning the tournament?
This is a lot of them.
Matt Kuchar's -3. Stenson's -3. He hasn't teed off yet, though. Jordan Spieth is -3 through 5. Rafa Cabrera Bello.
That's one of my guys.
He's not one of your guys.
No, we talk about him a lot. Rafa Cabrera Bello on the golf show. He's in good form. I'm dead. I'm making this up. He's in good. Him and Patrick Cantlay are in good form. I got the Masters leaderboard up now too.
Give it to me.
Matt Kuchar is at 3 under, along with Jordan Spieth, Rafael Cabrera Brea, and Henrik Stenson is also at 3 under.
Stenson has not teed off yet, though.
Stenson has not teed off. Yeah, Cantlay's not going to make the cut. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. He's in good form, though,
So,
Cantlay.
yeah. So outside of everybody that's 3 under that's on the course right now is Cabrera Brea, Jordan Spieth, and Matt Kuchar.
Phil Mickelson's 2 under. He has played 7 so far today. And, of course, the only guy anybody cares about, a young man named Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods tees off at 1:27 this afternoon, and he is at +1.
Nice Friday lunchtime tee off for Tiger.
Yeah, I don't know if the guys prefer a morning tee off just to get going, or if they would rather wait till the course gets played a little bit. I never knew.
I think they probably doing it for television purposes. I think.
No, I'm just wondering, like, if you're Mickelson, Tiger, those guys. What do you? I wonder what they
I want to
prefer.
get going early.
You want to get up and go.
I want to get up and go.
See, I would think that I would like to, like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Because that way I've woken up.
Yeah, you got a full rest.
I've had breakfast, a little lunch. I'm wide awake now. I've got the crust out of my eyes.
Yeah.
I may have stayed up late playing Fortnite or whatever it was.
Okay.
And now I'm ready to go. See, the early morning golf, by the time you get through 6 holes, you're not even awake yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to get up extra early. Your body clock's all messed up. Midday. And I don't golf if it's under 60 degrees anyway.
So that
Very
midday is
bougie.
when you like to hit the. I see that you're very high maintenance today.
I am high maintenance when it comes to golf. Like, if it's under 60 degrees, I don't play.
Well, I don't blame you.
Because it's not fun.
Yeah.
There has to be booze in my cart.
Okay, makes sense.
I always bring a wireless speaker because I need music.
All right. I can dig it.
I prefer to play barefoot, but I know some clubs have rules about that.
I don't get that. Why do you prefer to play barefoot?
I don't know. It's just one of those things. I prefer to play
You
barefoot.
like the feeling of grass between your feet?
That's right.
All right.
You know, when you live in a concrete jungle, sometimes the grass in between your toes makes you happy.
Yeah, you live in the concrete jungle, Marcel? I heard you say yeah.
Yeah, I do. I live in Jersey City's kind of a
Okay.
concrete place.
I can feel you.
Yeah.
Newark, Brick City, Jersey City, all those towns out there.
Yeah.
But you
It's
grew
not
up down you grew up by the water.
I grew up in the burbs.
Yeah, she grew up wealthy by the water.
Right.
Yeah, did you have a boat growing up?
No.
You had a boat? So she
I
had-
have a million people that I know that have boats.
Why didn't I mean, so I didn't ask you if we all know someone that's got a boat.
Yeah, but I was always on a boat.
Yeah, but it feels something like you're showing off and like, I didn't have a boat. I knew people with boats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
there was nothing to get on the boat. I didn't own one, but it was nothing to get on
Did you have a deck?
Yeah, I have a deck.
Over the bay or?
No, well, my parents live in Manahawkin,
Yeah.
but we have a deck there. But
You
my
have a deck.
nanny.
Do you go crabbing a lot?
No,
Did you say my nanny?
nanny. Yeah.
You had a nanny growing up?
Yeah. Well, like a grandma.
Is she
but
related?
She lived in Omaha. Yeah, it's my dad's mom.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you wasn't.
She lived in
I was thinking y'all hired somebody to watch after you.
No,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my mom hired a surrogate breastfeeder for me.
Really? Why?
I was fed by a Jamaican woman.
Really? Ross. Ross, this little one right here, he can really go for it.
Cool running man.
Yes.
I was breastfed by a Jamaican woman.
Yo, you wow, son. Your moms did not have a surrogate breastfeeder.
My mom
had Caribbean surrogate breastfeeder.
A Jamaican breastfeeder. Yeah. I've only seen Jamaican breasts on 2 different women. One, as an infant, I used to... I was given life via the milk of a Jamaican woman.
Okay.
And then years later, I was in the grill, and I got a Jamaican breast massage.
Okay. And but they massage your breast.
No, they slap their breasts against your back.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go get one of them then.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
And not
they slap. Nah, let me chill.
It was very therapeutic.
I can imagine so. But you did not. Your milk, the blood of life that ran through Craig Carton's body as an infant was not Caribbean breast milk.
No, the blood of life wasn't. The milk was.
The milk was Caribbean breast milk that ran through your body.
That's right.
Really?
And my family's always thought that there are certain things I like and have a taste for that no one else in my family does because a Jamaican woman breastfed me.
Really?
Yeah,
I find that interesting. So you had
I don't know if I believe you.
I don't believe. No, you don't believe a lot of this. A lot of this is ridiculous. He's not a Yankee fan. He's not in the wood industry. Remember last week he was in the wood industry. He's not a Yankee fan.
Your cheese boards will be ready next week. That's not a fact.
So you're not going to see.
Oh yeah, where are cheese boards?
Yeah, where are? He's not in the wood industry, Michelle.
By the way, I've been sanding them because I want them to be perfect for you guys.
And his infant drink was not Jamaican cola. All right, it was not Jamaican cola.
Okay, of all the things to make up, why would I out of the blue invent being breastfed by a Jamaican woman?
I have no clue. I think that's the way your mind works. But you were not.
Very creative.
You were not breastfed by a Jamaican surrogate mother. And while you were all living in New Rochelle.
Well, I started in the Bronx, actually.
Okay.
I went to New Rochelle when I was 3.5.
All right. So you don't remember the Bronx.
I was born in Manhattan. I don't remember the Bronx. I know the building I lived in, but I don't remember the Bronx. Other than I remember the story that my brother almost crawled out the window.
Okay.
When my
so
father
y'all got out the Bronx before the Bronx was burning, right?
We got out of the Bronx in 73.
So the Bronx was burning with 77.
Yes. So there you go. But yeah, a Jamaican woman was my lifeline.
All right. Cool. Interesting.
Again, don't believe me. I told you guys the day I met you, I'd never lie to you.
I know. I
you
just
did
would
tell me that Phil Jackson was a member of the Jackson
This is true. You did tell me that. Phil.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
no, you told him that Phil Jackson was in the Jackson 5.
But
You're
didn't
right.
tell me I was wrong.
I didn't tell you. Right.
So
but
that's lying.
I didn't tell you that. I didn't say to you, hey, by the way, let me tell you who the Jackson 5 were. You said Phil Jackson. I said, nice. That's right. I just agreed with you. I didn't lie to you, though. Right?
Different.
Like I'll give you a quick thing before you finish this update with the games for today and this weekend. I think and Corey's got the NBA, the big games for the weekend as well before the playoffs start. So we'll get to that in 1 second. Do you know who is in the Osmonds?
No.
No idea?
The Osmond brothers. You know any of them?
No.
None. Have you ever heard of the Osmonds?
No.
Never heard of them?
No.
Can you name any of the Brady Bunch kids?
Yeah, Marsha, Jan, Peter, Cindy, and then what's the other kid's name?
Greg.
Greg.
And there's one more because they both had 3. That was the whole thing.
Peter, Greg, and...
Down along this family, 3 boys of his own. 3 girls of her own.
I don't know. What's
there was
the
one hair ago like her mother, the youngest one in curls. Dun, 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 dun. There's the story of a man named Brady. Now, Peter, Greg, and Bobby. Bobby Brady. Okay. NBA this weekend. What's the big game we got to look forward to, Corey?
Tonight, of course, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers travel to Philadelphia to take on the Sixers.
That's actually a very big game tonight because the Sixers have won 12 games in a row. They are fighting for the 3rd seed versus the 4th seed. They're the hottest team in basketball right now. People are starting to buy into the notion now that they finally got... say again?
Trust the process.
trusting the process. With Markelle Fultz now playing meaningful minutes for them and them rocking and rolling, there are a lot of people that do not want to play the Sixers. Tonight is a statement game for both those franchises. If the Sixers can handle the red-hot LeBron James, because he might be playing his best basketball in the last year and a half, that is a must-watch basketball game tonight. Good call on that, Corey.
Listen to this now. Tickets start at $155. Most nights they're about $15. Also this weekend, you got New Orleans at Golden State. You got Oklahoma City at Houston.
I don't care about the New Orleans game. The Oklahoma City-Houston games, I like that one.
And Portland's at San Antonio. On Sunday, as far as action that concerns the NBA playoffs, not really. So, yeah, the big ones this weekend.
Tonight and tomorrow,
Oklahoma City, Houston, and the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Philadelphia 76ers. Philadelphia 76ers back to playing relevant basketball before the New York Knicks.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Which is, I mean, they've had every first-round, number one pick in the last 6 years.
Even without Joel.
Right. At some point, you got to get good. You've had the first pick in the draft for the last 6 years. Right. At some point, that's got to pay off. What else do we have? Anything else? That you didn't get to that you had on your list that you want to get to before let's get out of here?
I just wanted to say that, I hope that there's good fights at UFC.
Are you going to it?
I'm not going.
Why not?
I don't know. I should have thought about that. I didn't even try to get tickets to it, though.
I guarantee you it's not sold out.
I guarantee it's not sold out.
It wasn't sold out to begin with. It's certainly sold out now.
I don't know. What? I guess the only really good fight now is Joanna and Numahanas.
Is that the female fight?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see that.
That's the only.
Well, no, Anthony Pettis
Paul
now.
Felder and Ali Quinta. That would be. I used to work with Paul. We did commentating together. So.
Don't you have to go there to show support?
I guess if someone gets me tickets.
How much could tickets possibly be right now to Barclays? I bet you get tickets for $10.
But where are my seats?
Well, I mean, here's the difference. My gut is that you'd be able to move down and find a seat.
Okay.
I mean, you do have something that Corey doesn't have.
What's that?
Tatas.
No, you got some of them.
Nice one.
True. That's very true.
Hey.
There is, right now on StubHub, you could get in for $115. Which is expensive, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not spending that for.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Cards. Yeah.
Ringside $700 right now.
Yeah.
Those tickets are going to come crashing down.
Unless someone got it for me.
It's time of the day. I assume we're doing it for after the break. We'll give you a moment of the day, and we'll give you a last word to get into your weekend on a good note. It's Carton and Friends live at Studio 34 on every platform imaginable, from Twitter to Facebook to YouTube. To the web, to TV, to radio. We're everywhere. Don't go nowhere.
Hey, I'm Jeff. Look, I'm just a skeleton. I don't have an ACL anymore, but I'd still like to know what it means when one of my fantasy players sprains his. That's why I use the Inside Injuries app. It was created by real doctors, so you're getting information directly from people who have seen, touched, and operated on actual ACLs. Take it from me, a skeleton. If you aren't using it, you might as well just be guessing. Download the free app today and unlock the secrets of injury analysis.
BSO Live. Bomani Jones of ESPN. Do you feel like the podcast gives you a little more freedom to kind of delve away from just the sports topics?
There's going to be some things that happen in the world that is so big that not even we in the sports world are able to avoid them. But this is primarily going to be a sports podcast, and I'm a guy who does a sports podcast who also talks about a bunch of other stuff. So the other stuff, in one way or another, is going to find its way in there, but I'm not going to force it.
Find the BSO Live podcast on blacksportsonline.com or on any popular podcast provider.
Keeps me up sometimes, just, thinking about what I missed out on.
Here's what you missed on Carton and Friends.
Chael Sonnen, former UFC fighter, commentator, and of course now with Bellator. I didn't think McGregor's reaction was fake. I thought last night was real.
Oh, last night was very real. Yeah, it was a crime. McGregor's in jail right this second. He's expected in a New York courtroom later today to make his plea, which when caught on video will be interesting, should it be anything but not guilty. But, yeah, I mean, look, it is what it is. I thought there was a little bit of show there, too. What's the old saying? The show must go on. Dana's got to get on with the division. There was enough blame to go around. He sanctioned the Mayweather-McGregor thing, and we all had a lot of fun with it. But it did create a logjam for the guys in the back, the guys that have goals and dreams dreams and they want to get a title, that title's got to be defended at some point. So this weekend really was about that, getting on with it. And now here we are stuck again.
Did you ever see fighters who you saw change as fighters based on their financial status getting better?
Absolutely. And for me, what I saw firsthand was a little bit different degree, but they were tied in, and that was just, some of the opportunities. The guy was only as disciplined as his opportunities were. Once people started getting around him, and Vegas is always thought to be a big fight hub of the world, but the truth is, fighters go to Vegas to die as far as their careers go. They're staying out late, they're partying, there's other distractions, and that does largely come with the success and the money. Sugar Ray Leonard said it best when he said it's very hard to wake up in silk pajamas and go run 5 miles in the rain. And it's just true. We don't see very many rich men that can fight.
You put out a tweet last night, and you said, if Irish fighters were so tough, why are they all speaking English?
That's brilliant by me.
Anybody react to that yet or no?
Oh, yeah, and they all got their feelings hurt, right? You've got these recreational offenders that are looking to be offended through somebody's thoughts in 140 characters or less on Twitter. Screw them.
Yeah, I thought it would have been interesting last night, and it would have been great theater if instead of throwing crap at a bus, and then shattering glass and injuring guys that are sitting there minding their own business, if Conor had really lost his mind and started going to like UFC gyms where there's always that one, douchebag in the gym who thinks he can beat everybody up, and went on like a fight spree, but specifically in MMA gyms. That would have been great.
That would have been good TV as far as you said for theater. And I appreciate what you said there, Craig, where you said these guys that are sitting there minding their own business, because that really is what happened. Like, yeah, there was an entertainment aspect to it that we really can't deny. It's why the video went viral, and here we are talking about it today. But the other side of it is, if he wants to be a legit tough guy, you don't bring 20 of your buddies to, attack a bus and innocent people. Dana White gave him an opportunity to fight the very guy, Khabib Nurmagomedov, who he allegedly, was trying to assault on that bus. So the whole thing was very bizarre. It was a very gang mentality. It was very underhanded and disappointed, but there's no bravado to it. He had his chance to fight him in a fair fight, and he said no, and that's just what happened.
Attention all authors. Page Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? Page Publishing will get your book into